anybody say that they could see it?
What do you mean? What, me looking like Bobby Shmurda?
Yeah.
No, but a lot of it was based on my looks. Literally. She's only saying this because she's butters. She's only saying this because she's ugly.
So the women felt personally attacked.
Some people called me a pick me, and I thought, ugh, really? Me wanted to be picked by men? BFFR, you clearly don't know my brand. But are we live?
Yeah.
Clearly we are. Hello, hi. Hello, guys. Ooh! Sorry, hello, guys, and welcome to TDA.
What was that?
iPad.
The iPads.
My iPad.
No.
My new iPad.
Yeah.
That's fine.
This big.
Yeah, it's bigger than the other one.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Someone stole the other one. Can you?
Someone
Someone
stole
stole
your iPad?
Yeah, I left it in some Indian man's car.
Oh, I thought you meant you left it in here.
Did you have to go there?
Your bike? Yeah. Alright. Thank you.
I really look like an auntie.
What
today.
now?
I look like a Nollywood character today. I feel like.
Go, Gina.
Oh, hello, guys. Hi. And welcome to TDA, the day after. Your daily news platform, as described by the culture.
As what? As described.
Ow. I know I've missed you. All right, cool. Esther's not here today, so as you can tell, I'm doing a really bad job doing the intro. But I am your favourite shade queen. No, I'm joking. I'm not. That's Esther's job. But I am your fitness queen, Just Jean, representing the Black Queens.
It's your boy, Big Man Youth. Happy Friday.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
Brent, are you ever going to introduce yourself one day?
Nah, I'm not part of the intro. I'm the host.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's alright.
Someone asked me about you yesterday.
Yeah?
They were watching the show and they were like, does Brent ever show himself? And I was like, I like you've been here before. I was like, of course he doesn't.
Shit.
Oh, and they gave props to you. They really like you and was like, he should actually be like a news broadcaster. He's amazing.
Thank you.
Well, because you can read the news properly?
And pronounce the big words that we struggle with. I was like, I love that for you, man.
Yeah, they didn't give him props for his thoughts, just how he read the news.
No, they just said that he'd make a great broadcaster.
Okay.
E-Man's thoughts are interesting, so to speak. But, you know, we love him nonetheless.
People were hating on my thoughts yesterday, though. Yeah.
Why?
They couldn't see how I was able to be a Christian, for example, and
Also
support
Muslim.
certain organizations like the Great Nation of Islam, and also vote Labour, but also criticize Labour, things of that nature.
Oh, the fact that you just love to be in the middle of confusion.
Not really, just critical thinking and that.
Oh, so you just pick and choose what sides of things work for you.
I pick the best thing that works for me,
Fair enough.
which I think everyone should do, to be fair.
To be quite candid,
Mhm.
it's true.
And they were doubting my knowledge of Malcolm X, challenging me on whether he wanted to return back to the nation, which he obviously did. But
Speaking of Malcolm
that's another
X,
day.
no, it wasn't Malcolm X. It was Martin. Did you see black people kill me? Did you see it yesterday?
What happened?
How they were like AI's gone too far. They took a picture of Martin Luther King.
I put tats on him.
Yeah, but they put it on someone's body with like bare tats and whatnot. But it
Yeah.
looked like an album cover. But it was hilarious.
I think I seen the picture of him just standing there with tats.
Yeah. And someone was like, "Is it bad that I wanna frame it?" Literally.
Yeah,
Yusuf,
Yo,
it was your birthday.
it was.
Can everyone say happy birthday to Yusuf?
You've done this already.
And I know, but I'm here now, so
Alright,
I want to say happy birthday to Yusuf. Happy birthday! Thank you, my fellow June baby.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
We
it.
are 7 days apart.
We are.
This is why me and Yusuf are here. Do you get what I mean?
Connected. Actually, I haven't been on an episode with you for time, actually.
No, literally.
A couple months.
It's been a minute, innit? Oh, I really miss you though.
I miss you too, man.
What is
I
that?
don't know. I've only got one hand right now.
I'm there doing this. And you're doing
Go
this.
on. There you go. His love,
I heart you.
his love is a house. But yeah. How you been though?
I've been alright, man.
Good.
Yeah.
Looking auntied.
I know, I look like a proper auntie today.
Yeah. What's outside saying?
Oh, you want to know about my
Yeah.
tour, my roster?
Just me a little bit still.
Outside's the ghetto.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same, innit? Same old same. 2 years in, we're still here.
How's the jungle?
Jungle, the
Any
jungle.
animals?
No.
No?
Any new jungle?
No?
Nah, none worth talking about, to be honest. No.
We even had a
I know, a jungle
a debrief
a
or
debrief
a
in
catch up on that side
ages.
for time.
Do you know what I mean? Nah. Jungle's dry,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. I had a debrief of Sid, though,
What happened?
about Walter. You know Sid?
Yeah.
Freaking cat.
I know
You know how
he was dying for the tea, innit?
What? You know how entertaining that conversation was,
Yeah, I
though?
can
It was
imagine, I can
so funny.
I can imagine.
So entertaining. It was really good.
So what? DOT, no.
Nah, I didn't go DLT looking for love anyway.
No, I know you didn't.
Yeah.
Morning.
Hello, hey.
Yeah.
I did a really no. She's so out of order. See how she called me auntie as soon as she walked in. No, you see my sister this morning when I woke up here. My sister looked at me and she said, "Hay fever is beating you bad. If I was you, I said, girl, I'm really good to wear glasses."
Did this have like give you help the other day?
No, that's even why I'm happy you're here.
Oh, lovely. Let me do this.
Hi.
Yeah, all right.
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, how's everybody doing?
Oh, good. Thank
We
you.
are great. I sucked at the intro. I tried to do you proud and I failed, but
Oh, did you?
yeah.
It's alright. You did the reaction well the other day.
Thank
You can't.
you.
You can't do everything. They want you doing everything.
I
You know
know.
what I mean?
Reaction.
Yeah,
What?
the other day.
We used to watch back.
Women in sports. Don't
You took-
DPMO.
Nah.
We held it down for you, lot, honestly.
Nah, we killed it.
Like literally.
Someone sent me the link.
They're petitioning
For
for
us
us
to do it, like,
to do it once a
moving
month to get a treat.
Yeah.
It's
It
not
was
even a lie.
so good.
It was really fun.
like
Brent,
literally our
Brent.
terminology.
Dropping on Saturday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, yo, watch this space. Not dropping. Not a premiere. Whew, chow.
I had to see this.
Do you know what though? I have a thought. I think that social media culture of dating is actually bad.
What's that?
You see what I just told you outside that I saw?
Mm.
Basically, obviously I've been in traffic, blah, blah, blah. I saw this guy on a bike get smacked to the floor. So I don't know if it was horrible. It was not nice.
He gets smacked.
Basically, he was riding his bike. To be fair, though, he was a bit of a danger. He was a bit of a on the edge because he went past me, and I had to be like, "Hey, Jakoriek, wait, don't."
Hey, whatever that
Please.
means.
It means that use some
What
sense.
did you just do?
No, hold on. Don't
Use some
do that.
sense.
Move, man.
Move.
Why does he get so excited?
I know.
Why does he do that?
Nowhere.
You need to be
But it didn't sound like
FFR,
English.
because he
Jakoriek, wait.
Jakoriek pe.
All right.
Like, you know, why do you indulge him anyway?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't
He
know.
always
I don't
repeats.
learn. I don't
Rosetta
learn.
Stone.
don't annoy me. Don't annoy me.
I'm sick of this guy and his fetish for
Anyways,
Yoruba.
yeah. So basically, yeah, so when he went past me, I was thinking, okay. But then the car in front of me, so obviously the kid was going to come out of the car. You know kids are dumb. He didn't look. He just opened the door. The guy just went bang on the floor.
Oh,
But I was like,
banter.
oh my gosh, like I hope he's okay. But you know what's weird? This is why I bring the whole dating. I thought, is that an ick?
Yeah, you need help.
And I was like, nah, this is...
No, you know why you need help.
Look, are you
weren't even
disappointed in me?
you weren't even concerned about his well-being. You went
No, but I
straight
did. I said, oh, I hope he's all right.
Esther, you
But I
went
thought,
straight to ick.
No, it's not. A
it's a
guy
bit-
getting knocked down to the floor is not an ick.
But if you saw that happen to your man, that might help. It might.
It will ick me. I can't
It might. You might be finished.
Cause like,
Oh.
so
what-
why are you not
It's a
sturdy
crazy
enough on
scenario.
the
If you
bike?
saw it happen, you wouldn't know what to do, and you'd never like say like you saw it happen to your gal. You'd never not be able to not see it.
And that's what it is.
I swear to God, I done it to her brother one time, yeah, and he went crazy. It's like I'm talking.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, yeah, I was like my friends was going somewhere, yeah, and like they were driving past my house, innit? But my friend was like he was on tag, but like in Swindon or something stupid
Yeah.
like that, or like Wolves or something.
Yeah.
So we had to leave London, innit?
Yeah,
We were in the
yeah.
car, and they're driving past motorway. But obviously, I'm saying I'm gonna go home, innit? And then the whole time they're trying to say that just roll, man, just roll. You get me? And like we're going back and forth, we're swaying. I let them go past my house, and then we're heading up towards all the way to go to the motorway, and like I'm just chilling in the traffic, and the whole time it's sitting me. I'm saying, I shouldn't do this, man. I need to be here. You get me? Like, so I'm fighting with it, but I'm not having a conversation. I'm just having it with myself. I'm sitting in the back of the car, and out of nowhere I go, "Nah, you, my man, I'm gone." Yeah, and I'm sitting in the back, and I just bust the door like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like we're sitting in traffic. I bust the door.
Yeah.
Within like a flash, something just goes
Man,
slam.
right into it.
And he just goes flying, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. And he jumps up, he goes, you're such a fucking idiot. You fucking fool. You dickhead, you're so fucking dumb. I'm saying, whoa. I'm saying, oh shit. I'm saying, Killy, you cool?
You cool?
He just cussed me out, boy. I had to leave him though.
Well, his bike hit the floor and he went over the.
Everything
he went
was
over
gone,
the
collapsed.
door.
Yeah, he flipped
Yeah.
the bike because I don't think he could have rolled the bike away because the front wheel was buckled and
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, you
Man,
flat
I can't see that, man.
landing.
BFFR, I can't see that. That's ridiculous. Now I'm hoping you pack your things up and all sorts.
But the good thing is, you wouldn't see it.
If it was a man.
If it was your man,
That's
you wouldn't see
true.
it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Because if your man's on the bike, where are you?
Couples ride together, you know.
What, in French?
Couples ride together sometimes.
Yeah, that she's flipping too then.
Yeah, but
oh, you mean on her own bike behind?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, but if you're riding with your man and that happens, that's not going to give you the ick. I
No,
feel like you'd be more concerned
I
about
think
his
what
well-being.
I'll be honest with you. I would think, oh, thank God he's in front because that could have been me.
I think.
And I'd rather not.
I think like you'd help him initially. You panic once you
But
see
later
that.
on,
Once you see that he's not dead.
When you see he's okay.
Yeah, once you clock he ain't gonna die and that, and you start reeling it through your
Like,
head.
you're not that sturdy, are you? Nah, man, it was horrible, man. And the kid just stayed in the car. I said, you can't even come out and...
No, but the kid's probably scared.
Don't be silly, man. The kid just closed the door and just sat there. And I said, oh.
I would have done that.
As a
Well,
kid,
to go out and get shouted at by a stranger.
yeah, but at least be like, oh, like he just sat there. Didn't put the
I
window
would've
down,
done that.
nothing. Just sat there.
Was there not parents in the car?
Yeah, the dad had to come out. Dad tried to act like he didn't know what happened.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
But the
for,
guy was deaf on the floor.
I think it's for the parent to come out, not the
I suppose
kids.
that's true, actually. I mean,
And
I said
how
I'm
do you
not
not
waiting
know
around
that his
this.
dad didn't say sit in the car or stay in the car or whatever? Do you know what I mean?
That's
get
true.
out the car.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I hope he's all right, though. Lovely black guy he was. Looked very fit. So I think he's all right. He's got strong bones. Be all right.
Hear it.
Yeah. So, what are you guys on the
We're
agenda?
just on the
we
intro.
haven't even started.
Yeah.
Oh, have you done a question of the day?
No.
Nah.
They're the same one from yesterday.
Yeah, we didn't do it yesterday.
Oh, yeah, true.
So what is your favourite thing to do on the weekend?
Literally. Ideally nothing, but it's never that.
Maxing and relaxing, man. Chilling.
Love that.
Is that because you guys are getting older?
I was about to say, y'all old.
No, but do you not? Okay.
No, maxing and
Let
relaxing
me-
don't mean sitting in my ass. It just means doing stuff, doing activities that are relaxing.
Let me ask you
Not
this,
work.
Marks, yeah, because I feel like you can relate to me. Do you not feel like now, I guess because of the nature of your job, yeah, your weekends aren't really your weekends because your weekdays are like your weekends. Do you get what I mean? Do you not feel like it's just all rolled into one? Like you go to events. You know,
All the
usually
time,
back in the
yeah,
day,
yeah.
yeah, it's like weekends is when you go out and you have events and stuff, and Mondays like you have an early night, whatever. Life doesn't work like that anymore. You can go to an event on a Tuesday and like an industry event on a Tuesday, whatever. So like, do you get what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's facts. But though, in saying that though, doing this has helped me kind of appreciate the weekends more though. Knowing that
You don't have to be
I
up.
don't have to be up
Okay, fair
on
enough.
the weekend and that. So it's kind of changed it. But the events thing, I know what you mean, because man could turn up any day of the week.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
So that's
like,
why-
you know what I'm saying? That.
That's why for me now, sometimes I just want there to not be anything happening. I don't want to, because I can have an intense week where there's this, and then it's like, weekend you go again. Do you know what I mean?
And sometimes it's good to get it just to know that you can just chill though, for real. I know I was taking a piss and you're like old, but sometimes that's just if you got a lot going on, sometimes just the knowing that, I'm just going to be here.
That's me, man.
And just be,
Yeah.
that's dope.
I can't have too many socializing weekends in a month. Like I feel drained because it feels like I've like worked all week, and then the weekend I'm just still going. So I love those weekends where I literally do nothing. But recently though, my favorite part of my weekends is actually my workout routine.
What is it?
Yeah, I absolutely love it because I feel like with my gym now, like I really, really like my gym now. I like the community there. Like, it's a proper community that we all know each other because we go to the same classes. And on Saturdays, I do a HIIT class in the morning, which just makes me question life every time. But I love, like, I'm getting stronger by the class.
Okay.
Like, the first time I went to that class, they tried to talk about do burpees. I said, honey, I'm going to give you squats. But now I keep up and everything. And then after that, I do Pilates.
Okay. I try
It's
not
like
to
I go
work
on a
out the
high,
weekends.
and I come back down. And then last week I threw in another class. It's an LBT, but it's basically like a step class with weights because that woman's on crack. But it was good. Like, I
miss
really look forward to
I
that.
miss LBT. Do you know what's so interesting?
Are
when
they
I think
missing letters?
when
Legs, bums, and tums.
When I think about
Make sure you're being inclusive. I'm just checking off.
Being inclusive, you know.
when I think about my gym life,
Yeah.
I literally start like from where I started to where I am now. It's mind blowing because like, I literally was like leg bombs and thumbs person, but like I'd be that person who was so shy to be at the back of the class.
Okay,
like,
I get you.
I'd literally like come late so I wouldn't have to be
So
at
be
the
at
front
the
and I'd
front,
stand
yeah.
in the back and the corner, and if it got hard, I'd just walk out and leave.
That was me with my HIT class where when I first started, I didn't want to be at the front because I was like, oh, I'm shy and I wouldn't be able to keep up. I couldn't because obviously I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But like yesterday, I was at the front. I definitely wanted to walk out because I did legs with my sister before. I said, this is stupid. But I think that I really, really enjoy it. Like I proper love
Classes
it.
are dope if you have a really good instructor.
I have
That's-
really good, like the classes I do, my Pilates HIT, it's called body conditioning. Body conditioning HIT body conditioning, Pilates and LBT. The instructors are so good, and combat. Like they're actually the best. They're the best instructors in the gym, and they do the classes. It's proper sick because when the vibe is right, see how you do your classes where you're like in a good, like the energy, the music, everything makes sense. You don't realize you're working out, and then because you see people regularly in the same class, you guys are kind of like,
It's a
you just
community.
do you know what I mean? Like if someone's not there, it's like, oh my gosh, where were you last week? Like we missed you. It's really, really cool, man.
That's what I love. But I'm not gonna lie, when I teach, I'm on steroids though.
Yeah.
Like literally, I'm on
I can
steroids.
tell.
But you know what? It's music. It's everything. So on Wednesday when I taught, I was really like, evening classes don't work for me. It's my energy is just. I'm not an evening person.
Yeah.
I'm best. I'm at my best like in the morning, afternoon, evening. I'm just sluggish and I can't be bothered. But now I teach on Wednesdays at 8:30, which is late because we don't really
late.
start until 9 because black people never get anywhere on time. So we don't really actually kick off until 9 p.m.
That's ridiculous.
And obviously it's like a high energy class. So when
It is, yeah.
this week, I was like, when we got there, DJ looked at me, I said, sis, I need high energy. She played jungle. It's like I was on crack. I was like, I was so tired, yeah, but the music, I'm just, do you know what I mean? And I was like, you have to, this is why people come back. And I realized it because I was like, you have to create an experience.
That's really what it is. I feel like the classes, the reason why I do the classes, even though they're hard and I go back every week, is because the instructors come with vibes. And if you're in a good vibe and you're like pushing us and like you're joining in as well, it makes us want to come back because it's just a nice community, man. I love it. I love the woman I'm becoming.
I love that for you.
Watch
Every
this
time I
space.
see your gym snaps, I'm like,
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thanks.
girl.
The abs are loading. My sister said to me, she's like, your 2-pack is
it's
coming.
coming.
Out. I said,
Love
thank
that
you.
for you.
Thank you. I'm so I love that. But yeah, Iman? What was yours?
Yeah, pretty much, just chilling. Like, yeah, man. I don't really get time to do much. So, yeah.
I feel you. Brent? Your weekends.
I like to
I like
hit
your
up the
weekdays.
brothel.
Like what? Got your brothel?
Get a massage and that, yeah.
A brothel?
Massage
Sex
in the
brothel?
Mm-hmm.
You hoe?
I try. Obviously, then Sunday is the Lord's Day.
Oh,
You don't brothel on
balance.
Sundays.
100%.
Balance.
I hear it.
100%.
Your transgressions forgiven.
Holy water and that. Wash off the,
Iniquities.
that's it.
Fair enough. All right, let's get into our headlines.
Oh, before we go into headlines, in your church, they do communion and that.
Of course they do communion.
Okay.
It's all part of the bread and body of
Christ.
bread and wine, the body and blood of Christ, isn't it?
You sure they do it?
Are you right? Can you ask me? Am I sure? What? Because it's white.
No, because you
You think white people like communion?
No, because right now you're not
bread
getting...
and body and bread.
Now you know your Muslim-looking Ghanaian ass. You don't mean nothing.
Well, damn.
You cannot tell me anything. You don't even identify as anything other than black. But no, we do it. I think we do it every third Sunday. But sometimes it comes around really quickly. I'm like,
Okay.
Did someone confess a sin? Like, after hours? Because I'm sure we did it last week. But I love communion.
Okay.
You do communion in your church? You're not,
Not
there
really,
for them.
you know.
What do you mean not really?
Not really. It's very it's like rare. It's like maybe like once or a couple times a year.
How often do you go to
Really?
your church?
Yeah.
Once a couple of times a year.
Yeah. I mean, like they're there every Sunday, innit?
No, how often do you
You
go to your
there-
church?
I can say they're there every Sunday.
No, it's different for me. It doesn't count. Things have changed. No, but I tried to go like all the time, innit?
Did the what's it called? What's the nation called again?
The nation.
But the
Well,
church.
what's it called? No, the church ain't got a nation. The
Nation of Islam.
Islam nation of Islam. That's it. Do they have like a Zoom call? Like a Zoom? You know, some churches do
Yeah, they
Zoom
do, yeah,
churches. Do you tune into those?
Yeah, I tried to, yeah.
How many times do they have that week?
They do it on Sundays, actually.
So you tune in every Sunday for that. That's why you're missing church.
No, if, for example, I'm not at church, if I'm say I'm somewhere, I'm like out and about or whatever.
Okay, then you
Then
okay.
yeah.
It's like a service.
Kind of, but not like there's no singing and all that type of stuff. It's just more so like teaching, announcements, a bit of news as well. Certain things happening in the world.
Okay, so it's like church without thingy.
Yeah.
music,
Without
but-
Jesus.
Without And how long are the services?
Probably about, I'd say about 2 hours or so, roughly.
Okay. It's been
Yeah,
longer
it's
than
about
I
2
have in
hours.
church. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Glad we got that covered.
All right, so the first headline, yeah? Again, it's about Boris Johnson. So the Tory MPs are split over whether or not to approve a report condemning Boris Johnson for misleading Parliament over COVID rule breaking. The former PM has branded the Privileges Committee's finding as deranged, and his most loyal supporters are set to vote against it. But other Tory MPs are torn about what to do, as Mr. Johnson remains popular with many party members. Number 10 has said, or rather has not said, if the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, will attend the vote. The PM's official spokesperson said he hasn't yet had time to fully consider the report. He does intend to take the time to do that. The committee's long-awaited report was published on Thursday morning. It said that the former PM had deliberately misled Parliament over lockdown parties and had committed repeated offences with his Partygate denials. MPs will get the chance to approve or reject its recommendations on Monday. And the next headline's about AI again, man. And apparently, the government experts are pretty much saying that AI could be a threat to democracy. So artificial intelligence will threaten our democracy ahead of upcoming elections in the UK and the US, according to one of the world's leading computer scientists. Speaking on Beth Rigby's interviews, Dame Wendy Hall said that AI's ability to damage democracy should be more of an immediate concern than any existential threat posed by the technology. The UK's AI skills champion told Beth, next year we will see a growth in disinformation, the deep fakes of this world, because AI makes it very easy to do that. You can just get the tools off the internet, and it's getting harder and harder to detect that a video or a photo or a piece of text has been faked. Dame Wendy sits on the government's AI Council and the independent expert committee providing advice to government and high-level leadership of the AI ecosystem. As well as this, Dame Wendy is the Regius Professor of Computer Science at the University of Southampton, where one of her specialties is AI. She added, "We've got 2 major elections coming up next year. The UK and the US and the EU have got elections as well. I see this as a threat to democracy in the sense that we've got to help people understand where they're getting the messages from." And that's it for the headlines.
Thank you. Let's get into topic of the day.
All right, people. So today's topic of the day, yeah.
I don't want to hear the word light-hearted.
No. I was gonna say it's not lighthearted.
Oh yikes!
Yeah. But this wasn't from me. It's from a TDA fan, right?
What, people told you stop saying their names now? It's
No,
gonna get backlash.
Actually says it in the email. TDA fan.
Oh, okay, that's cute.
Yeah, man. So big them
Pick up you.
And they actually requested that we talk about this when everybody's in the room.
Not fair.
So it's about colorism.
Oh, it really ain't not hype, boy.
Heck?
But
No, you know, you actually you're killing me.
No, you know when I walked in, I said I look like a Nollywood auntie.
You really do.
I do.
And it's the bag as well.
Sorry, let me take it for the back.
No, it's all part of the look.
The aesthetic.
The aesthetic, I love it.
But the question is, yeah,
Colorism.
does reverse colorism exist? That's the question.
Yeah, it does.
Cool.
What is reverse colorism?
We gonna dive
When
into
it's against the light skins.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. But let's. Well, you lot are kind of just ending it quick, yeah.
Straight to
Let's
the
go.
point.
Let's go into it though. Yeah. So basically, let's define colorism first, right? So according to the Cambridge Dictionary, colorism is defined as a dislike and unfair treatment.
I think your resident light skin should be leading
Nah,
this.
literally. I was literally, do you know what I'm
Do you know what's kidding me? Is
I
that so
agree.
today you want to be like skin?
I mean,
I'm only paying.
He's offended. You think what? Where's inclusivity and diversity up in this bitch? Nice jokes.
so just so we got like a universal definition, yeah. Colorism is defined as a dislike and unfair treatment of the members of a particular racial group who have a darker skin color than others in the same group, yeah. Colorism exists amongst different types of people. We know this: Mexican, Puerto Ricans, blacks, all over the world, right? Cool. But as a society, we obviously acknowledge that colorism is a bad thing, right? But the question is there such a thing as reverse colorism? Are there things done and said that can make light-skinned people feel disliked or treated unfairly or insecure, maybe make them insecure about themselves, right?
I think so.
And their desirability in today's day and age.
Yes.
Yes.
So, for example, I feel like, I don't know if it's still a thing, but you know how like before they'd say that light-skinned guys were like soft? Do you get what I mean? Like moist and soft and whatnot, right? So I think that. Would you say that that's a form of reverse colorism? Marks?
Oh,
Oh, you're asking me?
I'm asking.
Are you
I'm
looking
asking
around?
the room, but do you get what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. But I mean, what they called the Squarehead Brigade and
Yeah.
Love Island and them lot, they don't really help.
Squarehead, be great.
They don't help.
They don't help those
Yeah, they don't-
stereotypes. You
yeah.
get me? But yeah, those. I think maybe like there is obviously reverse colorism for light-skinned people and stuff like that. Yeah, but obviously because the issues are different. Yeah, they're not maybe necessarily like.
Deemed as serious.
Yeah, if that makes sense, or respected in the same way. Like say like light-skinned women, because obviously there's gonna be like colorism, color privilege for being lighter, and then people like all that kind of stuff, like pretty privilege, all that kind of stuff. But then they got things that are like, I don't know if they're even positives or whatever, but they got things that might be able to benefit them. The negatives might not be like seen as serious or something like that. Do you get what I mean?
I get
Like
what
a
you're
dark
saying.
skin gripe might be something real. It's like around depression or that. If it's just because, oh, you don't think I'm thing, or oh, I'm so pretty, or oh, I'm so. Do you get what I mean?
So
Like
woe
it's,
is me.
yeah, like it will feel like the gripe saying ain't like. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that's probably where the problem comes in. But obviously, everybody's experiences are their own experiences, isn't it? Like we can't minimize them, wherever. Like people feel how they feel. So
Yeah.
it's a tough one, to be honest with you. Obviously, I don't feel like that because everyone
Killy.
knows. Everyone knows I'm dark skinned at heart. You get what I'm trying to say? I go through the same stuff, the same gripes as the
Just,
Oh,
no,
piss
you
off.
don't.
as the dark skinned man. What?
You don't even go through the same gripe as flipping light skinned men. You're silly. What you talking about?
I'm in the same. Me,
Boy,
E-man. What?
Boy, bye.
E-man, fist pump.
This is
So
absolutely.
dumb.
That's like a diversity poster. That's ridiculous. Foolishness.
I think what's the personally, yeah. Again, because you do it to me all the time when people say that I'm mixed race and stuff like that. Yeah, those kind of things definitely annoy me. You get
Oh,
me?
is it?
Yeah.
He gets on his nerves.
They annoy me.
But then it's okay.
So you're not mixed
Yeah.
race now?
Yeah, I don't know what it does or what. Like, it's not. It's
Do
probably
you think
something.
you look mixed race though?
Do I think that?
Yeah. Like when people ask you, do you get why they've asked you?
Yeah, uncultured swine.
Okay.
Wow.
Damn.
Obviously, no. When I don't, you would you assume innit? You'd
To be
assume.
fair, yeah. Because
So-
if you were Nigerian, you'd be Igbo.
There you go.
Igbos
So,
are very fair skinned.
yeah, so I'm not mad at anybody that assumes I'm mixed race or whatever and stuff like that. But I would always make it a point to say that I'm not in it, because obviously it's down to your identity, innit? It's nothing to do with. It's not even like. It's not like I don't have no white people in my family. You get what I'm trying to say? Like even like close, like granddad's great granddads like nowhere in it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so everybody assuming I'm mixed race. It's like, right, cool. So who you saying is white? My mum and my dad.
Is that where the offence comes in?
Kind of. Well, yeah. Like, I want you to know who I am in it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I want you to know who I am and where I'm from. So who's the white person? In my family? Who you calling white? Mum, my dad. Because neither of them are. They're black people. You know what I'm trying to say?
So
No, that's my thing in it. So I'm always like, I need to let you all know, like who I am in it. Like, don't get mixed up. And it does matter to me. Probably not as much as it used to, because I'm used to you man just chatting shit all day. You get me? But yeah, that's a thing though.
I hear you.
Yeah, I did think you were mixed race for quite a while actually.
See what I mean? I'm cultured, man.
Yeah, I asked you once, and then you were very offended. But I was like, I don't know you, so how would I know? How would I know?
How would they know?
Also,
But now I know.
you mentioned the whole, who do you think's white? My mum or my dad? Would you get offended if, like, which parent would you be more offended by if I said that they were white?
None either, because you probably just assume, if you think I'm mixed race, you probably assume my mum's white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
But that's more so because of your behaviour.
Especially when it's
I'm dead. Wait, wait a minute.
Yeah, what?
Like, wait a minute.
Muggs was a bad behaved
Oh,
child.
so you thought his mum was white?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
He's like, I'm so dumb.
You got a point. That's fair.
Do you feel like reverse colorism? Because this was a question from the person who wrote this in.
Do you know who wrote it in?
No.
Okay, I'm just wondering what their
It was like
status is.
TD fan, a couple numbers after that. Or something.
Oh, okay.
They said when people accentuate that they're dark, right?
Yeah.
Is that some form of reverse colorism?
No, it's compensating. It's overcompensating
What do you
for what
mean?
you've been told is ugly. So you know, like when people are like, "Oh, dark skin babe" and dark skin beauty, like they do all of that. My melanin's glistening.
Yeah, we use
It's-
the black of the berry, sweet of the juice.
Yeah, it's self-affirmation.
So my juice bitter.
Yeah.
No, your juice is your
Basically.
juice.
No, but the black of the one's sweeter though.
Listen,
Yeah, so yours
the
is
presence
better.
of one is not the absence of the other.
No, she lied.
For you to determine the taste of your berries, all right? You wouldn't know.
Preacher.
We just, tasted dark berries and they're sweet. So, yeah. So, yes, I feel like it is. I feel like it's overcompensating. It's kind of like the whole natural hair movement, where really no one really addresses the struggle that comes with it. And if you say, I mean, I've just said struggle now, and then
Then
someone's
you're
shaking their
anti-black.
boots, I'm anti-black. Well, fight me. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's kind of overcompensating. I don't think it's reverse colorism. I don't think that's what it is.
But in a room where, let's just say there's loads of, half the people in there are light skinned, for example.
Yeah.
Can that not be some sort of slight towards them? No?
Because if I said, like, for example, I think Nigerian girls are the prettiest, that doesn't mean every other country is ugly.
But
It just
you
means
know
that's
what?
I find is the prettiest.
But the crazy thing is, Esther, people are not going to hear what you said. They're not going to hear you say, it doesn't mean I think everybody else isn't pretty.
Yeah.
They're going to hear you say everybody else is ugly except for Nigerians. That's the problem.
That's the thing.
Human beings don't engage brain.
Do you know, this is what people didn't pay attention in school, because prettiest, right, isn't a superlative or whatever the thing is? So really and truly, unless I said, like, Nigerian girls, if I said Nigerian girls are pretty, then I can see why you're thinking, okay, maybe everyone else isn't pretty. But I said the
Pretty, yes.
prettiest. But also as well, no one's seen all the women in the world, so they can't really, do you know what I mean? I think sometimes people just project their own, thoughts into stuff, but
But if you factor in the whole colorism thing, right?
yeah.
And then use that in the same example that you gave about Nigerian women. For example, say there was a period of time, 100 years, where Nigerian women were told that they were ugly and they had all types of disadvantages. And then in that particular room, you then said, I'm so proud to be Nigerian. Nigerian girls are the best. Or our skin is just glistening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Could the light-skinned people then perhaps feel some type of way?
Well, they need to be stopped being weak in the knees and stand up.
Would they feel pressured to then to maybe keep silent because they know the history? Do you get where I'm coming from?
I do think there is that, though. I do think that there's a lot of light-skinned women, because when I was when I had my pod, I interviewed Daisy Markle, I think her name is, and she's a Kiss FM presenter, and she's mixed race. She's half Jamaican, half white, and we actually talked about colorism, but she was like, because like, actually I don't know if she said this, we talked about colorism, and it was interesting hearing about colorism that she faced from her perspective. But I think because it's been a lot of hate on dark-skinned women, the light-skinned women who have faced colorism don't feel like that. It's like a read the room situation. Like they can't actually
can't talk
speak on
about
the.
it.
Yes, it's like their experience is invalidated. But even though they have had experiences, and sometimes as well, like they've been treated a certain way because people have assumed that they're going to treat them. So the way certain light-skinned women are treated dark-skinned women, when you meet a light-skinned woman, you just assume that she's going to move that same way. But really, she's not that way inclined. And so because of that, now she's now suffered some form of like animosity. But they don't. I don't feel like they have the space to actually speak about it because the oppression. Do you know what I mean? It's like if black people are talking about the oppression and then someone white's come to talk about.
Exactly.
So
Do you know what
I mean?
it is?
It's like oppression Olympics.
Do you know what it's true? Because I remember one time I did a panel talk, and basically what I'm saying is I'm guilty of what you've just described.
Yeah.
Because I remember we're talking about lack of diversity in the industry and stuff like that, right? And I was talking about my experiences, and then one of them basically was just like, oh yeah, and she was complaining about them, I think them wanting to straighten her hair or something. The way I rolled my eyes in my head and I thought, sis, we're talking about real life issues,
FFR.
and you're coming to talk about your straightening
This
your
time
hair.
she's got curls.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I literally reduced her experience in my head.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying that I'm guilty of it.
That was like what was we talking about? You mentioned it yesterday. On Love Island. Who was it that said something to Whitney about the hair?
I was wondering why, because like Molly or Jess or something
Yeah.
like that. She said something. She goes, "Girl, please, we got different hair problems."
Seriously, she was like, please, let me fucking for real. But no, it is that though. It's difficult sometimes. But I do feel like the experiences are defo. There isn't the space to hear it, unfortunately. But
You said there isn't the space to hear it.
no, not everyone allows them the space to hear it. Because when we had her on the pod, I wanted to hear it because in my mind I'm like, no, there must be things that they face as well. Because she was even talking about like how when that whole when I talked about Amber Rose the other day and Jocelyn, and it's like, oh, you're black, you're white, you're da-da-da-da. And she was like how people just assume because you're mixed race, and especially because she looks white. So looking at her, you wouldn't think that she's mixed race. But she was like, it's a thing where like she's actually closer. It might be a thing where she's closer to a black family. But when she's there, they call she's white. But when she's with her white family, even though she looks white, they're like, oh, you're black. So she was like, it's that thing about feeling kind of lost and not knowing who
They're
your
lost within
community
themselves.
is.
See, that's why man get bunched into the same group, and that's why I don't want it, because man will try and bunch me.
You're not that anyway.
man will try and bunch me into. I can't relate to them experiences and the mixed race people because I'm not mixed in it. So there's nothing torn in me like on half and half
Yeah.
about no white experience. I don't feel like that in it. So
Yeah.
them experiences I don't have.
Yeah.
You get me? But everybody would throw man into the same boat because say yeah because man's light skin. Sure, rare, but I'm saying that I can't even relate to
Can't
that.
relate to them struggles. And that is a thing.
I can't even think of much. I can't even think of many times or like I'm trying to think of instances where my skin color affects me. Only within my own community where
They say you're mixed race.
basically, or if I'm not considered like Iman and Yusuf, that's probably like the only time I can think of. I can't think of like a negative time where my skin tone affects me negatively. I can't think because
It hasn't.
but I don't think it does. And even like I take the piss as well because as much as I was there could be spaces I could be in spaces where people might think
You're white passing.
I'm white passing. And if it benefits me,
Okay.
I'm not necessarily going to
You're
jump
going
out. I'm going to jump out the pram to everybody. Hey, my mom's black, baby. It's not about that right now. You think I'm an ally?
So yes, Scott.
You know what I'm trying to say? You believe I'm an ally. You believe we're kinfolk in some way, shape, or form. Let's
do it.
Let's do it. Let's go. You get me? If I'm going to get ahead.
It's so funny. That's fine. But I feel like everyone kind of does that, to be fair. Like, that's what you mean? Because even like with women, because of this whole thing with women at the moment, there's some advantage to being a woman. I'm not fighting for equality in those spaces. Thank you very much. I will have that. I will go to the front. Thank you very much. But yes, yeah.
So like the colorism that you guys have experienced as dark-skinned black women, do you feel like there's a exact opposite to that for light-skinned black women?
There's opposite.
Yeah. As in, so like
You've got love.
Huh?
Do you mean like?
As in, like, is there like a similar type of struggle that they go through, but it's only that's unique to them that you guys can't really empathize with?
I think it will be the race thing. The whole
Okay.
where are you from? Are you black? Are you white? Identify with one. Like you're not you're Oreo or you
Yeah.
appear black, but it's like but deep down you're still a white girl. Like I feel like theirs will be more race and feeling like they actually belong to a community.
Okay. But, okay. See, this is where we can get into some murky territory here. Because mixed race, are we saying they're black now? Because if you're mixed race and you have to pick one, that's because you've got two to pick from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're light skinned, you're part of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Sometimes
So-
if you're light skinned, they do say you're mixed race, so they
But-
misidentify you.
I was
Once
gonna
we
say-
know the truth,
Yeah, but what's as far as the colorism debate here that we're having, what experience are we speaking to? So obviously there's different ends of the spectrum. Dark skin is black, whatever. Light skin, like, are you talking about me or the rest of them? Because if you're mixed, when you get into mixed race, that's a
what I was
totally
gonna say.
that's a totally different
'Cause
experience.
I feel like some people will refer to a mixed race person as light skinned,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and someone like you as black,
Yeah.
but fair skinned. Do you
So
know what I mean?
then,
there's
again, so
many
when we start
cat-
talking about
there's
mixed race, we start
categories.
talking about mixed race people's experiences,
Exactly.
and that's not what we're
At
that's
all.
not what we're talking
No.
about. It's about color. It's about the spectrums of colors. It's about black people's experiences as being light skinned. So
It
all that
might
extra
be
white
then as
stuff don't
well.
even matter.
It might be then maybe like beauty standards as well then, because technically the whole the lighter skin, the fairer skinned you are, the more attractive you are. If you're a light skinned woman who doesn't fit the aesthetics that people assume you should look like, I assume that you get a hard time.
Okay, well, I don't want to speak for women as well, but is there's stuff to be said that like resentments between women of different skin tones because fair skinned women probably get more attention or get more leeway or get treated like they're better than they are
Yeah.
just because they're
100%.
fair skinned.
100%.
Yeah,
So then they
100%.
is there spaces when they would go places and there's like, I don't know, get shunned by the dark skinned girls or something where it's just like, stay
I do
there
think
with your
recently-
little light skin ass.
I do,
I
I
think
do
when I was
recently
no,
actually.
I agree. I think when I was younger, I've said this on Meets After 7. I didn't like light skinned girls when I was younger because my brothers put them on such a pedestal. It made me sick. Like, and I witnessed my brothers diss black girls all the time and like put light skin. Like, I just used to think,
No, you just throwing your brothers under the bus.
I was gonna say like they're just in it.
nigga, you know my
No,
ass.
I think there is that as well, because I think I've heard some. You know how the whole conversation about video vixens and stuff.
Yeah.
And how obviously back in the day they were all light skin, blah blah.
Then you
Because
had
there's this whole
Brooke
black
Bailey.
girl magic thing now. Some obviously people are fake with it, but there is that. It's affecting the girls in the industry, the light skin girls in the industry sometimes.
Do you
Where
know
now they all want Nubian looking queens, affecting the job.
I'm also thinking though, like I think in that respect, just like you had the Bria Miles and the like Brooke Baileys, and you know the rare, not rare, but like the one-offs who didn't fit the typical aesthetic. I feel like they thrived.
Yeah, no,
did.
there'll be anomalies. within
Yeah.
That's the thing. But I feel like back then as well, though, they're not. Because you know what it is? Even like with the glorifying of like dark skinned women and stuff like that, sometimes it is fetishy. Because really and truly, it tends, the ones I see anyway, Auntie, what's going on?
I'm
Do you
struggling.
know you're going for a lot today?
Let's make a
Let me go right.
It keeps dropping.
Okay.
See, it's fine. Don't worry.
It tends to be a thing where like when it's dark skinned women, it's like they're oiled up, they're sexy, they've got like a banging body. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not your average girl who's dark skinned walking. There has to be something that's quite, not cartoony, but something that's quite
Exaggerated.
exaggerated. Like if she has an amazing, like a big afro, it's like, oh my gosh, she's like the best thing since sliced bread. If her skin is like glistening so much, like, oh my gosh, like there's some form of objectification that makes people fawn over dark skinned women. Because it's not your average Tolu that's walking down the high street. Do you know what I mean? It has to be something, she's got a nice bum, or she's got a tiny waist, or her body is what society considers perfect. Small waist, big bum, da-da-da-da.
But is that objectification or just admiring that this dark-skinned woman is the greatest thing walking the planet?
It's objectification. It's definitely yeah, it is.
How do we separate the two though?
That's the thing people
Or
don't.
can it be?
You definitely can, but people don't.
So, okay, so how are you able to tell the difference, for example? So say you was walking down the street and you heard this conversation. How would you know if this person trying to objectify you?
I think if
or
you
just admiring?
if you focus on body parts, or there's just certain, if you keep focusing on the same point, that is a form of objectification. Objectification.
Okay.
I feel like if you say like, oh, like this is okay. It's like if this is, I'm not really checking for white guys, right? Because they've been doing so much about my skin. Oh, you that chocolate or like, calm down. That is a form of objectification. Do you know what I'm saying? If you see a girl who looks beautiful and whatever, like, oh, her waist, her body, then you just banging on about it. That is objectifying, rather than just saying, oh, she looks beautiful as a beautiful woman. And that's it. Then even if there is objectification in there, we can't tell. But the objectifiers make sure they let you know what it is about that woman they like.
Does it matter who it's coming from? So could a black man be the same objectifier?
Yeah, of course.
Everybody can be object. What do you mean? Oh, no,
I
I
feel
meant
like-
white men were, sorry, white women
Yeah,
were
you
just
were talking about white men before, right?
No, that was just, no, I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about black men too.
Okay.
The white men one was just a light example.
Okay,
But
cool.
I think even women can objectify women as well.
Okay.
Anyone can objectify anybody. Women objectify men.
Because I'm just trying to figure out how somebody who prefers dark-skinned women, or even light-skinned women, whatever, and likes everything from head to toe, can think all of these things in his mind, maybe even say it to her, right? And not just be admiring what God's made, as opposed to objectifying. How does one make the difference?
I think with objectifying, if it's like a consistent like theme and it's like that's all you refer to, or like you know when it comes across like that's all that there is to that person, then it becomes objectifying. Do you get what I mean?
So okay, so it doesn't have to be sexual.
I guess for me, I see it in a sexual manner.
Okay, so if someone's like, oh, your skin's amazing, like it's dark and it's just glistening and all this beautiful stuff, just about your skin though, what's that?
That's objectifying in my books.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be sexy for you to objectify me, because you're reducing me to just that.
Is it reducing though, or is it more so
Oh
highlighting?
God, this is how I feel.
Okay.
I can't get this. Is like obviously people define objectification
Yeah.
different, and they experience it and they feel it differently.
That's true.
For me, if you meet me and you're just focusing on how my skin is just shining,
Is that coming from a black man or a white man? Or
both.
both?
Both.
But what
I
if they
think-
love your inside just as much as your skin? But they love it though. The skin's for them. Like they love it. Innit? This is what
Well,
they
you know
want to
you can love
highlight.
something here, but not like bang on about like you love it so much it's making me sick.
But,
Like,
hold on,
relax.
so,
But that's-
so
you
if
want
a
someone to
dark-skinned man
champion it.
felt that way about you, you'll feel the same way?
Yeah, because you're just banging on about the same thing. But when it comes to skin, like actual skin, I tend to get it from like non-black people, because obviously black men are used to seeing that. So with them, they objectify like other things. Do you get what I mean? But for me, if you're just carrying on and this is the focus, it makes me feel like this is the focus of your attraction to me. I feel like you're reducing me to that thing, because if that thing wasn't there, then what are we doing here?
All right, so are we saying here, is it exclusive? Are you women telling us black men that we should not lift up the melanated covering on your body
So when
in
I was,
public places?
so everything I was saying,
Should we not scream it from the top of the roofs? Screaming, saying, we love your darkness. We love it. Rub it all over me. I want to bathe in it.
See, now you're taking it too far.
Wait, so what? Wait.
no, I'm letting him get his Cock Franklin shit off. Carry on. Carry on. When you're done, you let me know when I can speak.
I'm only saying what I'm saying only because what I'm hearing is coming dangerously close to we should now shut our mouths
About what we like.
about what it is that we love.
See, I don't understand how you're hearing me
Wait,
speak.
let me finish. I said it was dangerously coming close, and I wanted you to basically clarify.
Yeah, see, I don't see how close it is at all.
Wait a minute.
No, you're taking a long time, Kirk. But carry on. Sorry.
I really
Go on, King.
enjoy, and sometimes maybe it's a bad thing, pointing out to dark-skinned women that I prefer them over the light-skinned women. I really enjoy doing that, right? What happened?
You're a sicko, you know.
What happened?
I really enjoy doing that.
What?
You made me off.
Oh, sorry. Hold up. Let's go.
I really enjoy doing that.
I really enjoy objectifying.
No, but
women.
how many? Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
That's what I said. That's not what I said. Wait. Good morning, caller.
Because I really enjoy
Morning.
complimenting women. I really enjoy objectifying them.
All right. Good morning, caller.
Oh gosh, so
Hello?
stupid.
What's all the difference
Yeah, we can hear you now.
with?
Wi-Fi.
Keep on.
Hello.
Basically, I want to know the difference between like men
Hey, you
objectifying.
rapping?
Wait.
Hey,
Sorry,
Busta
caller. One
Rhymes.
second. One second, caller.
1 second, babes.
Just getting the headphones.
All right.
Hello.
Go on.
Basically, I just want to talk about a thin margin with objectifying these black women and uplifting. And also with women, they objectify themselves pretty much. As there'll be a random girl and they just say, oh, she's pretty or she's got body. Like, what's the difference with that?
Pourquoi?
What's the question?
Sorry, say
What's the
the
difference?
question again, please.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Basically, so, how come like women, they objectify other women? Like, they don't know nothing about them and say, oh, like she's pretty, or like she's good, or like she's gorgeous. Like, what's the difference when a guy does it?
Question quickly for the room, right? Is highlighting what you like about someone objectifying them?
This is why.
Because that's what I'm not getting right now.
But I don't understand how you guys missed my point. I said repeatedly focusing on something. If you compliment somebody, that's fine. That's a compliment. But if you have like you just keep repeating the same thing. I'm sure I said that.
So
Did
it's
I
like
not?
excessive, basically. You're just saying it's like it's too much. It's just.
Yeah, but I did say that. Did I not? Am I going mad? This is one of the things where I didn't say what I said and you guys are saying I said it.
I'm not sure. I'm
Because
not
I
even-
said,
Yeah.
it's about when you repeatedly focus on something and you make them feel like this is it. This is all there is to them. So
Yeah.
you reduce them to this one thing.
Man, just bang the phone though.
No, but what about what about if you're not just reducing them to just one thing and that's all it is? What about if you're just championing something? So
How many times are you championing in one conversation?
I should be able to champion it every day. If I'm with Gina,
Not every day.
if I'm
One
with Gina
conversation. No.
and she's walking around, I should be able to champion her figure every day
day
of
is
my
different.
life
Every
and
day
put it
is-
on a pedestal
Especially
and tell
You're
you.
not feeling beautiful? Tell
Amen.
them.
Tell her how
Amen.
much I want it every day, every second of the
Amen,
day.
amen.
Every time she walk past me,
Preach, preacher. I'm joking.
so why can't I objectify my girl?
No, thing is, I kind of hear Esther though, because obviously, if you've got so much things going for yourself, or your partner keeps talking about this one physical aspect of you, wait. One physical aspect of you, I can understand why she might feel, what, is that all there is to me? That's all you like about me, is just my, whatever it is, insert compliment here. I can see why someone would be offended by that.
No, definitely if that's what you're reduced to. But if
Yeah.
we're here on a level and you know,
No, you use explaining.
no, if that's just what you're used to. But if you would know from our relationship that how much I respect you as a person, how much high intelligent I think you are, all these other things.
Well, you know
I
what's
don't-
mad, yeah?
I
But you
can't
ain't
go there
saying
for your
it.
intelligence.
But
You
you
can't
ain't
walk
saying
past me and I see your intelligence and I'm like, jeez, I can't objectify your knowledge and that. But aesthetics, you can do that, innit? So why is it just
wait.
reducing you just to your figure, just because that's what I'm
Are you
outwardly
talking about
thinking? All the other stuff I
Are you
like.
talking about a girl or just someone you met for the first time?
Because I'm talking
But I'm
about when I met for the first time, not my flipping partner.
No, but you're
Wait for
saying
my partner
You're
is
saying
every
constantly
day.
because even every day you'd think you start to question whether my partner thinks I'm more than just this figure, innit? Because that's what they're doing. So it would still be the same thing.
So when you first meet me, you can't tell my intelligence. As my
Exactly.
partner now, you can tell my intelligence, and all you still focus on is the fact that I've got a nice bum. You're not reducing me to my bum.
Or the skin as well.
Or the
But
skin.
also-
Because I mean, when I started this conversation, I wasn't even talking about like a long-term partner. In my mind, my partner would not be objectifying me that way or blah blah. I wasn't thinking of partner. I'm thinking of people that I meet. That's
Okay.
why I said if I meet you or whatever it was, and you bring me, and all you focus on is how melanated my skin is, that is a form of objectifying.
Oh, so you just
But
talk about
also,
initial
though,
interactions, like
Yes, but also I have to make it very clear because clearly it's missing, is that this is me. This is how I feel about objectification. So when you ask, am I saying that women can be complimented? You compliment any woman you want to compliment. I'm not going to stop you anyway. Even if I said it wasn't, you should be complimenting women. You're going to do whatever you want to do anyway. I'm speaking to myself. If I'm interacting with somebody and you keep focusing on the one thing and you make it seem as like you bring me down to just this one thing, whether it's skin, whether it's body, whether it's fit, whatever it is, I feel objectified. This is me. That's my story. It's not for everybody. I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm speaking for myself.
Can I just ask you, only because the caller asked a question about
Yes.
when women do it. He's basically saying women do it all the time to other women.
Yeah.
Do you see it in the same way? Is that also objectifying? And if it
But-
is it as bad as when men do it?
But that's the thing, because I said it's about repeatedly
but-
doing
yeah,
that. And I did say earlier as well that women do it to men, men do it to women do it to women, and I'm sure men do it to men. Do you know what I mean? So it is something that can be done to anybody, but it's about reducing somebody to this one thing that you like. So yes, to answer the caller's question, women can do it to women as well.
I think everything you're saying makes sense to me.
Thank you. I'm glad someone understands. Is the caller still
I
there?
don't get why
No,
I don't get
it's gone,
why everyone
you,
doesn't
Kola.
get it.
I didn't say I don't get it.
Oh,
It's not about not getting it. It's just more so like
No, you didn't get it.
Huh?
You didn't get it.
No, but
because
it's just
Brett-
more so-
this conversation.
No, because
I don't get it.
Yeah.
No,
I
Brett
can see I don't
doesn't.
get it.
Because how can I say what I said and you're bringing it to am I saying that women don't want to be complimented? Of course not. Of course, women want to be uplifted and whatever else. I'm talking about the objectification.
I remember when I said that I said it was coming dangerously close.
It's not anywhere near close, though.
No,
That's
but
the
you know
that's
what
the
it is?
issue.
I
How is
feel
it
like-
dangerously close?
I feel like maybe because you took issue with her mentioning skin. 'Cause obviously, for example, if you meet a woman and she got a big bum and all you keep talking about is her bum, her bum, her bum, her bum, her bum, she'll take issue with that.
See, I have no problem with that because I understand that.
Yeah.
Sexual and stuff, innit?
The skin is what I
No,
said. we should
and
focus
that's
on.
why I mentioned, I think you're taking issue with the skin
But that's what I
element of
said.
it.
Let's focus on
I know,
the
but the
skin
convo went away
because this
from
is
that,
about
innit?
colorism.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
but-
Let's get back to
And
the
we
skin
live
then.
we live in an age, and I hear what you're saying. You've clarified that I didn't listen to you, and you said if a stranger comes to you and says it, you said if a dark skinned man comes to you and compliments your dark skin, again you have a problem with that. That's why
I did
when
not say that.
No, she's but
consistently mentioning it.
Then say consistently. Don't say when someone comes and compliments me about something, I'm going to have an issue with that. That is not what I said.
Cool.
That is not objectification.
But when I hear consistent, I'm not. I guess it's my problem because I'm not factoring in an extreme. I'm not factoring in a black man comes to you and all the entire date he's saying, "Oh my goodness, I love your skin. Oh my goodness, I love your skin. Oh my god." That's just a dead boring date. I'm not factoring that into my head. So when he was going back and forth with you, the questioning sounded as though because he went through different variations. And in doing that, all I'm hearing is, all right, maybe it's not just an extreme you're talking about. It's if you focus on my skin full stop, I have a problem with it. And I guess I'm triggered because I've grown up knowing full well that my sisters, they've been turned down because like a light-skinned girl, not just because a light-skinned girl is there, obviously, light people, but look. But they've come and communicated. They've come and communicated how they have been denigrated because of their dark skin, right? And I'm in this particular tribe. I'm in this community where I can see this stuff happening, and I could see it, like falling into spaces like social media, where dark-skinned black women are getting slapped left, right, and center. I'm seeing it in music videos, left, right. I'm seeing this conversation happen. So I'm thinking, I can do something about this. I can go out. I can ignore that lighty and choose my dark-skinned woman. And I can basically make sure she understands her skin, for me, is one of the biggest turn-ons for me. Even if it is I wasn't articulating that before, because I didn't used to go out and start complimenting. Now I can start doing that so that I can basically tip the scale. Do you understand? Restore some balance.
But do you really believe that though? Because what that's sounding like to me now is like like you're doing charity work.
Charity, so you're saying.
Listen, I hear what I said.
And this is the issue because anyway, whatever.
Hear what I said. I thought that before, but I didn't articulate it in a excessive manner in which it is I do. In the, I guess, the intentful manner. Now that I'm seeing the imbalance now, and I'm seeing my bloody sisters, I'm picturing my sisters in these particular conversations I'm seeing on social media. I'm placing them in there, and I'm thinking, I can do something about this. Because it's the black men that black women are basically saying they're choosing light-skinned women over dark-skinned women. Right? It's the black men that are championing them 24/7. So let me be a black man and look to bring some balance. And yes, you can say that's charity. I don't mind doing this charity. I don't mind doing this charity work.
Yeah, but that particular girl, may not need your charity.
And you know what?
And
Or
once it is that you've articulated, I don't like it. All right, cool, I won't do it.
And I think actually that's probably part of why I feel objectified about that as well, because sometimes it doesn't feel genuine. It's like you're overcompensating because you know that society's told me to hate my skin, so now you're making a big deal about said skin, and it just feels very
like a novelty.
like
stranger who comes
it's
to
not
you-
from
wait,
your
wait.
heart. It's just
This stranger who
This
comes
is
to
it.
you, moves to you, you think that he's doing it out of charity?
This is what Lord, this is what I said. When it comes to the whole skin and objectifying thing, I feel like when it's an not compliment, an objectification of my skin, it feels like it's charity to me because there's more to me than my skin. Fair enough, you meet me, you can't see my personality, but you can see my smile, You can see I have a nice face. You can see other things about me. But if you choose to just keep focusing on my skin, obviously when it's non-black people, I see that as a fetish situation anyway. When it's black people, I see that as you trying to just compensate for the harm society has done on me. And it just doesn't sit right with me.
To be honest, I as all of y'all know, I do this all across the board. If it is I smell you and you're smelling lovely, I stop, I make the compliment, I keep it moving. Your smile, if it is this, oh my goodness, compliment, keep it moving. Good morning, caller, what's your name?
It's Maggie from the comments, actually.
Morning, Maggie.
Nice to meet you, Maggie.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Morning. I'm fine, thank you. I wanted to call in. First time caller.
Big up you,
Finally.
big up you, girl.
I've been trying to get Maggie to call in for a while now.
Well, you're beefing all the time.
Yeah. I prefer to be in the comments, being a comments warrior. So yeah.
All right, what's on your mind today, man?
So I just wanted to basically say that this topic around like reverse colorism, I think to say something is reverse, we need to say that it affects the other just as much as dark skinned people, and it doesn't. So when we're talking about colorism, a lot of times the topic gets stuck in dating preferences and beauty politics, wherein, in terms of like darker skinned people, it affects their salary, ability to get hired. Sentencing for dark skinned people is normally harsher. The medical profession discriminates against darker skinned people. So I think sometimes we get caught up in this whole like dating preferences and beauty politics, which is important. But when we're talking about actual colorism, you can't say how it affects light skinned people is the same as darker skinned people. And this is coming from someone who is a light skinned person with two black parents, by the way.
Okay, so from the examples that you gave here, is that more so racism though? Because if you're talking about okay, so go on.
No, because when we're talking about race, obviously as a black person, you face racism in the workplace and stuff like that. However, I know as a light-skinned person, you have privileges dark-skinned people do not have. So that's what I'm saying. So when people are talking about colorism, when you look at the definition of colorism, it's systematic. It affects you within the workplace. It can affect you within, the legal system, all of these things. This is more so than just racism. As black people, we experience racism. However, when it's between maybe a dark-skinned person and a light-skinned person, if you think about masculinity, it assumes that darker-skinned people are more masculine, more aggressive. So in terms of like police interactions, if you are a dark-skinned person, you are going to be treated more harshly by the police. So yes, there is racism, but then there's another level to that, which is colorism. And I think people, when they're talking about reverse colorism, I think people are talking more about bullying. I said, as a light-skinned person, I've experienced bullying. It is not colorism, it's bullying, it's different.
And it's still colorism just within your own community.
Yeah, because I think basically everyone's kind of focusing on what we do amongst ourselves. But if you bring in work, like the workplace, in courts, interactions with the police, this is typically from white people, from people outside of our race. This is why I mentioned the whole racism thing. Of course, I get what you're saying about the whole light skin may be perceived as less aggressive and things of that nature, right? And maybe more forgiving. You can be more forgiving to light skinned people when it comes to handing out sentences and whatnot, right? But amongst ourselves, like, where is this issue really coming from? You know what I'm saying?
But even amongst ourselves, in terms of like, if I'm arguing, say if I was arguing with a darker skinned woman, I would not be perceived as the aggressor, even amongst ourselves. So I think that's what I'm saying in terms of like, there's levels to it, there's differences. I think when light skin, and also in terms of how colorism affects women versus men can be very different. So in terms of like, I think for men, I think it should be recognized that light-skinned men, their masculinity gets challenged a lot by other darker skinned men. Because again, if you go back to the root, because there's this association that masculinity is more with darker skinned people. So it affects men and women differently. But like I said, in terms of the exact reverse colorism for against light-skinned people, it doesn't exist.
But they're playing in different fields, isn't it? I think when you go into the communities and you go into black people and all that, yeah, and then you get into colorism, then you get to the dark skinned people. Like I'm saying, that's outwardly, yeah, and then it's going to be around racism and all that kind of stuff. So it's always going to feel different. You get me? It's always going to feel more vindictive, more very rare. And then when you get to a lighter skinned person now, their colorism is going to be within their own community. So it's still like role. It's like role reversal almost in a sense of outwardly. Light-skinned people are getting more privileges, getting away with stuff. So I don't know whether like a white or a person of non-color might see them as more than, if that makes sense, like easily better to work with, rare. But then when you come home and you flip that in your community where you're from, you're seen as less than because of your skin color. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That you're not as black, you're not as this, you're not as that, rare. So there's some kind of thing to have. There's some kind of conversation to have. There's some kind of gripe that they have that everybody can't appreciate. Everybody's experiences, they're different, innit? There's just you can't diminish them. They're different, but they're there, innit? Like people still feel how they feel. There's something going on there, definitely.
So based on that, yeah, Maggie, would you say that's just bullying, or would you say that's like colorism though?
As I said, I definitely think in terms of like when you're a light-skinned person, your blackness can get challenged. But in terms of like my experience, that's the most. That's literally the worst thing.
I said that earlier. I couldn't think of experiences where my colour is.
Yeah.
It's just within my own community where my blackness gets questioned and stuff like that. There's not much examples I can remember off the top of my head where I'm like, but this is happening.
Then within our own community, I can think of many examples of where, and I'll talk as a light-skinned black woman, that you're pedestalized, that you are, that you're put up on a pedestal. So in terms of like the experience, like I said, it's not comparable in terms of what some of the issues that dark-skinned like women are going through. That's my point. I just think it's like when white people say reverse racism, there's definitely times when white people experience maybe like ignorance. They have been because of their race, they have been made to feel like separate. But to say that they experience reverse racism is just not true. So I think that's what it is. I think it's in terms of the challenging around like blackness, that could be almost like a separate discussion. It doesn't have to always come up in a discussion about colorism, which, as I said, is very specific to darker skinned people. And if you look at the definition, it's right there. Okay. And not just in our community, in the Asian community as well.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Maggie.
Appreciate your call.
That was it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So, like, I wanted to ask you guys, yeah, if because obviously, some of the examples that Maggie gave here is based on some of our interactions of black people outside of our race, right? If we were to keep this like completely contained to just black people, what are light-skinned people doing to black people? To dark-skinned people? That makes us say, you know what, this is bad or this is whatever.
Nothing.
So there's no colorism amongst ourselves, basically. Are we saying everything comes from like externally?
What are you saying? What are light-skinned people doing to black people? What?
Yeah. So basically, like Maggie was basically giving examples of certain things that we as black people face outside of, you know, like in everyday society, right? Like in interactions with police and workplaces, this, that, and the third. But if you were to isolate this and make it just about black people's interactions with each other, where's the colorism coming from? So, for example,
Asking people.
Huh?
Good morning, caller.
Good morning, caller.
Such an egg.
I'm just saying.
My name's Jamal.
Jamal. Good morning.
Jamal.
Right, so I'm seeing this topic, and you know what is? I'm gonna keep it real. I think it's quite silly, and I'll tell you what's the root of it. It's women, because really and truly, as men, we don't care. It's more of a women thing, and how they appeal to men. Because back in the day, it was like obviously on TV or in movies, lighter women are more appreciated.
all my life, I've always appreciated dark-skinned women, any women that I'm actually attracted to. So really, this is a non-issue, and I think we should be focusing on other topics than this, bro. I keep it real.
See, the problem
You know
with
what I'm
that
saying?
is you're reducing our experience.
Trust
though,
me,
because
because
for you
you
to say
can't relate.
all you've done, like you have appreciated dark-skinned women. The women that you are attracted to are dark-skinned, and it's a non-issue. That's based on your personal experience. Though.
Exactly. There's a
So
lot
for
of men.
us who have experienced it on the receiving end, you're basically saying it doesn't exist. No?
Okay. So wait, hold on. You've experienced it, but I'll be real. Like, you see where it is, yeah. From my experience in it, yeah. You see, when the Caribbeans came in, yeah, they were one of the first black people to be in this country, innit? Or a lot of them in it, yeah. Then it was the West Africans, yeah. Then it was the East Africans, yeah. But from each group, yeah, there's been like some sort of colorism, anyways. You hear what I'm saying? So from time the East Africans came in, they were getting badded up in school, anyways. Oh, you're Somali, you're this, you're that. Oh, you're Ethiopian. Oh, you're not black. You know what I'm saying? And you man are complaining about colorism. Like, come on, man. You man have to grow up. I'll be real.
Say grow up.
See, this is
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is
Off the phone,
bro.
bro.
This is the thing. You can't come and tell me to grow up talking about my
Are you
experiences
alright?
because you've not experienced it.
You haven't experienced
No,
it,
hold on.
and you haven't been colorist towards anybody. Does not mean that people are not experiencing colorism at the hands of other people. What are you talking about?
No, but
So just
hold-
because you
hold
can't
on,
relate
hold
to
on.
something,
No, hold
that
on,
means means it's not happening.
Hold on. No, hold
Okay.
on. But there's
Jalan
my thing
Laura
is,
Gojo.
no, hold on.
What she
There's-
said.
My thing is there's bigger issues than this. You hear what I'm
Okay,
saying?
good for you, Brennan.
And how are you tackling the bigger issues?
No,
I
hold on.
can't be bothered.
Listen,
Hey, we'll do that.
what I'm
There's
saying-
bigger issues.
look,
Okay, and
I'm
what
saying
are you
is-
doing to tackle the bigger issues?
No, forget about what am I doing? What are you lot doing, bro? You hear what I'm saying?
You know what I don't understand?
Hold on.
This is a topic. This is a topic that
Hold on,
someone has
wait,
brought
hold
up.
on, hold
yeah?
on, hold on.
We're
Hold on a
discussing the
minute.
topic, and now you're telling
No,
us
hold
to
on,
grow
hold
up. Be fucking for real.
Wait, hold on. I'm saying here's what I'm saying.
Jamal, you're funny. I'll give you that. You're funny.
No, hold on.
You are
Hold on, hold
hilarious.
on, hold on. I missed what he said. What did he say? What did he say? Let me learn.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Let's get some control on the show, innit? Because you man,
Let's get some control here, though.
Go on,
I'm saying-
control the thing.
I'm saying to you, there's bigger issues than this. You hear what I'm saying? That's why I said it's a non-issue. That colorism, come on, man. Let's be for real, man.
What would you like us
Yeah,
to talk
okay.
about, Jamal?
Oh, he just means a topic altogether.
Yeah, he wants us
Alright.
to scrap this topic. He didn't want us to have this topic of the day.
Oh, okay.
So what other topics would you like us to do? Let me make a list.
Alright, cool. Okay, talk about how there's not enough ethnic. Alright, I'm black in it, so let's talk about how there's not enough black boys going to university,
Okay.
and there's more black women going to university. Why is that? You know what I'm saying? Why are we not climbing up and
Because
getting
university
into
costs 15 grand a year.
Yeah, but bruv, university, but it's still important. It could put you there. Or why are we not going into more apprenticeships? Those are the things that we should be more focused on. Colorism, bro. Come on, my guy, bro. Why we so That's some stupid shit, bro. Let's be real, bro.
Jamal,
Why are we behind? No, hold on.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Why are we behind? You know what I'm saying? Colorism. That's more of a gal thing. Have you heard man them say, because because man's not light skin, I'm not getting gal. Come on, that's a gal thing, bro. Let's be real, bro.
Okay, but are there only men on this podcast?
Are you telling me? Wait, hold on.
I don't
Are you
understand.
telling
I have a
me?
suggestion to make, Jamal.
Start your
Yeah,
own
go on.
pod.
There's that.
Go and start your own
The
show.
topic of the day today
Wait, hold
was
on.
sent
No,
in
no,
by
hold on,
another
hold on,
listener.
No, hold on. But you're saying start your own pod, yeah? But people like me calling it is what make your show. You hear what I'm saying?
Okay.
So really and truly, you might feel in
Yeah,
one
sure would
type
have been
way.
lit if you didn't call in.
We actually
But,
didn't need this interaction,
yeah.
but okay.
But no, Jamal, honestly, I feel like the topics you want us to talk about, they sound important. So what I would suggest is do what this listener did, who sent in this topic of the day, and send it in to us, bullet points, what you want us to cover, what you want us to talk about, and we'll definitely be doing that.
Yeah, say that and have
Thank
a
you,
lovely
Black
day.
No, Jamal, hold up before you leave. How old are you?
Me, I'm 24.
All right. And where did you grow up?
I grew up in London, big man.
What part of London?
Big man.
West London.
West London. All right, cool. Thank you very much.
Lovely.
And thank you
Thanks,
for calling.
Jamal. We look forward to your email and your messages. Have a great day, King.
You lot are so much more mature than me, boy.
I gotta remember, I'm at my place of of work.
Another question, yeah, from the same person, yeah.
Yeah.
Before we
But
turn-
Jamal or the...
No.
Okay.
Is voicing that you we kind of touched on this to be fair, but is voicing you like dark skin in today's day and age always seen as uplifting because we live in a colorist society?
Is voicing you like?
That you like dark skin
Bring me in.
people.
The comments clearly.
No message Jamal's moving like Tyreek.
From Love Island.
Oh, I don't watch this. I don't get the reference.
yeah. Basically, man. That is how Derek will speak. Well, sorry. So it's voicing you like dark skin.
It's voicing that you like dark skin people, for example. Dark skin as a preference, whatever. Yeah. In today's day and age, always seen as uplifting because we live in a colorist society.
Is that?
Because it seemed like kind of like what you and Yusuf were saying about how it can be or will be perceived as charity work. Because we live in a colorist society, me just mentioning how I love your beautiful dark skin and this, that, and the third, it's like, I'm thank you for the compliment, this, that, and the third, but do I really mean it? You know what I'm saying? Do I have to say it? And also, okay, you know what? To you women here, right? If someone said that to you as a compliment, how would you feel? Just as a compliment.
Dark skin women.
No, I like your dark skin. Just as a normal compliment. Like, your dark skin's amazing, this, that, and the third.
Yes, yeah. Let me
Not
let Gina
excessive.
go. Let me let Gina go.
Just in the conversation.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Like,
Yeah, I'm not with it.
I don't get it. Like, what is going on here?
You don't get what? As a
What's that? I missed it. What happened?
What?
If someone compliments a woman saying, I like her dark skin, like, where are we going with
Yeah,
this?
like I fully understand where this is coming from. I just move, man.
Serious?
Yeah.
What is, like, you've never seen dark skin before? Like, I don't get it. Like, what is it that, how, this is, do you know what it is? Do you know what it comes down to?
Yeah.
Niggas
It's
ain't
not
got no
my
game.
style of compliments. So maybe it works for some women. I don't know if Gina can let me know what she feels.
Yeah, I would never
But
say
it's
that
not
to a
my
woman.
style.
What type of corny shit is that, bro?
Bro, it's not, this is not how you approach me.
So you prefer more so, you got nice smile, eyes, that type of thing?
That's more my level.
Why is that not, why is the dark skin thing not in the same type
It's
of
just
thing?
it's just not my style. I don't have an explanation for you other than it's just not my. It's not if a guy approaches me and says, "Oh, I love your dark skin," that's not what makes me think.
That's a terrible bar, by the way.
But why does it have to be a bar? Why can't it just be like...
It's a terrible compliment. It's a terrible statement.
Why?
I don't have to
Why do
explain
you-
why, man. It's
why
just
do
so
you-
obvious.
It's not obvious to me.
But why
That's
do you
just-
like?
I'm genuinely asking.
Okay, why would you? Okay, what is the reason why you would compliment a woman's dark skin? Maybe let's go from there.
Amazing. It looks divine to me.
Oh, divine.
It might be calling to you, but
Okay, do you know? Okay, wait, Gina, what do you think?
Now, what if her melanin was popping though? Like, what if it was?
Do you know
I
what?
already told you,
Maybe,
Gina, what do you think?
No, but
now?
there's a way to approach a woman. And
maybe
that's
I
not the
don't
way.
think I don't know. Like I don't think I'd be offended.
No.
I get complimented on my skin a lot though, because I've got good skin. Do you know what I mean? So I think maybe like I'd be like, all right, thank you. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't see it as objectifying because, like I said, I get it from men and women. Do you know what I mean? Even the other day on the pod, you said, "Am I wearing fun?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
but
for
then that
me-
was like your. Because I feel like I get what you mean, but that's face. Because I compliment people's facial skin that you have no pores. Like your skin is clear, not one hyperpigmentation to your name. Because I made the whole foundation. I was like, oh wait, do you get what I mean? But complimenting my skin from head, scalp to toe to heel.
And the thing is, even if you want to compliment skin, you don't have to say dark skin. Just
No,
say,
but I feel like-
just say
but-
skin.
Because you know what? I can be like,
Don't
your skin
highlight
is
dark.
glowing.
Yeah, your
I've said
skin
that to you
glowing,
guys.
yeah,
No,
even.
but I don't want to highlight that you got nice skin with no spots. I want to highlight it's dark. It's
Nigga,
beautiful.
I know
to me.
I'm dark because I look in the mirror every day. You don't have to tell me.
Because you know, I've complimented even
You also know you got a nice smile.
No,
What are you
I've
saying is, why are you
complimented-
taking
I've
offense to
compliment-
that? What are you
but
saying
This
is?
is what it is. I
incredible
feel
to
like it's about how you say it because
Yeah.
I've complimented you and and I've said you guys are glowing. Like your skin has a nice glow to it.
Don't
But if I'm
ins-
like,
Don't
I like your
don't
dark
insult
skin.
the other person's intelligence. I know I'm dark.
It's
skin.
divine.
You don't have to tell me my skin is divine. It's dark. I know it's
Divine.
dark.
That's not
I look in the mirror
insulting
every day.
intelligence.
I'm
To me, it is.
confused.
to
you know?
me, I can't lie to you. It's just very.
Not in a breezy way, just in the way he's pushing back on it. It's like, yeah, I know my skin's dark, bro. You don't have to tell me my skin's dark and call me divine and queen. I just find that shit corny. That's just me.
I didn't say queen.
That's
None
me.
of that.
That's me.
I'm not
It's
trying to
me
make
too.
it. I'm not
That's
trying to
me.
make it Hotepian.
Hotep, nigga.
But that's the thing. I'd rather you
looking
call
at
me
it-
queen than tell me
Empress.
my
Are you
skin is
putting
divine.
empress? Are you putting empress in front of
Well
that?
done, Empress.
I'm not even saying none of that.
No, but you know what? I'd get a queen than a divine any day. You telling me my skin is divine? Do you know what it is to use the word divine?
No, divine is
Divine.
absolute trash.
Relax, sir. But this is I'm you know, this is my.
I'm
not
baffled.
I'm
Like,
not
I've
knocking
never been
you.
more confused on the show.
I'm not
Divine
knocking
is
you.
not
It's just
bollocks.
not my
Hey,
style.
Brent, go off,
policy.
man. Go off. Brent.
Obviously,
no,
you're Mr.
sorry.
Poet. Of course,
You
you
say
love
talk
that.
like that.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
I'm triggered right now.
Exactly.
Darling.
I'm triggered right now. I will call you beautiful. I will call you.
Darling.
I will call
Thank
you
you.
splendid.
Yes,
That's great.
Splendid.
Everything.
Splendid confectionery. 100%. I'll go through the litany
You're a
of
damn
superlatives.
egg,
I'll
you
run
are.
through it.
Man said
Splendid
splendid
But the thing is,
confectionery.
I take that from you because I know you to be that type of person. That's how you type. Look at the walls.
Look at the walls.
Just imagine
That's a splendid
a woman
confectionery.
came to you, Marks, and said, "You look splendid. You look divine. You feel good, right?
Your caramel looking
So
ass.
good. As opposed to your lane, your buff.
She ain't gonna say chocolate.
Nah, man.
Hey, don't.
Roll
These
out
are,
the divine.
see, racism in shades.
I did that on purpose.
See racism in the room. Huh?
She said, with your caramel looking ass, I said, well, she ain't gonna say chocolate.
Do you see? Do you see?
Your skin is divine.
Do you see what's going on?
You approach me saying, "My skin is
Was it
divine."
reverse
You
colorism,
don't get
innit?
that.
Yeah, it's reverse colorism, man. It's crazy.
I'm just participating.
Yeah, she's just
As I
showing case
should.
in point. innit?
Literally.
I think complimenting skin is fine. I don't think you need to highlight and say dark though.
I like your dark
Yes,
skin.
I like your dark skin.
You
It's
don't
divine.
need to do anything.
I
The
like
fact
your
is
dark
that it's there,
skin.
and it's in front of me, and it looks amazing, and I want to tell you.
I'm getting the ick.
What?
Fine,
That's fine.
You're getting second-hand tips. Second-hand tips.
You think it's so uncomfortable? What the heck is going on
And
here?
the fact that he's right next to you as well. is
I
making
want to
it-
tell
yeah.
you about it. No, shut up.
You know when guys look at light skinned girls, say, "Oh, I could picture my babies being real nice and the hair being." I
it's giving.
hate that crap.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I hate. So I guess I understand what you're talking
But that's
about
what- do
because
you know what that's
I
what it's
feel
giving
like
me.
I want to throw up in my mouth.
That's what it's giving.
But for sisters in my own flipping tribe, for me to basically, especially in this environment where their darkness, their melanated population is nah. For me,
Question: Have you always
I'm louding them up.
question? Have you always louded up the dark skin? Has that always
that's
been
what
your?
I said before. I didn't. I just.
Why didn't you before?
But I explain this.
No, but
I thought about it
asking
as in,
now.
and I would look, I'd be attracted, ooh, lovely, but I wouldn't communicate it.
Why is that?
Like in mixed company.
Why is that? I want to get to the bottom of this, and I can bring you back up. I uplift you.
Before I knew it was a thing, I didn't have to do anything because I didn't know it was a thing. When I started seeing the effect of me not basically showcasing that my sister's wavy
Okay,
amongst
yeah.
this. But I said this.
So
I
then-
said when I saw social media and all the conversations about colorism and this, that, and next, and my skin folk was now being denigrated and bypassed because of they're too dark. They're not being picked for the music. They're too dark. I was like, I can do something whereas I'm sitting.
So do you
whereas
feel
I'm
like?
standing.
Do you feel like then when you then meet a dark? Like I understand, 100% understand that. I get it, right? So do you feel like then when you meet a dark skinned woman and you want to highlight the fact that you don't only like her skin, you like her dark skin and it's divine. You want to enter it and whatever else you want to say. Do you feel like
wear it too.
you want to wear it? You want it smothered all over you? Yeah, you want all of
Jeffrey
that.
Dahmer.
Get lost
Yeah.
in it.
Lost in it. Stop the thing, bro.
Yeah, your whole looking ass. When you say that, do you not feel like part of that comes from like wanting to compensate egg relax?
Sorry.
To be honest,
No, wait. No, wait. But that's the
I
thing.
don't mind
But
about
this is the thing. So, do you feel like part of that is you wanting to compensate for lost times?
As in, I feel guilty.
No, as in for the times that you thought it, but you never said it. You never vocalized it.
I think you're suggesting that I wanted to vocalize it, but I was afraid of vocalizing it. That's
You
not
said
what
that. You said you're thinking it, but you never said it out
I
loud.
told
He
you
said he didn't
before I
realize he
knew
had
it was
to.
Oh,
He said he didn't realize he had to vocalize. He didn't realize it was a thing.
because you're saying now when I'm vocalizing,
Okay.
it's charity.
no. I'm not saying that yet. I'm gonna get there, but yet. I just feel
No,
like
it wasn't something. But remember, back in the day, black men, we were getting passed
Yeah.
over. It was all about genuine.
Yeah.
And then man there.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It wasn't a case where it was all good for black men, dark-skinned black men. It wasn't.
Yeah.
So this whole conversation about colorism, I wasn't seeing it far past just black men. Now, when it is, I'm now mixing with women. I didn't really mix with women back in the day like that.
Yeah,
Right?
okay.
As you can tell, I'm not the type of guy that would be a gallus in that state. That kind of happened in.
I'm listening to you.
You need.
I hear you.
But before then, it was dark-skinned black men were getting passed over, left, right, and center. So when it is, I'm now seeing the conversation. Social media now open our eyes to far more conversations
on, yeah.
across the UK, across the world. And this was a prevalent thing. Light-skinned girls were being highlighted. I swear they're there. Female singers coming out screaming the importance of dark skin. I swear there's a couple.
India.
Oh!
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Okay. Do you know what? I think what it just comes down to ultimately anyway is knowing the person that is just knowing. I think if you're meeting a stranger, because you don't know, because obviously you guys have found out today that this is not my type of compliments. So because I'm sure there are probably other women who are like me, right? And a woman who don't mind it. Not knowing, I think maybe just go for like, you got a nice glow. You look beautiful. Then if you see that she likes it, then you can let her know how much you want to wear her dark skin. But for me personally, I think that's where it just comes down to is knowing how people like their compliments. As for me in my temple, you don't have to let me know what shade of dark my skin is and why you like it.
There is a particular girl in my gym, right?
Girl.
She's the best
Girl.
girl ever.
She's what?
She isn't.
She ain't a no painting.
But like you can tell her confidence levels are in hell, right? And she is.
How can you tell?
I said she's
She
blue.
doesn't move with confidence at all.
I
Whenever
said
she comes in,
blue,
it's like
you
she
know.
always has her head
Head
down.
down.
Do you
Okay.
understand?
Navy blue.
What's
Okay.
that?
Say navy.
What's that?
You said she's blue.
I didn't say that.
She's so
Okay.
annoying.
Where'd you get that from?
That's what you said to me.
I didn't. I said she's very, very black.
All right.
Why are you leading into this, sir, light-skinned man?
Yes.
And I make it my thing
Yeah.
to basically say hello, good morning, just acknowledge her. I don't mention anything about her skin.
Yeah.
Just acknowledge her. Each time she comes in, I will stop what I'm doing. I'll go over, I will shake her hand, greet her, and go back to this, that, and next. Right? After a while, I'm seeing the change in how it is that she now looks up as she's coming in. Maybe she's looking for me. I don't know. I don't know.
She probably is, to be fair.
I don't know. But I see these things.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And I kind of make a mental note. If I can do something and I know it will change somebody's day,
Yeah.
I look to do it.
The thing is, yeah, like I'm a compliment queen. Like I go out of my way to compliment people, but my compliments are just not focused on the shade of skin and stuff. So, like, and that's why I say like that's why I didn't like the whole mixing objectification with compliments, because it is different. Like I go out my way to compliment people. I believe in the whole, you feel like someone doesn't have that much confidence, or you can see they're having a bad day, or I'm just doing something to lift up. I'm here for all of that. This is me. But I think what it just comes down to when it comes to complimenting people's skin tone is just know the person you're complimenting. Any man that walks up to me on a high street talking about I like your dark skin,
Slap him.
never see his face, bro.
If he's a black man, I really don't understand.
Blacker
the
than you
issues.
too.
Slap him.
Yeah.
But you don't understand that. Some of the colorism that some black women have faced was at the hand of black men. You aware of that?
Yeah.
So you saying to me that it's a black man that doesn't do anything. Because for me it gives me the same level of creeps as it would if it was a white guy who complimented I like your dark skin. I'm not going. Yes, it does, because I'm not going to excuse you because you're the same shade as me. Why is that? You've seen me in all my glory, and dark skin is the compliment you could really come up with. It's creepy, man. But again, I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know this is just me.
Yeah, of course.
So
But you
tussle.
know how to talk to girls. Like, why would you go up to a girl and say, I love your dark skin?
your dark skin.
You know what I mean?
You said I know how to talk to girls.
I'm assuming.
You probably think I don't. You will sit there and 100% you think I don't.
There's
be honest,
examples
if you're
here, you
coming
can,
with-
man.
if you're coming with dark skin-
Sonics and that.
So you're telling me that I should move with these bars?
Do
Possible.
you message girls those, but
On a regular
someone
Friday?
Someone told me that you do.
Midday?
You
On a
message girls
Tuesday
poems.
afternoon.
Someone told you I message girl poems?
No,
Which girl?
You message their poems.
Defamation of character.
I need you to tell me which
You've
girl
been
said
too
it's
far
bollocks.
backing people.
You as in you don't. I thought you did.
I do not. Tell me
Oh,
which
okay.
girls.
Wow.
On air.
Problem.
Chill down, everybody
Cool
calm
down.
Possible.
I'm capping,
Cool
I'm capping.
down.
Relax.
Sorry, Gina. Dark skin queen.
So what, Gina? Yeah, honestly, yeah. A dark-skinned man comes up to you, right? You find him attractive or whatever. He sees you and he talks about your dark skin, right? You think that's like something you could potentially be offended by?
No, I don't think I'd be offended. I think if it was a white person, I'd be like,
100%.
yeah.
We're not even factoring.
But
them
generally
people.
speaking, if you even yellow man, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yellow.
No, but do you know what I mean? I don't think I'd be offended. I think if it was, I think for me, if it was continuous, then it'd be like, all right, calm, like, do you know what I mean? But
Yeah, honestly, I say complexion. I don't say.
Yeah.
but I hear it though. But I hear people say, "Oh, I like your complexion."
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's fine.
I've heard people
Complexion is
say,
calm.
That's fine.
but I've
That's
heard
fine.
people
But
say,
dark-
"I
dark
like
skin-
I'm confused. I'm confused.
Complexion is fine.
You just had a
But
problem
telling
with
me-
skin?
Bro.
No,
It's
no,
dark
no,
skin.
dark skin.
It's
I said
parallel.
dark skin.
Complexion is
so dark
anything.
complexion.
For example, I see a girl.
Yeah,
I
man, you ain't
think,
got to
I think she
I
can
would
have
say
skin.
I love your dark skin complexion.
I wouldn't say that.
Ebony ting.
If I was to compliment someone's skin,
Bronze gold.
relax, man.
I said bronze gold.
If I was to tell a girl I like her skin, I'll just say I think you have nice skin. That's it. I wouldn't say I love your dark skin. I think it's divine or add all these sprinkles of salt.
All the adjectives, no.
I think you have nice skin. That's it. I don't have to.
You're saying you're limited with your.
Did you sleep
adjective
overnight,
use.
If that's what you want to go with.
Did you sleep overnight? Or did you have a really long night
The
sleep?
way it's Friday, innit?
Ridiculous. Bronze gold.
That's a brown skin.
So if I'm just talking about you've
Ah,
got
you're
nice
so
skin.
annoying.
Am I just talking about how you take the time to wash your face in the morning and the night and cream it nicely?
That's a nice compliment because some people don't cream their face. So
We're not talking about
can't just
those.
be
you better recognize.
Can't just be skincare. She needs to know.
Thank you.
Yo.
Yeah, you maybe use us the generation because you are our age mates.
To
So
be fair,
maybe
these
it's
two are
used time.
best friends. So
I've
it makes
never.
sense.
It makes sense.
I've never told.
Like for like.
I've never told
Birds
in
of
my
a feather
life,
flock together.
right? I've never told a dark skinned woman that her skin is beautiful and she felt some type of way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Impossible.
What was the caliber?
Impossible.
He's rude, man.
And that's fair.
I'm not gonna buy. I'm not gonna buy.
And that's the thing. My thing is like when I speak here, I'm speaking for myself. So whether you've met 1,000 black women and you've told them and they've never had a problem, that's great. That's fine. That's all well and good for you and yours. But as for me, this is my opinion, and I don't think it's wild for me to have the opinion that I have based on my experiences.
It's not wild. It's the first time I ever like experienced this type of opinion. That's
Call me
why.
a unicorn. Here we go. I'm here to teach
and I
people
know
things.
might be a false equivalency, but does this go across the board? In my mind, I'm thinking it is worthwhile if you're with your partner to keep on affirming that she's beautiful, even when she feels that she isn't beautiful.
Yeah,
is that
compliment
too
her.
much?
No, that's complimenting and letting your partner know you appreciate them.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not. That's not the equivalent. If my partner though every day woke up and said, "I love your dark skin, love your dark skin, love your dark skin," piss right off. Piss off.
So someone like Eman, whose whole identity is shrouded in his blackness, yeah. What do you want to like? That's not a negative for him. Like he loves your dark skin and he wants to champion it and scream it off the rooftops. How can?
Yeah, but when I meet Eman, yeah, but when I meet Eman, I don't know that he's pro-black. I don't know he's a pro-black activist.
what if his t-shirt says melanin
I
in
just
his
don't-
jumper?
What have you got in dashiki?
Swiver, brother.
You're such an egg.
I don't know why it's funny to be African. You know? I don't know.
Yeah,
Africans laugh.
I don't know.
Bleed was the bar.
No, you're just kidding me. You're just kidding me. Yeah, Mark's is silent.
I'm with him, man. Like, I hear it.
Mark's on Caribbean. This is about me.
This is not my fight.
This is about me.
Not my fight.
No, you know, there's skin tones and that. Like, I can understand why people objectify them and people like them. So I think, especially as a black man, why you should be able to vocal that. From when it's coming from another culture, you can understand why it's weird, creepy, fetishism and all that. But from your own, it's normal. Because I'm aware of like how darker skin
Yeah.
looks and feels, like contrast together. Like man will like that. So man can be able to say that. What is that? Is that creepy if I express that?
do you know-
If I was like, I love how your dark skin looks on me. You know, like when we're naked together and ting and
If
If
I
I,
have to take things so far.
no, I'm just saying, you know, if I express that, yeah, that I enjoy that, is that a what? Is that a bad? What is
That's
that? Is that a negative?
That's defo creepy. First of all, talking about you like my skin and how we look on yours. What are we doing here?
No, if I told you,
What are we doing here?
It might be a bar.
Not one that
I like your skin and how we look on mine. To be fair, if she likes you there, that's definitely running. If she likes you, that's definitely running. That's sexy. If she likes you.
Okay.
If it's a stranger that you don't know whether she likes you or anything,
Oh yeah, that's
that could go. That's creepy.
that's risque.
The heck?
Yeah, very.
That's creepy.
A lot of light-skinned women tend to like dark-skinned men. Why is that?
I think it's the
I don't know,
same.
I'm not
I think it's the same reason.
Skin on skin thing.
I think it's the same reason.
Because you know,
honestly.
I feel like a compliment, like there's nothing wrong with a compliment is nice, but there's ways to compliment people's skin. I've complimented people's skin, but I don't know, man. Just something about you. I like your dark skin.
Yeah.
Just say,
No,
like,
I get
I
it.
love like your skin. Like the sun has got your skin glistening. Like your skin is
Just say
glowing.
skin, man.
Yeah,
That's it.
man.
Just
Talk about
say
your
skin.
dark skin. I know I'm dark skin. I'm aware of the shade of my skin. You don't need to point it out to me. But I think also because I've seen a lot of people. So obviously there's a lot of like vocal colorism back in the day, right? There's black men, right? With black women, blah, blah, whatever. And I've seen a lot of people pretend that they're now woke and they now understand the colorism plight. And so, but the reality is that in their real lives, they're still that. They just don't show it online anymore. I think that's probably part of why I'm just like, nah, because some of this thing is just honesty. It's just you overcompensating. It's you doing false representation. You don't believe what you're saying.
Yeah.
You don't believe what you're saying. There was a period where all these rappers in all their music had like dark skinned women. You don't date that. This video does not represent the real life that you live, and you've got them in there wearing kente and wearing like nice turbans and all that kind of stuff. For me, all of that stuff is all performative. So if you come to, I'll be honest, if a guy approaches me and is like, I like your dark skin, that's performative to me. There's no reason why you need to tell me you like my dark skin. There's no reason.
you know the
I
thing
like
is-
your skin. You're glowing. That's nice. You're beautiful. I love the way you. This is great. That color complements your skin. That's great. If you come to me and you tell me you like my dark skin, in my mind, that's performative. That's how I read it.
I definitely hear you guys, right? But I guess to me, it's as simple as this. If I'm moving to any one of you girls here, right, one of the reasons would be, okay, you guys are beautiful, but the black skin, the dark skin is one of those things that make you beautiful. If I'm talking, like saying that to you, why is that an issue? You see what I'm saying?
And some of them forget. Some of them don't even know.
This
Because
is what
of
I'm saying.
conditioning, because of all that trauma,
Yes.
they don't want it being pointed out.
So you guys,
I think that's what it is.
so you guys
I'm
feel
not
like,
saying that's you. I'm not saying that's
no,
you. by the way.
baby, I didn't even think that was me.
go.
I didn't even comment.
Go,
I didn't
go.
even think that. Don't worry. So so basically, essentially, what you guys are doing is that you feel like it's giving savior.
No, why?
Oh, they got a savior complex.
Yes, that's what it's giving me.
I can hear what you're saying. I can hear what
Yeah,
you're
but
saying.
you can hear it. But
Because
when you
I've
hear
met men
things,
like that.
do you understand?
I
Huh?
have met men like that.
I'm looking at men
But
like that.
I don't. I don't mind. I don't mind you saying that.
Because that's what. No, but
I
I'll be
don't
honest
mind
with
you
you.
saying
You guys
it.
are because you guys keep talking about the fact here that women wouldn't appreciate for their skin. It was da 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 da, and so now you guys are going out of your way to let them know that it's giving savior.
You know,
complex.
you know, I never said I'm going out of my way to let anyone know because of so and so.
Were you doing this back in the
like
day?
this.
Have you always been like this?
From the time I thought dark skinned women.
When did you start thinking black
From the
women were
beginning,
it?
to be fair. But my thing is this.
Good save.
100%.
I was gonna get to
I've
that.
never been in my life. God is my witness.
God's looking
You know,
now. Why am I in it?
Which God?
I don't.
In it, which one?
The
You know what?
the
It's,
true and
honestly,
living God.
yeah. There's nothing. If this how you want to compliment, that's how you want to compliment. The same way you think is wild that I don't want to compliment it like that is how I'm looking at thinking it's wild to compliment like that. It's one of those ones where each to their own, all the best all parties involved, and that's really what it comes down to. It's not a wrong or right. Anything like that.
When another thread pops up and it's about colorism and it's about a black man choosing a light-skinned girl over a dark-skinned girl and denigrating that particular dark-skinned girl, how can we serve you all best? Let me know. How can we serve you all best? Should we keep quiet?
I don't know. I don't know. Because that's the thing. Sometimes people speak up when there's some form of outrage, but you don't speak up at other times. But the issue is that the people who are the victims of this issue speak up all the time. So if you speak up only when there's an outrage, I don't know. Some people appreciate that. Some people appreciate the fact that now you want to speak up when times that's important. I don't know. I never ever present to be the voice of everyone's thinking, not for women, not for black women, not for Nigerian, not even for Yoruba women, not even for all the Esthers and what no. So I can't answer that how you can represent everybody because I don't know how. I can only speak for how I would want to be stood up for, and that's not when threads happen. That's all the time. But yes, unfortunately I can't help you with that, I'm afraid.
All right, cool. All right, thank you. I think we've given this conversation enough time.
Yeah, man.
I have.
Well,
Has your alarm gone off?
Yeah, man, I'm going to get remelanated one sec.
Top up. All right, let's get into our next headlines.
Right?
Nope. This Jamal, you better cut that shit off.
It's 15:15, bro.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Brent,
Sam
you know
Mickens,
Brent's
please.
always going to take the call.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Yeah, sorry, I just to say we need to kind of move on, but
Who is this?
just to
No.
summarize,
Who are you speaking to, please?
Mr. Man, Mr. Man, that's my name. But I'm just saying. Oh, what? Am I still on?
Yeah, you're on. You're on. We're listening.
we've already moved on, bro.
Okay, sorry. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to say this needs to stop, because what if someone wanted to comment your hair and say, oh, your hair looks good and all this? You're gonna feel, oh, you're rectifying me and all of this. Anyways, we moved on. That's all.
Thank you very much for calling in,
Thank you.
Mr. Man.
All right. So our first headline, yeah. The government's main asylum processing facility risks being overwhelmed by the tens of thousands of people expected across the channel this year,
You didn't miss
according
anything.
to a newly published report. A lack of staffing, combined with high absconding levels from hotels, means security and vulnerability risks might be missed. On Thursday, the Home Office released a report into the Manston and Western Jetfoil sites, which had been carried out at the start of the year. David Neal, who's the independent chief inspector of borders and immigration, listed a litany of failures at the camps, although noted there had been some improvements since 2022, when there were outbreaks of diphtheria and people staying for over a month in temporary accommodation. Despite Rishi Sunak's pledge to stop the boats and the announcement of 3 ships and a set of ex-military facilities to hold people having asylum processes claimed, Mr. Neal raised significant concerns that the Manston facility in Kent would not be able to handle the expected number of people. While the Prime Minister claimed the number of people arriving this year was down compared to last year, numbers tend to rise rapidly in latter parts of the year. Next headlines, trigger warning here. This is a bit of an update on the boat disaster that happened off Greece. And survivors from a fishing boat that sank off southern Greece in one of Europe's worst migrant disasters say up to 100 children may have been on board. At least 78 people have already been confirmed dead in the disaster, but many more could still be missing at sea, with reports suggesting that up to 750 people were aboard the vessel. 9 people, including several Egyptians, have been arrested on suspicion of people trafficking. The Coast Guard has been criticised for not intervening earlier, but authorities say that their offers of aid were refused. Rescuers are still searching the area where the boat capsized almost 50 nautical miles off the southwest coast as hopes of finding more survivors dwindle. The boat had departed empty from Egypt and stopped at the Libyan port of Tobruk, where it picked up migrants destined for Italy. This is what Greek media is reporting. Images show that the decks were packed with people, but accounts of a large number of women and children in the hold of the ship have come from medics who treated the mostly male survivors. And the last headline, US civil liberties and Muslim advocacy groups have welcomed the confirmation of Nusrat Jahan Chowdhury, the first Muslim woman and Bangladeshi American to be nominated and confirmed as a federal judge. The United States Senate voted to confirm Chowdhury's appointment on Thursday, and she will serve as a federal judge for the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of New York. Omar Farah, who is the executive director of the US-based group Muslim Advocacy, said in a news statement that today's long-awaited vote to elevate Nusrat Chowdhury to the federal bench is historic for many reasons. Ms. Chowdhury has devoted her career to ensuring that all people are treated fairly by our legal system. Her confirmation today means that someone who has worked in the civil rights trenches and confronted barriers to justice that exist in too many communities will be making critical decisions as a federal judge. Chowdhury was nominated by the Biden administration in January of 2022, and a number of social justice, civil liberty, and Muslim rights groups supported her nomination. Her confirmation is a milestone for Muslim representation in the US legal system, which advocates have said has sometimes subjected the country's Muslim community to discrimination and civil liberties abuses. And that's it for the headlines.
All right, let's get into Word on Road. Going for a lot there. I haven't got much for you guys today, let's see what I have. So my iPad is locked. It's not unlocking. What is first? Oh yeah, so trigger warning on this actually. Conor McGregor is basically being accused of rape, essentially. So basically they're saying that it happened at the NBA Finals game. And allegedly what happened was there was a woman who was with her friend and she and her friend got separated. Yeah, she and her friend got separated by his security. And then she was forced into like the men's bathroom. And that's where he tried to violently assault her. In the court letters, it says that security refused to let the woman exit or allow anyone else, including her friend, inside the bathroom. And he allegedly like aggressively kissed her. And also she was then able to get him off her because she said she needed to pee. But then he forced her to basically have oral sex with him. And then he ended up, he basically grabbed her. He's been accused of like grabbing her, putting her against the wall, attempting to sodomize her. And then she was eventually able to...
Who are you talking about?
Conor McGregor.
Okay. Sure.
At the NBA final games. But so she was able to escape because she kept elbowing him. And then apparently as well, because she was in such a rush, she left her purse. And then his security held her purse hostage until she had to basically beg and whatever for it back. But then she went to the police, and the police were the ones who said to her, you might want to get lawyers, basically, to look into that. So that's what's happening on that. Obviously, his team, they've said that it's all the allegations are false, and he will not be intimidated. And so any other developments, I'll let you guys know. I'll keep up with it and let you know. I was going to talk about Tyler Perry, but I'm going to wait for more news to come out about that because it's not exactly confirmed. He hasn't confirmed it yet. So when it's confirmed, I will let you guys know. And then Summer Walker's been beefing. Gosh, men will embarrass you. Men will actually embarrass you. So obviously she's going out with Big Meech, right? And there was this lady, he had an appearance recently. And there was a lady who had his chain on. And so Summer obviously wanted to get to the bottom of why it is that this woman has his chain on.
So she DM'd her. And here's the conversation. Here's how the conversation went. Summer said, and this is it. We know people LOL. There's nothing funny here. She goes, LOL, how you know one another? The girl says, hi, love. Don't love me. She says, hi, love. First off, I'm a huge supporter. Me and my hun don't know each other. Me and him don't know each other at all. My apologies if you feel disrespected. I can take the videos down if you'd like. So the woman had a video up in the chain or whatever. I can take the videos down if you'd like. I'm not that type of woman. Then Summer said, you don't have to take them down, but if you all don't know each other, how'd you end up with his chain on? Then she said, it was such a random night, but I ran into the security and just asked to try it on. Meech and I didn't even have a conversation. Then Summer's like, so you just happened to get in the car with his chain on, no conversation. And she's like, I had no conversation with Meech. And then Summer said, I'm saying, how did you get in the car? Like, with no conversation. Then the girl said, I spoke with security and I was in the car with security. Then Summer said, him and security? And she said, no, only security. But essentially what's being alleged is that he told the girl to say that. Like, that's the story he told the girl to say. Doesn't make any sense.
She's a real
It
one.
made no sense.
That is girl, man.
Why? Because she's lying for him.
That's the truth. She
No,
tends to
but
read the
he's
shit she ever
he's
wrote.
paying her to say that.
I don't.
So
allegedly.
basically, no, it's not in enough. Okay.
What, have you got proof?
Yes, I've got receipts here.
Okay, I'll keep going before I talk.
So basically, it's ridiculous. So basically, what's it called? The girl put up screenshots of her DM with him, and he's like, basically, like, make a post saying like, I wasn't in the club, like, kind of just help me with the situation kind of thing. And he was
But
like,
the girl
I'll catch
actually
up.
showed the DMs.
Yeah.
Why should do that?
Why she do that?
Why wouldn't she?
She started so well.
I mean, yeah.
But go on.
What's she doing?
So she said,
This is peer pressure. She crumbled under. What is this? Why she do that? So weak.
she's the one who's weak.
Mm-hmm.
Not his lack of self-control, cheating on his girlfriend. She's the one who's weak.
Going for your dreams, going for what you want is strong. Putting everything on the line is strength.
All right. He says, I will cash app you for making the post. Please do it ASAP. He says, I'm just going to say that your friends, because, I don't know, that part is blurred out. But basically, he just said, I'll cash app you making the post So essentially, she should make a post saying that he wasn't there, anything like that, and that it was security.
And security's fired now, right?
Allegedly.
Apparently.
But yeah, that's what's happening on that
So
front.
after that was said, what happened?
Someone deleted. She posted up the screenshots on her story, then she deleted it because I guess, you just feel like, do you know what?
You didn't know.
Honestly, there was no conclusion to it. It's just Big Meech in some of the blogs comments talking about one of my bodyguards was so thirsty to get some action. He let this bee put my chain on and I fired his ass the same day.
Yeah, I saw
Shake my
that.
head, clout chaser. Now, you know damn well you didn't
That's
fire
not what
anybody.
happened.
You know you didn't do anything. But yeah, so that's just a bit of dirty tea for you guys, the juicy tea. And I actually don't have much. That's it for me. So let's get into people's journal.
Just a quick word to the girls out there, man. Don't falter, man. Stay strong. Don't falter.
Say it with chest. Say when you want to enter
the people's journal.
say it with the same vim. Say it with the same vim as you want to be complimenting dark skin and entering them. Say it.
You didn't want to give Esther horns?
No, why would you do that?
For what?
No, too late. Too late now.
Welcome to the people's journal.
When I go over to the next side, you guys will mourn. Because I'll be equally as loud there.
Man said my milk of magnesia.
Yeah,
No, not that side. Not that
No,
Too far.
that's way too.
Too far.
that far.
That's the other side you want to go on. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
That is amazing.
Imagine.
Well, welcome to the People's Journal. I'll give you the news from an economics point of view. I ain't got much to talk about today as well. First thing is, the iPhone maker, Foxconn, their company in Taiwan. And basically, because of the issues going on between Washington and Beijing, they basically say, you know what, we're going to kind of withdraw some of the supply chains from the whole iPhone thing and start putting our efforts towards electric cars. So yeah, man, there was an exclusive interview with the chairman and the boss, Young Liu, speaking with the BBC. And he basically said, look, we hope peace and stability will be something the leaders of these two countries will keep in mind. But as a business, as a CEO, I have to think about what if the worst case happens. And basically the scenarios could include attempts by Beijing to blockade Taiwan, which it claims, obviously, as we know, we spoke about this a few times, they claim it's part of China officially, right? Or worse, it could be a situation where they actually want to invade Taiwan as well, innit? But anyway, long story short, they're talking about moving their, withdrawing some of their supply chains and kind of betting big on electric cars and stuff like that. Tesco come out and basically said, look, they're seeing some encouraging early signs that inflation, which is affecting all our groceries and stuff, is starting to ease. Again, just to remind people, if inflation goes down, doesn't mean the prices will go down. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so it's not like everything's going to change overnight anyway. But it just looks like it's a step in the right direction, put it that way. And also, Harry and Meghan, I'm not sure if you guys heard about Spotify kind of ending their deal with them.
No.
Yeah, man, they've ended their lucrative deal with these two. They had a podcast called Archetypes. And it ran for 12 episodes from August 2022, last year. It was meant to have a second series, but again, like I just said, Spotify confirmed they're not renewing the contract. And the contract was estimated to be worth $25 million, which is 18 million pounds. This is late 2020. But yeah, man, they've said no more. And that's it, pretty much. And the last thing, again, just a reminder for black businesses, Channel 4 and Lloyds Bank have got a scheme where they want to sponsor 5 black businesses and award them pretty much £100,000 worth of TV advertising and a TV advert as well. Applications close on the 26th of June on Monday. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Right, let's get into sis. What would you do?
Hi girls, a quick one that really bugs me. What do we as women really think we're doing, claiming feminism, boss bitch, girl power, while sleeping with men indiscriminately, running around the place naked, and then when we hit a certain age and life stage, we stop the hoeing and scream that men must hate women because there aren't enough men who want to have and stay in a serious relationship. And we're teaching all the young girls coming up the easiest way to continue giving men everything they want, brackets us, to free it up without any need for commitment. We've become everything we hated about them, and they are still benefiting most from it. Girls, help a sister understand this.
Did the incel send this in or something? It's undercover.
No, I think this is some women out there genuinely think this, man.
You think so, yeah?
100%.
Do you know what I find? Do you know what it is, yeah? I guess I don't subscribe to this because this isn't how I live my life. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm not out here hoeing, or I've not had a hoe phase. Like, do you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to teach the younger generation to live that way. I think I wouldn't say Gen Zs, but I feel like the younger lot live completely different to how I did, like, growing up. Do you know what I mean? In terms of dating and stuff, or just how to move as a woman.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're in the city girl era. Do you get what I mean? Like, I feel like the people that were, I guess, similar to that were like Little Kim and them lot, but they weren't even, I don't even think that's what they were even promoting. It wasn't like a lifestyle, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a community thing. It was like, they spoke about what they spoke about in their lyrics, but they didn't have like a group of women that supported them, and it wasn't a movement. Whereas with City Girls, it's literally a movement.
Yeah.
So everyone's on board. But yeah, I don't know.
Do you know what I think the issue is? I think that some of you don't know how to think for yourselves outside of what it is that social media tells you to believe and to think. And so I don't think it's for you to try and understand anything, because this sounds like you're taking on paracetamol for other people's headaches. And the women that you're taking on paracetamol for are not complaining. They're not complaining to you. If a woman reaches whatever age that she is at and she wants to complain about this, that, and the other, it wasn't your pussy she was using to do anything. So for me, I just think what you need to figure out, what you need to focus on, which is what I do, which is what Gina does, is live life outside of social media, mind your business, know what it is that you want, know how it is that you want to live your life, your standards that you want for yourself, and move accordingly. Whatever anyone else is doing, whatever the city girl movement is, whatever, it doesn't affect you personally.
And do you know what I find really interesting as well, though? Because I had a conversation with my friend the other day, and he was even talking about, like, for him, settling down with a girl with limited experience isn't attractive. So he don't mind a girl that's even had a quote unquote hoe phase, because she's experienced. Do you get what I mean?
Did he give you the limitations of that?
No, we didn't go into depth, but like, of course. But I'm saying, like, I feel like the stage that we're in now, everything's on a case by case basis. Like everybody, like, do you know what I mean? Like, for example, like, I remember before when you were younger, if a girl slept with a guy on the first date, she's a hoe. I can now ask someone like, I'm using you again.
Wifey.
But if I spoke to you, and
You're
you're the same guy who would tell me that you can link a girl on the first date, sleep with her, she's not, you won't see her as a hoe, and you could even end up in a relationship with her.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
Do you see what I'm trying to say? So it's like...
And do you know what it is? I feel like that's also part of the issue, is that women, like the person who wrote this, if it's a woman that wrote Dilemma in, you spend time focusing on what other women are doing and not spending time living your life and figuring out what you want to do. The same women that you're looking and saying they're doing this, they're feminists, they're sleeping with 1,000 men, they're doing this and that. Those women are getting what it is that you want. You sound like you want marriage. Those women are getting wifed up. Everybody focus on your focus.
Yeah.
Everybody mind your own pussy.
Yeah.
And just keep it moving. I feel like this whole mindset about, oh, these women are doing this, and then you go and cry when you're age 30, that's all part of the conditioning that some of the women who are doing what you say is wrong, that's what they're going against. They're going against that whole conditioning thing. You sit there, the woman who had sex on the first date, she's married to the guy she had sex with on the first date. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
There's no formula to this thing. That you being wholesome and feeling like, oh, I'm not a city girl there, and I'm not getting you will still chop breakfast like the rest of us. Do you know what I mean? So everybody just do what it is that you want to do. Figure out what it is that works for you and your lifestyle and your morals and your values or whatever, and mind your own pussy. It's just that simple. Doesn't affect you.
Can I throw something in there, please? A lot of the time we hear stuff like girl code and things of that nature, right? And women, of course, there's no cohort in this world where one person can speak for the entire group, right? We know this, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of the
it's
time,
me, apparently.
but a lot of the time, right? we kind of expect that person who has the loudest voice to say something that resonates at least with the majority in that group. And I feel like she's not the only person who thinks this.
Yeah.
There's loads of women out there who think, wait a minute, I wish I lived my life a bit differently. I'm 35, I'm 37, I'm 39, I want to settle down. My ex is, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I made certain decisions. I'm going against nature, biology. And so she's saying basically, like, shouldn't we reconsider this lifestyle?
What lifestyle?
The lifestyle she's talking about. Where
So she's saying that that's a bad lifestyle.
I don't think she's
No, do you know why? Do you know why? Do you know why?
Unproductive.
Let me say why. Let me tell you why I'm going to counter argue with what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unproductive.
Because someone like me, I'm 34, I'm 35 next year. Haven't had a hoe phase. I've lived.
She said haven't.
No,
Sorry.
I've lived opposite to what's
described in
been
this
said.
dilemma?
I'm single.
Yeah.
I'm not married. I don't have kids. I don't have a partner. Nothing in sight. So the point I'm making is, regardless of whichever way you do it, what's meant to be for you, like,
This is it.
it is what it is. Do
is
you
what
understand
it
what I'm
is.
trying to say? Because I can now say and be like, rah, I should have had a hoe phase then. Because I would have
the
ended up
thing.
in the same damn position.
and
Do you understand what I mean?
that's the thing. And
so
that's-
that's what I'm saying. It's like, just live your life according to how you want to live your life. It is what it is.
That's my message too, because there's women as well who didn't have a hoe phase, didn't do any of that, got married at the, I guess, a ripe age where their eggs were still ripe, and they're divorced today.
You know what it is?
Do you know what I mean? Like, you just don't know. Everyone just focus on your focus. That's what it comes down to.
My thing is, just try and live a life that you will not regret.
Yeah.
As long as,
Yeah,
as long as you like forget society.
This is it. Forget wanting a
forget
leader.
everything. Like, honestly,
This is it.
and I guess that's come with age and maturity for me. But if you can live a life that you will not regret, nothing else matters. Because I can sit here and be like, okay, I'm gonna be 35, and obviously when I was younger, I didn't imagine being at this age and not with a partner, not married, and not kids and whatnot. But if I look back, I wouldn't do my life any differently.
Yeah.
And if I could have had kids, and the people that I could have had kids with, if I had kids with them right now, I'd be slitting my wrists. Do you understand what I mean? So I'm happy that I'm not in that position. And also, even for me, it's like, if I look around me, I've been to so many weddings, and a lot of those weddings I've been to, people are now getting divorced.
Yeah.
So again,
Exactly.
like,
There's no one route.
I can sit here and be like, oh, woe is me, I'm gonna be 35 next year and I'm single, and but it's in the same breath, it's like, I'd rather be in my position than be going through a divorce. It can go either way.
It really can. And
So-
go on.
Yeah, it can go either way. So I guess what I've learned is, as long as the life you are living, you know that you're not going to regret it because you are happy with your decisions, then my dear, do whatever it is.
See, I fully agree with you on that last point here, because I believe everyone has the right, or should have the right, to live and die by their decisions, right? But you're going to be 35 next year, right? At least when you get to 35, in fact, let's not talk about it next year. Right now, right? You're 34, right? You're 34.
Yeah.
In your mind, you won't think a whole phase contributed to you being single. There won't be any regret.
Yeah, but she's
Right?
also said though that she could also be in the same breath say, I might as well have had a hoe phase because I'm still here.
No, that's because...
So it works both ways.
No, that's because she has the privilege of not having had a whole phase to be able to say that.
Well, you know, there's a lot of women who are like Gina's age who regret not having a hoe phase.
Yeah.
Because they
I
lack
understand.
experience, and then that's like they feel like, you know, I'm still in this same position. I might as well have been free and not let the conditions society set hold me back. So the way is like, yeah, because I feel like your point you're trying to make is that she's not going to have that regret of, oh, that contributed to it. There's women who are like, well, I'm still here. I might as well have had fun. I didn't do all of that because I thought that by not doing these things, it made me a good girl. And what was going to happen was I was going to be picked up and I was going to be married. I'm not married. I'm single, and I don't have much sexual experience. So it works both ways. That's why ultimately what people need to do is just mind their own and focus on what it is. And this idea of the people with the loudest voices, the people with the loudest platforms, you expect them to champion a particular message. They're doing what we're advising you to do. They're living for themselves. They're doing what works for them. It's just that. I feel like society, people have an issue with always wanting someone to let you know what to do, always wanting some kind of leader in some kind of something to tell you how to think. The issue is that people say online, this girl's saying all these things now, saying people are doing city girls, people are doing this and doing whatever. What it is that she wants, which is to settle down, like we've said, there's women who have lived by the book, done the complete opposite of all of this, and were married and are divorced. Or they're still single. You just don't know what life's going to give you, so just do what it is that works for you.
No, you're right. You don't know, but remember, like, you can find a particular sample size, right, to prove any point you make, right. In life, there's always going to be a bell curve where certain parts of the extreme, you're gonna find certain things, right? But what I'm trying to say is, if you did have a whole phase, you may be sitting there thinking, this whole phase contributed to me being single. You know what I'm saying? This is why I agreed with what you said about the whole no regret thing. At least you can say, you know what, I didn't do this. I have no regrets. This, that, and the third.
But then you could also have a hoe face and still not have any regret.
That is true. That is true.
Even if you think it contributed to you being single,
Yeah.
it's experience, it's life experiences, and if you do not regret that,
Yeah.
then it is
This
what
is why I was
it
agreeing
is.
with the
People's whole
regret
faces
thing.
don't always contribute to their being single because
Hardly
people's whole,
does sometimes.
no, because some people's whole faces are not even a thing. Like some people have whole faces and it was like their revolution was televised. You get what I'm trying to say? No, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like they had reputations as hoes.
Yeah.
There's bare people who have whole faces who don't have reputations as hoes. Their whole faces is something personal and private to them. So I don't think that would even have an impact on them finding a
Yeah,
relationship.
exactly. It's true.
You get what I'm saying? So
True. I think at the end of the day, I just understand what she's trying to say, and I kind of just want to put what she's saying there as a valid thing.
did you write this in? Did you
I feel like, listen, I feel like you did.
Do you know what it is?
Because I feel like you did. As soon as I read it, I said,
Impossible.
sounds a bit emo.
The thing is, I get it because obviously you're on the fence of like where we're trying to claim this, but this is what we're still doing, and this is clearly contributing to us not progressing, right?
Yeah.
So I hear it, but like I said, it's one of those things where I can't now take that on board because people are gonna do what they want to do regardless. And let's be honest, how many people will sit here with the loudest voices and will tell you to live your life a certain type of way, but they're not practicing what they preach behind closed doors?
Okay, let's speak on that.
Do you understand what I mean? So even if you're saying that the people with the loudest voices should be the people that are speaking about these things, who's to say that they're practicing what they preach?
And they're not,
Who's to
because
say
they're
that
still being
behind
their own
closed
individual.
doors they're not doing X, Y, and Z? So why am I now waiting for someone to be the leader to take me to the promised land when really and truly they're not doing the same thing? Do you understand what I mean? That
100%. I don't think she's necessarily saying, "Oh, we need someone to speak up like this," right? But more so, just women. Let's reflect, right? You know what I'm saying? Because if there is like now, compared to back in the day, more 35, more 37, 40-year-olds single. Like, is that a good thing?
But then that's
think
I
that's
don't.
what
But
all
I.
she's trying
But
to
you
say.
know,
that's a
no.
bad
But you
thing.
know what it is. You see, with what
I
you
think that's
said,
a bad
yeah.
thing.
I don't think that's because women are hoeing.
It's not.
Because let's be honest, if I compare it to like my mum's generation, yeah, obviously they all got married young, had kids young.
Yeah.
But back then, not being rude, but women didn't have a voice. You lot needed your partner to be secure. You
Literally.
needed the extra income. Like you,
was
like
a means to an end.
if we look at like the
what you
women,
saying? They
of,
never had a whole face back then. You think?
They did as
I'm
well,
not
you
saying that
know.
they didn't.
Of course they did. What, in
They
the
did.
70s?
No,
they was
they
whoring.
did.
They
No,
was whores.
you're not hearing what I'm saying.
They
I'm
did,
sorry,
but
yeah.
No, I'm talking more. Okay,
That's our parents, man. True.
that's my mama and them. What I'm saying.
Well, you're saying that they needed to get married.
What I'm saying is, yeah, he's talking about being single. So forget even the hoe face, that's irrelevant. But what I'm saying is, there was a need to be single back in the day. So they got married. I mean, there was a need
Not to be single.
There was a need not.
To be.
You get what I mean?
married, yeah,
They
yeah.
needed to be married back in the day to survive. Do you get what I mean? I feel like in comparison to now, a lot more women are independent. They make money on their own. They don't need the extra income, the additional income to survive. So I don't think it's necessarily a case of, we're single because we're out here hoeing or we're doing city girl life and X, Y, and Z, X, Y, Z. We're single, but I feel like we're single more by choice. They didn't have the same choice that we have. Do you understand what I mean?
Because you know this argument, about like this wholeness and it contributing to your singleness. There's also men who believe that your ambition has contributed to your singleness.
Yeah, of course.
And it's all bullshit.
I get told that all the time.
It's
though.
all bullshit to me.
Esther,
Because it doesn't.
I'm glad you said it, yeah. But remember, this person is not only talking about hoeing. She said, what do we do as women? Like, what do we as women really think we're doing? Claiming feminism, boss B, girl power, all that type of stuff. That's the main thing she's talking about. So everything you're talking about here, being independent, pursuing my career, this all this type of stuff there, not just the hoeing. Everything as a package. How does this how is this productive for
What's
us
the
when we
alternative to
find
this?
ourselves? I'm only speaking for
no,
her.
no,
The
but
alternative is for us to go back to back in the day.
No.
When your man was at
But
war
what
and
you're
all that.
saying
it's
is,
more so she's
no,
saying, let's have a balance.
No, she's saying, isn't she saying,
Yeah.
how are we claiming boss bitch, independent,
Yeah.
but in the same breath sleeping with men left, right, and centre?
Yes.
I'm not a
et cetera, et
lesbian,
cetera?
ho.
like, and freeing up the thing.
Yeah.
So how can I claim feminism and
Gosh.
independence when I'm still running back to the man and freeing it up? Isn't that the
Yeah,
gist
but
of the
then she then
conversation?
says, and then hit a certain age, right? And then we're kind of struggling to then settle down and do the things that we kind of want with our lives. You know what I'm saying?
So what's the alternative to
Please.
not be? So
That's
I'm
what I need to
asking,
understand.
since you get it, and
I'm
I
on- I'm
guess
only trying to speak for her,
no,
but she's not here. That's-
no, I
that's
get
what-
it. And in this,
It's a he, by the way.
and in this
See,
room,
a woman did not write this.
and
Right.
in, no, and
A
in
woman
this,
did write
and in
this.
this
Women
room,
like this.
That's a
you
damn
are
fact.
going to represent that person, right?
Okay, I'll
For
try.
now.
I'll try, yeah.
So I'm
Gosh.
saying, so what would the?
I'll speak for women. I don't mind.
No, he's gonna have to.
So I'll try because
No, he's gonna have to
'cause he
because
gets
right
it.
now you get it.
'Cause
So
he
I'm
understands
saying,
it.
Yeah.
what would the alternative be? So I'm saying, is it a case of not being independent, not
Yeah.
screaming feminism, and then what? And not sleeping with the men or still sleeping with like? Where do we go from here?
I don't have the answers. But what I will say is, I think this person is basically saying there should be some type of balance.
What's the balance?
What does that look like?
I don't have the answer.
Because I thought, isn't the balance already screaming feminism and freeing up to the mandem? Isn't the
Okay.
balance?
Sounds like balance to
No,
me.
it sounds like balance though.
Sounds like balance
because
to
I'm
me.
screaming independence, but I'm still freeing it up to the mandem. Isn't that balance?
Because if we,
No, I
if we're
think
all
it's
like,
just,
if
like,
we're all
Isn't that
like,
balance?
because if we all said yeah we're feminists, but we're only gonna sleep with girls, that sounds skewed to me. How are we gonna reproduce? But if we're saying we're feminists, we're boss babes and whatever, but we're still freeing up to the men, sounds like it don't get more balanced
But
than that.
what's independence and being a boss bitch and all that
But
stuff?
let me also ask.
Wait. What's that got to do with having sex?
That's
Yusuf, I would like to understand.
I mean, I didn't write the question.
I would love to
what she
understand. I'm
said-
trying to
Iman,
understand that.
no,
Yeah.
Iman, please. Yusuf has a question.
Well, wait, what are you going to say?
Direct it to
I think
brother.
Ben was about to say something.
The brother over there.
So the question was, what does
What does being a boss bitch, what all the other little tidbits she mentioned got to do with having sex?
I think
You could be a boss bitch, want to be independent, want to spend your own money,
I
want
think
to have
I
sex.
think first of all we have to
Because-
define what this boss bitch and city girls life
Yeah.
is all about, because it leans into being able to choose when they want to have sex and it not being scrutinized.
Yeah,
That's sex.
but is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
The frequency which you have sex or just sex period?
I think in the letter it talked about the having sex indiscriminately.
Because you guys keep saying freeing it up, like this is.
Good morning, caller.
All right, let me read it again. Let me read it
Hi.
again.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Oh, hi guys. Good morning. It's Tatenda calling.
Morning, Sender.
Lovely voice. Oh,
Hi guys. I just want to quickly ask a question because
You're very annoying.
I feel like the
Carry
conversation
on.
is like going. It's very confusing because like Iman saying like I know the person who made the question was like, oh, feminism boss bitch. Like, is the issue that women want to be liberated and to be seen as equal to men, or is it like? Because I find that the conversation when it comes to feminism, people think it's like women want to bring down men and make men down. But I think Gina made a point whereby there was a point where women couldn't even open a bank account without a man. So the point is saying that we want to be equal with men, not saying that we're better than men or that men have more than us. But like the conversation shouldn't be centered around saying that women want to go without men, have no men. Like Esther said, like as a woman, I want a man. Like, am I going to have a baby by myself? Like the conversation's about saying, oh, you get to a certain age and then there's no one to marry. But the men that you want to marry also don't want to get married. A lot of men, if you look at them talking about, oh, I want to go spread my wild oats. A lot of women don't want that. You want to have one person. And Iman, you've also said how like, oh, polygamy is a thing. Most women don't want
No,
that. You want to have
polygyny.
one man. Polygamy, polygamy
You
is
knew
the
what she
same
meant,
thing
right?
It's
to
not the
me.
same thing, please.
Like, you get what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah.
I think sometimes we try to reduce the aspect of saying a woman's a boss bitch and all this. Like, having aspirations doesn't mean that you're not a marriage material, that you're not a woman that someone wants to be with. Would you want to have people that have no desire? Like, the way that I've been raised, and I'm very grateful, especially for the example I've had with my parents, I've seen two people come together to work together. My dad has always pushed and elevated my mum to gain the businesses that she's done, to work hard. And he's never seen that as like, oh, she's a boss bitch, she doesn't want to be with me. I think that speaks to an element of masculinity where men think that I'm a man and I'm supposed to be the one that does everything and I push everything. And women are pushing against that because unfortunately, most men, if you say to them, oh, if you want to be the man, pay for everything, now she's a gold digger. And now she wants to pay for her things, now she's a feminist. So it's like women can't do right. It's like I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. So like Gina said as well, like you've got to go and live your life. Like you actually can't live your life for the ideals of what society's saying. Because I'm not going to lie, I'm not marrying society. I'm going to marry one man. So regardless of what people say about me, it's not my issue. Like, I don't know if that makes sense essentially.
No, it
Oh,
does.
nice, well said.
Do you know what? Yeah. As I was reading it, I think we have to break it down. So I'm gonna read the question. I'm gonna read it again, yeah, but read the first part first.
Tatenda, you staying with us?
Yeah, I'll stay for a little bit. I've
Right.
literally got a meeting at 10 minutes. That's
Sorry. Thanks.
So it says, What do we as women really think we're doing by claiming feminism, boss bitch, girl power, while sleeping with men indiscriminately, running around the place naked, and then when we hit a certain age and life stage, we stop the hoeing and scream that men must hate women because there aren't enough men who want to have and stay in a serious relationship?
That's the first.
That's the first point.
Cool. What happened?
But then if you ask yourself that question, I think the question in terms of saying like, oh, you run around indiscriminately, you're running around naked, that's an assumption. Like you're already pasting this ideal that because you're a woman who has sense in yourself and you know what you want and you go for what you want, that you have no discernment. Because I'm not going to lie to you, women aren't running around naked because that's actually a crime. So like that conversation is like, you're looking and seeing like a woman dressing a certain way,
not a crime.
but you perceive her in that way.
Tatenda,
So I think there's also...
It's not a crime
but
to be
Tatenda, you know,
naked in
you know what she
England.
meant though. You know what she meant. She
I
didn't
know,
mean,
but
she didn't mean
if
full
you're-
blown naked.
You're allowed to.
But the but
I
in that idea,
Just think DLT.
You're
I
saying-
think that's what she's trying to say.
No, I know. When I went to DLT,
But then
and I was
DLT,
shaking my
you're
ass
in
and
the
my cheeks were
sun.
out. But what does that
But
mean?
you didn't do 6 on 6. This is what I think she's trying to
Man says
also.
6 on 6.
Man said he didn't do 6 and 6.
I didn't.
You know what I'm saying? Why did you do it though?
Because that's not what I'm on. You're dumb. But that's me. That's not what I'm on. But the point I'm making is, if that was what I was on, yeah. Who gonna beat me? Like, who is going to beat me?
No one will beat you.
But-
Okay, go on. Sorry.
But yeah,
6 tonight. Sorry,
you need to go in the biz.
What did you say? 6 and 6 tonight?
Yeah, man. I don't know. I feel like I've said what I need to say on this topic, to be fair.
Go back to the second part she said.
Okay, and we're teaching all young girls coming up that the easiest way to continue giving men. It's confusing. But anyway, we're teaching all the young girls coming up the easiest way to continue giving men everything they want is basically freeing it up without any need for commitment. We've become everything we hated about them, and they are still benefiting most from it. But how have we become like men in terms
exactly,
of
that's the point
freeing
there.
it up without any need for like?
This seems to be centered around sex. That's all it seems to be about.
I believe so.
Basically, women are trying to
add-
indulge in casual sex more, innit? So you see, like,
That's
it's
the
like
thing.
it's like reclaiming the N-word kind of thing. You are leveling the playing field, innit? Like, you are saying that if it's all right for men to do it, it's all right for me to do it. So I can go outside, I can hold, I could turn up, I could slam who I want, boom,
but
boom,
then
boom.
basically
And what
at
they-
the end,
and
we're
but
crying.
What they're trying to
because-
say is, that's you're tricking yourself out of your position.
'Cause
That's
at the
not,
end-
yeah, because at the end, that's not even what you want. That's not what you got, and then you're complaining that no one wants you, innit?
Okay.
So what they're saying is,
That's if people find out about your escapades. If no one knows, then no one knows.
no, but then if you're not looking, if you're not intentionally at it, and if you're just wasting your 20s running around,
Yeah, if
raving
you're
and
actually
boom, boom,
wasting
boom, then
time,
you're
then fair
not gonna find that anyway, innit?
Yeah,
Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? People had different intentions. I know for a fact, well, not for a fact, but life was. My parents and that, and my parents' generations, my families, extended families, friends and stuff like that, they just felt different to us by the time they were our age. Like, they was more put together. They had families, they had homes, like the kids and stuff. They was just more put together than us. innit?
Yeah, 100%.
And it's because they was intentional about it from young. It's like what you're saying, because that was the idea that women needed men or whatever, but they was intentional about their dating. The whole point was to go and find a partner.
Yeah.
That's not the point now. Everybody's just turning up.
Yeah.
This is what they're saying. You just have lost your way, and then complain and don't understand why you ain't got no one.
They've lost their way, or we've all lost our way.
It might be
Are you with me or against me?
I'm trying to progress the conversation. You know what I mean, because I think it's not just a woman lost their way. I think it's men as well.
That's
what
true,
the thing
though.
is,
To be fair, because like Tantana said it before. You're talking about marriage. Where's the men that want to get married?
This is what I'm about to say. But the thing is, right? If, for example, Yusuf, you felt as though the issue is with both men and women, right? You may not come out and speak for the women. You may only speak to the men, right? And I think she may be doing the same thing. She may think the problem is with both of us, but I'm a woman, so I only want to speak to the women. It may be that. Because at the end of the day, I feel as though nowadays, again, I could be wrong, but nowadays, are more women single past 35, 40 than back in the day? Are more women without kids?
I ain't got the stats to be
I ain't
spreading
got
that
the
kind
stats,
of
but I
to be
guess if
spreading
I'm
that kind of
looking- but
rhetoric.
I ain't got the
ain't
stats,
got the
but I
numbers.
guess-
Your own friendship
But I'm gonna say, if I look at like, I guess, my network,
Yeah.
and also based on how the aunties are on our necks,
Yes.
it appears that way.
This is what I'm trying to say. And I think she's saying, look, if you factor all these things in, surely we are doing something different to back in the day because we're getting a different result. And is what we're doing a good thing for us?
But then also,
If we're going to ultimately just complain at 35, 37.
But that's the thing. What if you're not complaining though?
No, but I think she's talking about those who are. She may even be talking about herself. She may even be including herself in this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's all.
But that's why, like I said, yeah, it's about living a life that you won't regret though.
This is it.
I feel
And she
like,
may regret it.
I feel like, but then.
And so she's also thinking
that's
the
on
young
you.
girls though, who are looking up to us.
Oh, thanks, guys. I'm going to head off now.
Thank you
very
for
much.
that. Thank you very
babes.
much. She may be thinking the young girls now, like we may be giving them this same messaging, and it may be bad for us.
But this is the thing. Who's we? Because
People like herself, for example.
because ultimately,
if she did this, by the way, I don't know.
ultimately, it's like I said, I don't live by that rhetoric in it. So
Yeah.
for me, it's like I'm not the person encouraging young girls to live this lifestyle because I don't.
Yeah.
But I don't. Like, I'm at that age where I don't condemn anyone for doing whatever they want to do in it. It's literally entirely up to them. Like, you make your choices and you live your life for you. If you end up living a life with regret, again, it's on you. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Charlie, I'm tired.
Yeah. I hear you.
Because
I hear you.
I find this thing a bit confusing anyway, and I feel like we're kind of just
Yeah, going
looping around
yeah,
in
100%.
circles.
I just wanted to just to add a bit more to what she was saying because I feel as though it was easily shut down when I think a lot of women do think this. You know what I'm saying? But it's just not cool to speak this way nowadays. That's what you know what I mean? But yeah. Cool.
Let's get into our next headlines.
All right, so the next headlines, the United States Supreme Court has upheld federal requirements that Native American and indigenous tribal members must be given preferences in the adoption or temporary fostering of Native children. The 7-2 ruling, released on Thursday by the top court, shot down a challenge to the Indian Child Welfare Act of 1978, which, among other provisions, set federal standards for removing Native children from their families and placing them for foster care or adoption. It required that preference be given to members of a child's extended family, other tribe members, or other Indian families. On Thursday, Cherokee Nation Principal Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr. called the ruling a major victory for the Native tribes, children, and the future of our culture and heritage. We hope this ruling will lay to rest the political attacks aimed at diminished tribal sovereignty and creating instability through our Indian law that has persisted for too long. Next headline here, trigger warning here, very sad, big highway crash basically in Canada where people passed away. At least 15 people have died after a very serious road crash in the Canadian province of Manitoba. The crash was between a semi-trailer truck and a bus carrying mostly elderly people. Police said the collision happened on the Trans-Canada Highway near Carberry, 2 hours west of Winnipeg. Emergency crews and air ambulances have responded to the crash, and in several tweets, the RCMP, in Manitoba said it was responding to a very serious mass casualty collision and that all of its resources, including its major crime unit, had been deployed to the scene. Emergency vehicles, including an air ambulance and 12 ambulances, were dispatched to the scene at 11:43 local time on Thursday. Most of the seniors aboard the handy transit vehicle were from Dauphin, Manitoba, and the surrounding areas. At least 10 people, including the 2 drivers, are at hospital with likely significant injuries, considering the magnitude and force applied from the crash. And the last headline here, some treason. And basically, a U.S. Army soldier has pleaded guilty to attempting to help the Islamic State, ISIS, attack and murder U.S. service members in the Middle East. The Justice Department also said he pleaded guilty to attempting to provide material support to a designated foreign terrorist organization. Cole Bridges, who is also known as Cole Gonzalez, shared information with an undercover federal agent, and he could now face up to 40 years in prison. Mr. Bridges joined the U.S. Army around September of 2019 and was based in Fort Stewart in Georgia. He soon began researching and consuming online propaganda promoting jihadists and their violent ideology. This according to the U.S. Attorney's office statement. But Mr. Bridges began corresponding with the Federal Bureau of Investigation employee, FBI employee, in October of 2020, who was posing as an ISIS supporter in contact with members in the Middle East. Mr. Bridges shared his frustrations with the US military and noted his desire to aid ISIS. And the statement said that he began providing training and guidance to purported ISIS fighters who were planning attacks, including advice about potential targets in New York City. He is also said to have sent the undercover agent portions of a US Army training manual and guidance about military combat tactics. In December of 2020, Mr. Bridges started providing instructions for ISIS fighters on how to attack US service members in the Middle East, and even shared a diagram of specific military maneuvers to maximize US troops' deaths. He provided a video of himself in US Army body armor, standing in front of an ISIS flag, and even gestured support for the ISIS group. And that's it for the headlines.
All right, let's get into you guys' favourite bit. Let's get into the reaction. Oh.
So, welcome to the reaction. Esther's favourite part of the show.
Loving it.
Still looking forward to see what you've done with it over the weekend.
Listen, I killed it. I expect a private message from you after you see it. Singing my praises.
I see the man in the chat rating it as well. They were like, yeah, it was cold.
Are you a hater? What's your problem?
I don't know, it's just a bit dubious.
Listen, you better tell Tigo. Might want to call us. Pick up the phone.
So in our first bit of news, we've got Spain to play Croatia in the final. So substitute Joselu's last gasp strike secured Spain a 2-1 victory as they set up a Nations League final against Croatia. Jeremy Pino's early strike gave Luis de la Fuente's side the advantage, but Italy responded through Ciro, is that Caro or Ciro? How do you say his name? Immobile's, anyway, Immobile's penalty after Zanilio's volley struck the arm of Lenormand. Yeah. What was that?
Yes.
Flipping hell.
So dramatic.
Starving. Oh my God.
You're dying for it.
Wow.
I mean, it was so like hooking for me. It's so audible.
In what was the end-to-end game, David Frattesi's goal was ruled out by VAR for offside midway through the first half as the two sides went into the break level. The quality dipped after the break as both sets of players fatigued. Alvaro Morata sent a low shot wide from the edge of the 6-yard box before Man City's midfielder Rodri's acrobatic effort flew just over the crossbar as Spain looked the most likely to snatch a victory. However, Unai Simons produced a brilliant reaction stop to deny Frattesi an extra time as extra time loomed before Joselu popped up 2 minutes from time to steer Rodri's deflected effort into the back of the net to send Spain into the final. And in our last headline, which we got here, is Manchester United shares up 10%, but Qataris still waiting on exclusivity. So Manchester United's share price spiked almost 10% on Thursday following a report from Reuters that the club are negotiating granting exclusivity to Sheikh Jassim. The Qatari banker has made 5 bids to buy United in a deal which could value the club at up to $6 billion. Sources close to Sheikh Jassim say he's still waiting to hear if he has entered into exclusivity. No exclusivity has been granted to any party interested in buying or investing in the club.
We're doing some transfer stuff as well.
That cool?
Hello, good morning.
Hello, can you hear me?
You can.
Loud and clear.
Yeah. I know you guys probably want to go, so I just had a quick question for. It's all in sports, but it's I just wanted like a broader, understanding of what you guys think. Really, it's about the Zinchenko. You guys heard obviously what he said about the Ukraine and Russians never playing. So I just wanted to hear your thoughts because I was having a conversation with my boys. I don't know, like, what's your views on that?
I think we have to go over to resident Arsenal fans because between me and you, I haven't heard a single thing Zinchenko
I didn't hear what you said,
I think Zinchenko was interviewed by Piers Morgan.
Okay.
And he commented on the Russia-Ukraine war.
Okay.
And I think he also said that Russia should... What did he say that Russia should do?
Oh, is it what you said?
No, they're basically.
Russian
No,
players
basically.
Yeah.
Give me a
And then
rundown
he had
quickly.
Basically.
Arsenal flag badge right behind him.
I don't know. What did he say? Tell me what he said.
No, basically, because Wimbledon starts next month and they allowed Russian and Belarusian players to play,
they asked him, what do you think about it? And if you think sports stars or Russian or Belarusian sports stars should be allowed to play. And he said no. And then they asked him, would you shake their hands or like, and he said, no, I'll never like look them in the eyes. They're traitors. Anyone who condemns the government, even if they don't speak, basically supports them, basically, because if you didn't support them, you'd say something. So they're just asking, what would you guys feel like on that?
I don't even care. I don't even listen to him. That's some like Ukrainian problems. And he's just using his platform, his sports platform, to push his agendas. He's allowed to feel however he feels, but I ain't got nothing against these Russians. So what would he say, that Russians shouldn't be allowed to play in the Premier League either?
Yeah, I think. Hold on, what are these two particular tennis players? What have they done? Like, why is he firing at them? Like,
because they're from Russian, because of where they're from.
Just being from Russia doesn't mean that you're complicit.
But I also think the question he's asking is, Ozil was like, we got rid of Ozil for being political, but then Zinchenko's being political.
Yeah, but it's because Ozil was, you know what I'm trying to say, no one don't care about Islam, so it's different, bro. Let's have it right. Let's call a spade a spade.
But we haven't seen a response yet, so Zinchenko might, still be shafted out because of the political thing. I don't know if there's a statement that Arsenal put out, but I do believe when it is that the interview drops, I'm not sure if it's dropped yet. I know there was a clip, and that clip went viral.
Because Arsenal didn't put this out, and even the badge at the back, that wasn't.
Do you think Arsenal would like? Is that dangerous stuff like him putting out? Obviously, he's entitled to his opinions and stuff like that, but he's using his platform to leverage to do this political stuff. Would Arsenal tell him off for that? Is that
okay? Cool. What if Arsenal had interest in a Russian player?
They can't, by the way.
Some type of, you know what I mean? Tension.
By the way, Russian players aren't allowed in the UK at all.
Was that say again?
There's no Russian players allowed in British land. It's been voted like last year. Yeah, they can't. They're all banned. Yeah.
Okay, I had no idea.
They're banning Russians from everything, boy. The banks, they closed them all down. But yeah, let the government sort it out. He's doing too much, if you ask me. But maybe the Arsenal fans feel different. He's in support, in solidarity of your great left back.
I don't think this is an Arsenal fan thing. This is just a conversation for the people, isn't it? It's not about being an Arsenal fan. Because he's an Arsenal player, it's not. What's your Arsenal fan say? General.
Yeah, it just shows. It's just like some type of media propaganda. It's just obviously supporting some kind of agenda that these people want to push. Because when it's other stuff, they're not going to do that. They're not going to give someone of these men a platform to sit out there and talk stuff about Syria and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So.
Because I don't support people just because they're Arsenal players, isn't it?
Yeah, I ain't subscribed to all of his nonsense.
Depends on what you're actually talking about. Like, what's your actual thing? So we'll see how it all unfolds, innit? Brent, what about you?
I'm not sure if Ozil was shafted because of the comments.
I think there's more, in terms of Ozil, I think more happened behind the scenes than we give credit for. I don't think it was just the stance he was taking. There's a lot more that went into it. Remember, there was a whole thing about him not wanting to take a pay cut. Him paying the wages of the mascot because him saying that if they remember, they said that, what was it about the staff being let go?
Gonosaurus.
Yeah, they let go of some staff, and he was against them letting go of the staff. He wanted to pay their wages. There's a whole disparity regarding finances with Ozil, plus the stuff he said politically.
So he was deliberately causing trouble.
That's what it seemed like.
Because this kind of started when he wasn't getting played and whatnot, and he knew that he had a massive fan base, and doing these things would.
I think I know what lost him. He came out publicly and said, "I'm not taking a pay cut, right? But take my wages and pay the staff that you're gonna let off. Don't let off the staff, but they let the staff off anyway."
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think this is a false equivalency. Asking me, I think this is what he's saying. If they got rid of Ozil, then they should get rid of Zinchenko. I'm saying I don't think they got rid of Ozil because of the Muslim thing.
Yeah, they got rid of Ozil for not only the stuff off the field, but even on the field. His age, the fact that he didn't fit into the team anymore. Zinchenko, we just signed Zinchenko.
Yeah, he's good.
He's young.
They didn't.
What's that?
Sorry, they didn't. Yeah, but the minute he put like a tweet, I remember it was like 20 times. He put like, "There's a tragedy going on in China. Was it Uyghur massacre or something like that?"
Yeah.
But also remember, Arsenal are in business with China too, innit? I think that was a factor. No, there was a few companies in China that Arsenal in business with as well.
But and they came straight away to denounce it and to say we don't align with their views, blah blah blah. But literally, as Brent said, they put Zinchenko, they put the interview in literally the Arsenal room. So clearly they allowed it and they kind of
I think
agree
Piers
with
Morgan
it. So.
flipping the question that was asked, that was flipping ambush, man. Especially chilling in the flipping Arsenal quarters. You're supposed to be talking about football.
He got ambushed.
Yeah.
Why is he talking to Zinchenko anyway?
He's interviewing.
Because of Ukraine. Nah, it's Ukraine, man.
He's Ukrainian, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. So that interview was centered around that. It wasn't an ambush. No, that's why he's there.
Huh?
Yeah, it was an ambush. Yeah.
What I'm
I don't
saying
think it
is
was an
why-
ambush.
Of all
Wait.
players,
So what both of you are saying is that Arsenal wanted this particular conversation to go out.
No, I'm not saying Arsenal. I don't even know if that was even at the stadium.
But this
Where
is
was that?
initially what you said. It wasn't an ambush. I'm thinking that question was. I mean, asking him in this particular environment, knowing full well that that thing happened to Ozil,
Question. What's the environment you're speaking of?
the war that's going on currently.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about where he was. He wasn't at the Arsenal stadium, was he?
He was at London Coney. He was at London Coney.
Oh,
He was at
he
London
was.
Coney.
Okay,
Badge
cool.
was there.
That's what I want to clarify. So he was at the Arsenal premises.
Training ground.
Why do you think Piers Morgan
Yeah, and-
is interviewing Zinchenko of all
I
players?
haven't seen the interview. I just saw the clip that was put out, and I don't know if the full interview has been put out.
Okay,
yet.
what I'm trying to say, this is where I see it. If Piers Morgan is coming to do interviews at Arsenal, and he chooses Zinchenko of all players, it's to talk about it's to talk about that topic.
I don't. So there's no way the entire interview you're gonna flip and talk
Not
about
the
war.
entire, but that's the
because
whole.
that's flipping politics.
No, but that is what.
So I
is
don't think
centered around.
I don't think they started that way. I think they got gotten that way. Once you don't start an interview with this.
I didn't
this
say
question.
start.
So
I
I
didn't say
believe
start.
this clip.
I didn't
that
say start.
He knew
I
full
didn't
well
say
would do the
start.
circle, do the rounds. He's put it out and it's quoted. Or host of the fan.
I'm not.
I haven't got a
I'm
clue
not
what the interview
disputing
was.
that.
I don't know
Why are
if
you
it
getting
is he
so
interviewed
irate?
5 or 6 different players.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't watched the interview.
I'm
And
not.
you
I'm not
asked me-
coming at you. Why are you getting so defensive?
Okay, now I'll calm down so you can focus on what we're
Please.
talking about because you're deflecting right now.
How am I deflecting?
What question did you ask me?
Bruv, let me. I'm trying to ascertain. My point was, you're saying that question was an ambush.
Yes.
I'm saying I feel like one of the main reasons why he's interviewing Zinchenko is to talk to him about the war in Russia.
So you didn't suggest it was the main reason?
No.
Oh, then
I
forgive me.
I
then.
am, Brent.
And
I am.
why are you suggesting it was the main reason for the interview?
Because first of all, I feel like most interviews, if it was about Arsenal and stuff, obviously it sounds stupid, but like they wear their Arsenal colours, their like badge or whatever. This was like he was wearing his normal clothes, so this was after training, and I think there was about 5 or 6 questions I heard that were literally question about Ukraine. So maybe he did talk about football, like obviously he's an Arsenal fan as well, and he must have been like, oh, how's the season? But it must have been like max 1 or 2 questions, and then bang, let's get straight into the topic, like why I'm actually here. And obviously it makes sense because obviously he's a Ukraine captain.
Sorry, Yusuf.
and-
How long was the interview?
I don't know, but I saw 5 different questions just about Ukraine.
Was it put
And,
out on social media?
Yeah, on the
5 questions?
Piers Morgan's thing. Yeah.
Is the full interview out to view?
I don't know if it's a full, but what I saw.
So just the clips that were salacious got put on social media, yes?
Yeah, on his Twitter account.
I
Yeah.
need to find out if the interview has dropped because suggesting that 5 of these questions, in my head, that interview would have been longer than 5 questions.
Okay, but my point is, even if how many questions it is, yeah, that's an arbitrary number, yeah. But my point is, I think it wasn't an ambush, but it was like, Piers, I want to talk about Ukraine. Piers went to Zinchenko and said, I want to talk about Ukraine. Can I talk to you? And he said, yeah, come to the Arsenal training ground, and then bang. And obviously, Arsenal, because they're in support of Ukraine and blah, 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 and all that rhetoric, they're not going to say no, because at the end of the day, you're just spreading positivity towards Ukrainian and awareness, sorry.
All right, so I hear what you're saying. You said that you think that they had the interview off the back of Zinchenko suggesting it. I don't think Arsenal runs like that.
I don't know if he's suggesting it, but he allowed it clearly because it happened there.
No, I think Arsenal allowed it, and obviously, seeing that it's gone out, they would have double checked it, 100%. But what my argument is, I don't believe that, full well knowing that this would cause arguments online. Arsenal's very, very careful about that kind of stuff, right? Yes, it's gone out, 100%. I don't think the interview was set up just to talk about politics.
I don't think it was just, but I think that was a big part of the reason.
And that's fine. And that's why I asked how many questions were in the interview, because if it's just 5 questions and the interview had 25 questions, you could understand the majority of the questions weren't about politics. No.
I guess we'll see. We'll see, and then we'll come back to it.
Hence
but like,
me asking.
I
Hence
think
me
it
asking.
is.
Is it available so I can check?
Because Brent, if you were coming to
It'll probably. Sorry.
London Colney to talk just football, you would pick a player who hasn't got anything else going on to where there's an elephant in the room. So you would pick someone else. You wouldn't pick Zinchenko, where there's obvious other conversation to be had here, which is the war in Russia, right? The war in Ukraine. You wouldn't pick Zinchenko. You'd pick Saka, Odegaard, whatever. If you want to keep it just football, you can't interview Zinchenko and expect that not to come up.
I agree with what you're saying, but I also said I don't know how many players he interviewed, or if it was just Zinchenko.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was just. It was just. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, to deny the fact that that interview may have been set up just to talk about that, I think that's plausible.
Just to talk about that particular thing?
Yeah, I think it's plausible, yeah.
Thank you very much. Do you want to say anything else?
Yeah, I was going to talk about Man United, but you know, they probably take too much of your time. So now, probably another time. But yeah, no worries.
Thank you very much for the call.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, boss. Thank you, boss.
Can we touch a few transfers quickly? So you know, Arsenal have pulled out of the race. Apparently, pulled out of the race to sign Caicedo, like I thought anyway. And he's
What's
agreed.
wrong with you, lot, man?
He's agreed terms. He's agreed terms, personal terms with Chelsea, on the player side, not with Brighton yet. And that's the rumor that he's decided to go Chelsea. Obviously, it's about the money, but Arsenal.
You can't say it's about the money.
Okay, cool. Hear me out on this. So
You don't want to pull your finger out.
No,
yeah.
I know. No, I'm not talking about Arsenal side. I'm talking about what's being reported is the reason why he's chosen Chelsea. And they're saying it's because of the project. He's been convinced.
You know, he's came out ages ago, yeah. Because I think he said this 3 seasons ago. You know, you don't battle for anyone, innit?
Yeah.
You know that that's you lot's thing. Like, if you ain't
don't do
bidding
with
for no one.
Yeah,
idiot thing.
No,
Anyway, go
I'm
on.
with you. I think Arsenal
Go
are
ahead.
idiots. So it's been reported that he's convinced by the project. Yeah. Obviously, I don't buy into any of that stuff, innit? Because Chelsea are a mess. They're not in Champions League. They're 12th place in the league. It's a mess. My issue is, and obviously I don't know the reasons behind it. It seems like Arsenal have pulled out the race for him. God knows why. And we're now focusing on Havertz. I trust Arteta. I'm intrigued to see where he's going to play Havertz, but I thought the priority was the midfield. But now he's deviated to Havertz, and it's so random. And now Caicedo's going to Chelsea to be the Conte.
He ain't got legs. The things that Havertz falls short on, you can't really teach or change.
Yeah.
So in that midfield, like what if Partey goes? What's that? What Havertz, Rice, and Odegaard? Oh God.
The thing is, if we don't
want that,
if we're not signing Caicedo, I don't believe that these Partey rumours are true anyway. I don't think Partey's getting nowhere. I think Partey, Jorginho will be here next season. Xhaka's most probably going to go.
You don't think Jorginho will go?
No. Also, I'm seeing reports that Havertz might play as a number 8 or number 10.
On the 9.
Yeah. No, 9.
Like a false 9 in front of
Maybe a
Jesus.
false 9 or in the midfield. I saw a formation today that obviously this is made up by a fan, but they had 3 at the back: Rice, Partey, Havertz, Odegaard, Jesus, Saka, Martinelli.
Yeah, that sounds nonsense.
Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning. It's Jamal again. Now you're talking about football. I feel like I could be a part of this, properly a part of this. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly.
Yeah,
giving Mizzy,
so
you know?
regarding
I feel like it's actually Mizzy.
regarding funny that regarding Kai Havertz, Arsenal getting Kai Havertz is a bit crazy. I'm not gonna lie, because 60 M's on Kai Havertz when you could actually spend money on like Caicedo, that money on Caicedo, and just put maybe extra 15, 20 million on that is much better than actually spending money on Kai Havertz. Now I don't know what Arsenal are doing, but
Who do you support, Jamal?
I support Chelsea.
Oh. I was thinking clearly you support Arsenal, but
yucky.
No. I'll be real. I'm happy if you man take Kai Havertz away from us. You hear what I'm saying? I just feel like this guy is not clicking with him. Like something's not there. Like mentally in it. Like he can't get 10 Premier League goals. He's been in England for how many seasons, and he can't get 10 Premier League goals. Come on, man.
Been there 3
Like I'm
seasons.
saying,
First
60
season was
million.
9. Second season was 14. Last season was 9 again.
Nah, you never.
And also,
He's never got more
we're
than 10
helping
Premier League goals.
Chelsea pay for Caicedo too, and 60 M for Havertz after the display he's done. In
It's
the last 3
ridiculous.
years. Oh,
Well, how much is it?
It's ridiculous.
How much is you can't get Havertz for less than 60? Surely. How much they pay for him? 70 or something? 80.
No, they're demanding
You
70,
paid 70,
75.
but he's got 2 years left of his deal, bro. I'll be honest with you.
So if he's got 2 years left in the deal, there's value in it. You can't get him on a cheap if he's got 2 years left in.
No, when I say cheap, I don't mean like 30 million. 50,
Yeah, but
50.
With
this
2
is my
years, they
thing,
paid
though.
70 million for him. He's got 2 years left in his contract. 50.
Yeah, so
but hold on, my thing is, wait, hold on.
By Leverkusen.
Hold on though. Is he worth the 60 M's for you to splash out 60 M's on a player like that?
No. Based on his previous 3 seasons in England, no.
I told you I wouldn't mind you not doing it. I believe it's a risk, and that's why I wouldn't mind you not doing it, because it could be egg on your face. But I also believe that he's a good player, and in a different system, different coaching, something could click, and he could be very good for you lot.
I'm not against. I'm on the fence. 50-50. I'm not against Arsenal getting Kai Havertz. Yeah, in totality, I'm just against them.
Arsenal don't need Kai Havertz.
Wait, one second. I'm not against Arsenal getting the Kai Havertz in totality, but right now, when Caicedo is still there, before he's been bought, we're not focusing on him. Get him first, then you could talk about Kai Havertz.
Rice you're getting?
Yeah, I want Rice and Caicedo. I want both.
Oh, you want both of them?
Yeah, I want both.
Okay.
Yeah. I want both. He's there to be for the taking. We had an agreement with him in January, right? He's there. I don't know what the plan is, and obviously, I kind of trust. I don't think he's bringing Kai Havertz in to be a number 9. So I'm intrigued. Okay, cool. Kai Havertz, interesting. How are you gonna? Because in my head, we still got a lot of different. We got Smith Rowe still, Vieira's still there, and I see them in a similar kind of mold almost, right? So Arteta must want something specific with this guy. No,
I don't know.
What do you think?
Come on, Brent.
What do you think is coming into the striker?
Jamal, thank you so much so far. Are you staying on? Or you've said what you said.
Oh no, I was just gonna say something. If I was Arsenal, my main thing would be focusing on Caicedo first, because there's more clubs after Caicedo than actually Rice, innit? From what we've heard, innit? So that's what I would put my main focus on. Get him, and then obviously then deal with Rice, innit? You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jamal.
Think about it. You get Rice and Caicedo now. You're sorted for the future, you know.
What are you saying, Brent?
You're sorted because Partey and Jorginho are on the way out soon.
So, I don't watch much of Chelsea, as you know.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, can you hear me?
Speaking.
Yo, it's Chris.
Yeah, I know.
Chris, I'm talking about.
Sorry, Chris. We're having an inside joke here. Sorry, Chris. Thank you very much for calling in. What are your thoughts?
Oh, mate.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, basically, I want to talk about the Caicedo thing.
Yep.
I did wanted for them. I'm an Arsenal fan. I wanted Caicedo and Rice. Well, like, if we get both, I don't think it's going to work, as we still got Partey, we still got Jorginho.
Yeah,
So go
with Havertz thing, but like with Jackie, he's going, so he might be a replacement for him. But like with Chelsea, he went to Chelsea, and Chelsea turned him into a striker. And he's not a striker; he's a hold-up man. So he's like a number 10. Like when he was at like Leverkusen, it was like a number 10, and Chelsea made him a striker, and it ruined his whole thing. So like 50 million. It's kind of too much still because he flopped to the Prem. But if he's a replacement for Xhaka, it might work. But we've kind of said I was doing him, but we got too much midfielders, man. We got Partey, they're getting Rice, and fucking what's his name, El Neni, and some of the players, man.
And then he's gone, man.
He's still on the books, but he signed a contract.
Yeah, let him be on the books, man. He's gone. He ain't part of the plans.
He does the basics right. Like he can hold the ball. That's about it. But like, Havertz thing, the price. If the price is good, I don't mind. But like, if it's over 50, that's a rip-off, man.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Thanks, bro.
Appreciate that.
No problem, man.
You know, some players are sold based on obviously age, contract length, and still sometimes potential. Like, you know, his quality in it. But 60 million? If 60 million is there, again, like you were saying, go and get Caicedo. But you were saying.
All right, okay. So I don't watch Chelsea. So I've only seen Kai Havertz in, I guess, glimpses, right? Salah used to play for who?
Chelsea.
De Bruyne used to play for who?
Chelsea.
They didn't get him to cook.
Yeah.
Now, we wanted Mudryk, and Mudryk was a stinker this season.
Yeah.
And he went for 100 million.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it is I could basically gauge me wanting to come based on his time at Chelsea. I think everybody goes to Chelsea to die these days. Your skill set is not going to be shown up when it is that you touch down in Chelsea. Now, when I saw it, I'm thinking, Kai Havertz. So I started, going on YouTube to see other people's take on this, that, and the next time, and I've seen certain threads, those Twitter accounts that kind of break down analytically how certain players do this, that, and next. And I'm hearing them saying, this guy's excellent, this guy's brilliant. So I've now gone onto YouTube to check what he was doing before he went to Chelsea. And he was cooking before he went to Chelsea, right? And I think he scored the winning goal in the Champions League also, final.
Yeah.
So I now stumble into Gunnerblog. And I respect Gunnerblog as a journalist, a sports journalist. And I hear him saying, hear me out on Kai Havertz. I think what Arteta wants him to do is to basically replace or be an alternative to Jesus. Because Jesus could play on the right easily, right? And Jesus going down through the middle, he ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. Kai Havertz is 6'3", 6'4", right? He can hold up the ball. And he also quoted what Tuchel said about Kai Havertz. He's a mixture of Van Persie, Bergkamp. Yeah. So I ain't seen none of that.
Yeah.
But if he's saying that, I'm thinking, all right, cool. Maybe Arteta has some plan.
No, he does, for sure.
And I do believe that we are going to be challenging on different fronts this season. So we need a squad. So Kai Havertz coming in at 60, obviously we're balking because, oh my goodness, that's a lot of money, especially when we're hearing that this guy is available, Caicedo, and we should be getting him in because if we are to get him in, then boy, but we still need to buy a midfielder that is attacking.
True, but it seems like I said before, I'm not against Kai Havertz, but I think the timing of it is what's annoying me. Right?
No,
it's the timing of it.
But I think that's juxtaposed with the whole Caicedo.
Exactly.
And I can't put any merit in the things that I'm reading about how we were in for him. I don't know if behind the scenes.
What do you mean now? You mean in January?
No, we weren't for him in January because I think we had looked for Rice and they were saying no, you're not getting Rice.
Yeah.
So we went to Caicedo.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were looking to get both of them. I think that if we had gotten Rice, we'd have Caicedo. If Partey goes, cool. I see that as if we sell Partey, we're getting Caicedo.
But the thing is, if we got Caicedo in January, we'll still be going in for Rice now. Rice was always the plan.
Again, I don't know that. But I do,
That's
I
what's
do
been heavily
believe that
reported,
I do believe
that-
that's accurate
Yeah.
because, like I said, if we are getting rid of Partey,
Yeah.
we definitely need two midfielders in.
Yeah.
Two midfielders of that ilk.
And Jorginho will be gone. If not now, he'll be gone next season.
I'm not talking about Jorginho. I'm talking about our starting players. Our
I know, but
starting
I'm
players
saying
are
depth,
Xhaka
in terms of depth, in terms of depth.
and Partey, and they're leaving. And
Yeah.
if we're saying we didn't have a squad to basically manage on all fronts, we definitely need formidable people in there. And they don't mention El Neni because El Neni is supposed to be a guy that comes in and just keeps it ticking, right?
Yeah.
And he does a great job at that. So with the whole Caicedo stuff, I don't know if behind the scenes it's a case where Brighton's saying we want this amount of money and it may be 120 million. There's no way Arsenal's doing that.
The report I'm seeing is 80. But again, that's just the report I'm seeing.
I am not sure if he's going for 80.
You think more?
I think more. I in my head I think more, but that's me just assuming. But that's not
If there've been talks behind the scenes and Brighton are asking for 100, I don't see Arsenal paying 100 for Rice, 100 for Caicedo.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing 80 million will get it done.
Yeah.
For
Now,
Caicedo.
the whole thing about me and Caicedo, I love Caicedo 100%. But when Brighton sells Caicedo, they're going to get a replacement.
Yeah.
And it might be a case where that person might be better than Caicedo.
Or he may not.
100%. But they've done a few of those midfielders.
Yeah.
And they've sold them for a lot.
So you're
right?
proposing that we buy the next person that they bring in?
I don't want to feel as though our scouting team is just proximity-based Premier League. I don't want it to be that. I do believe that I am not going to mourn as much as the Mudryk one. Because have we officially come out in this particular window and said we're in for Caicedo? I know we did it in January. Have we come out this time?
No, but they never come out. It's always just reports. It's always just rumours.
No, in January it was very evident that we came out.
You mean that actually made the
We
bid?
made a bid.
Oh, no, we haven't
so
made
we
the
haven't
bid.
yet.
Yeah, we
So
haven't.
all this conversation around it is just speculation, right?
Yeah.
And now it's been said that Chelsea has made a bid,
Yeah.
right? And they're in conversations.
Yeah.
But I want to see how that goes, because Brighton's going to get what they want to get. they're not going to be talked down to. They're not going to be selling this guy on a cheap,
You know what
especially if the conversation is Arsenal are also in for him, and Man United might be there, and City might be there.
Also, you're forgetting there's a player that, was it Cornwall, that Brighton won from Chelsea.
Yeah.
He was on loan last season.
Yeah, and Chelsea was refusing to give them.
Because of no, Chelsea were demanding too much money. That could help now. Like, you scratch our back here, we'll scratch your back here.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% I hear that. But that would mean that Colwell will have to go the other way. If they don't, then that puts paid to that particular theory.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that's a possibility. That could help ease the Caicedo transfer over to Chelsea. Yeah.
I'm okay with Kai Havertz. I'm okay with Kai Havertz because it makes us stronger.
Yeah.
And I can see European nights where we're not playing our starting 11 from this year, and we are still looking to turn up. Remember, Nketiah is there, right? Nketiah can't be the only person that we put to rely on in that particular position.
Don't forget about Trossard.
100%. But you have to discount, who's that skinny guy?
Who?
The one who is...
Vieira.
Yeah. Still. And people are saying we're going to be getting rid of Smith Rowe. I mean...
No. I heard David Austin said he's staying. He's a part of the plans.
All right. Yeah, I'm not... I wasn't excited before the Gunner blog thing.
Yeah.
When I listened to it, I was like, wait a minute. All right.
Kai Havertz is intriguing for me. It's intriguing.
But he's technically brilliant.
No, he is.
And he holds up the ball and everything.
And I'm pretty sure Arteta will put him in a system where he'll flourish. I just want us to get Caicedo, man, and that's probably what's blurring my Kai Havertz.
I see
vision.
that's two different positions, though.
No, it is. Maybe I'm being finance man. Oh, if they give that 60 to Chelsea for thingy, then we won't be able to. That means there'll be no money left over for Caicedo. Because I don't see Arsenal.
I don't see that as no money left over for Caicedo, because even if we got Caicedo, we would still needed a flipping front man. And we had to pay big money for that. So I don't think this is dependent on this.
To be fair, with sales as well, because
precisely, we haven't mentioned the sales. And if Partey is going,
no, Partey, I think we should stop talking about that. Partey's not going. The sales we're going to get money from Xhaka, Balogun. I'm hearing about 40 mil, right? Then you've got Tavares.
Balogun for 40, yeah.
But I think they should get more for him. No,
he sent him to Saudi.
He ain't got Saudi. He's 21.
40 million for Balogun.
Wait, do you think that's low or high? I'm confused.
That's high for Balogun.
You think that's high?
Yeah.
No way.
I mean, obviously, you're saying
in
if
this
he's bagging in
this
goals
inflated market
in France, but I hear that. But
I
would love for us to sell Balogun for 40 million. How much would you sell Nketiah for?
Nketiah is about 35.
Whoa. Okay.
40.
You think you get more for Balogun than Nketiah?
You know what it is? I feel like. Okay, cool. Let me be realistic. Yeah, Nketiah will probably go for about 40. Yeah. I think Balogun should go for about 50. He's younger, he's more athletic, he's faster, he's got more pace. And actually,
ain't Nketiah like the under 21's all-time goal scorer? Like, how many league he scored way? He got way more. Why would he be?
I'm not gonna
why
lie.
would Balogun cost more than him?
Because of the reasons that I'm naming.
But he ain't got no.
Yeah, but even in cool. I know people discount the league. It's a farmers league, whatever. But Nketiah hasn't scored as many goals as he scored. He scored 21 goals in the season. Nketiah has not even scratched that, right? So based on his goal record, based on his age, physical prowess, just the abilities that he has, that Nketiah is more of a poacher, right? I think Balogun is a better striker than Nketiah, all around. Nketiah might be a better finisher, but all around player, all around striker, I think Balogun's better.
I don't think he's a better finisher. How about?
I just said that he's not. I said Nketiah's a better finisher.
No, I don't think Nketiah is a better finisher.
Oh, you think Balogun's a better finisher?
Yeah. Our left back we're selling also.
Oh, Kimitini. I hope not. I hope not. But if so, also, the money I'm hearing for him as well is a bit low. I'm hearing 35, 40. No. 50, 60 million. I'm sorry. Like, days are gone when Arsenal selling players for the cheap. This is inflated market and you're selling to...
So,
I want 60 million for Kimitini.
Do you think that's going to happen?
I think we can get 50.
Okay.
No, you don't think we get 50?
I don't think so.
How much do you think for Kimitini?
I would love for that to happen. I would love for us to move like Brighton.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to happen.
What is it about Arsenal players, even if they're even if they're young, even if they've got a proven track record, even if, they're in contract, why is it that we don't see the value and we can't put a high price tag on them?
No.
Because if another club had Kimitini and he's going for 60. People are like, okay, cool. But when it's Arsenal, I feel like people like to dim Arsenal players' value.
How much would you sell Saka for?
Saka's going for 150.
Tierney will be deemed as a flop leaving Arsenal.
Not really, 'cause remember.
He hasn't raised his value or anything.
been
So
injured.
But you're forgetting the reason why he hasn't.
it doesn't matter. The best ability is availability. It's not.
That's what I'm saying. These are all things.
So
that
he's
are
okay, cool. So his injury record will play a part in his. On his
How much
value.
did you pay for him?
We paid 35, no?
I can't remember. You know.
You think you've doubled money on Tierney? If you make money on Tierney, you should be happy.
50,
if you made £2 million on
Oh,
Tierney,
knock it off.
you should be happy.
Knock it off. No, 50. Give me 50. Wait. So how much you reckon he goes for?
There's no value there. You don't even play
how
him or
much you
use
reckon
him.
He goes for?
Who's buying him?
Newcastle was the rumor.
40? 35,
good. I'll take
35,
that.
40?
I take 40.
That'd be good money, yeah.
I want
it'd be-
50. I want 50. Honestly, I want 50.
How much was Cucurella?
Oh, he was 70.
I thought it was 60.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Yeah,
that's
but
Chelsea.
he's worth more than Tierney.
Come on, man. What's he done? He done
Tierney's use up took the value from Tierney. It's not
Yeah,
to say
because
like
of
he's. I'm
Zinchenko,
not saying like he's some terrible player or something like that.
Yeah.
But there's no value in him. Like there's no value there.
What? Because of one season he hasn't really played. So why? Okay, cool. Why can Chelsea demand 75 million for Kai Havertz? That's what they're asking for.
Havertz has been.
And no one's really saying nothing.
Chelsea's been terrible, yeah. But Havertz has been involved in the terribleness. Like he's been playing in it. Like they've all been bad, but he's been playing. Like he's got 2 years left of his contract, and there's value in him that somebody else might find in it because he's been
And
playing.
same with Kieran Tierney too.
Kieran Tierney ain't really even been involved in anything good that you've been doing. Kieran Tierney ain't been involved in it. It's not nothing to do with
You're
Tierney.
talking about just the season. You're talking about his whole Arsenal career.
I don't. Maybe
Because
it's
his
just
career-
last season, but as a whole, it
Yeah.
just seems like that the way it looks.
Nah. Kieran Tierney he's had a good Arsenal run, man. This last season, he
If
didn't
it was
really play
that
much.
good, you wouldn't need to replace him. There wouldn't have been all the fanfare around Zinchenko.
No,
You wouldn't be getting. If he'd done
no
what he said on the
way,
tin, like what
no
he said in the
way,
first
no
place,
way, Mark.
you would still be playing.
No, because
with him.
Arteta prefers Zinchenko because he likes to play the inverted fullback role.
Kieran Tierney is not £50 million worth of footballer.
I think we can.
And he has not gone to. If you pay 35 million for him, he has not gone to Arsenal and doubled his money. He hasn't done that.
No, double's not 50. I think
Doubles 70. He hasn't doubled his value.
I didn't say double. I didn't say 70. I said I want 50 million.
But sorry, even if we sell him for 35, we are making a profit because we've already used him for an amount of time. That's what we bought him for.
You should be happy with 35.
100%.
I'm saying that's
35
50 is a
sounds a
stretch.
bit. It don't sound a bit cheap to you.
Because we know how good Tierney is. But remember, Tierney wants to play.
Yeah.
So he wants to leave. And his
Yeah.
agents have made it very clear that he wants to play.
I hate when people do that as well. 'Cause that drops the value when
Yeah.
a team knows the player wants to go and you want to sell him, you have to sell him. That ruins the market a bit. But I just don't like the idea of Arsenal always selling players for cheap. You know what I'm trying to say. And if we think, okay, cool. I'm seeing rumors that Pepe might have to terminate the contract. That's a 75 million player we're not making no money on.
If there was interest in Pepe, I'm sure that Arsenal would sell him.
Yeah, but
maybe there's no interest in him at all.
Pepe.
And he's just taking up wage and team spot also.
Would you accept 10 million?
I would have to accept anything that would come if it is we're looking to terminate his contract.
No, I know, but forget about that for a second. Like in terms of like just him as a player, I know he hasn't had the best of runs at Arsenal, but would you be happy with that?
If there were no other option, I would have to be. But if there were options, selling a £70 million player, because that's what we have in our head.
Yeah.
Years after him not doing anything, having 100%.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see how it unfolds in it.
But the guy says, I'm not too fussed about that.
Who can I say though?
Yeah, I'm not too fussed about that.
It should be, man. It's good.
I
man.
am, and also I'm tired of
man.
losing players to Chelsea.
Chelsea just they always get decent players, man. Like this is a joke, man. And then when that is being wasted over there as well, it's annoying me. But then again, Poch is there, so it could be different now. So maybe, but yeah, because Caicedo's good, man.
He's very good.
Yeah, you should be bothered about it. You don't need to like. come
Caicedo
on, man.
and Enzo.
I mean,
In the middle.
we said a lot with who they were buying, and then look what happened.
Yeah, but that's because last season was a mess.
I hear
now
that.
they've got Poch. Poch is going to be their manager.
They got Nkolo coming. They got a good man. They got brother. Man, keep making that like what's happening over Chelsea. This is that. It's happened. They finished 12. They spent all the money. They flopped. It's happened. It's done now. Forget all of that. Don't use that as no barometer, as nothing. They got loads and loads and loads of quality players over there, and now they got a good gaffer. Like you can't watch what's happened in the past and use that as any kind of barometer. Let's start from scratch. Let them in
Oh, no, I'm
pre-season
not.
and let's see move
That's
forward.
what I'm
Don't
not.
judge Chelsea off none of that. There's no problem in Chelsea. There's no
Bruv,
issue in Chelsea.
With a good manager, that team is going to cook the Premier League, bro. I'm not saying they're going to win the league.
Don't
but
rest your laurels. Don't trust me. That's a false sense of security. Don't worry about Chelsea.
Sorry, are you saying that we shouldn't care about the season of a team past once now looking to predict what's going to happen?
Don't use that. Don't use what's happened this now. Yeah. Don't use all this what's happened as a
ordinarily no,
barometer
but
of what's
because
moving forward for Chelsea. You're gonna mess yourself up.
You know why? Because it was so extreme. 4 managers in one season is insane. New ownership, 600 million in January. It was an anomaly, right?
Yeah, but you're saying that there's more chance than not that Pochettino's going to get them cooking than anything else. Good morning, caller. What's your name?
Good morning, it's Chris again, man. Basically, I want to talk about the Caicedo thing. Like, you guys gave up a good point. With him, if he goes to Chelsea, then he's pretty much going for money. As pretty much, Brighton, they're in Europa, and he's like miss Europa, or like if he if he was good to go or get Champions League or stay at Brighton and get Europa. But Chelsea are like not even in Europe, and it'll be a dumb career if he goes to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Lovely point. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. Yeah,
No
no,
problem.
I think money is a big factor in his decision because it clearly isn't European football because he'll stay at Brighton for that, right? Obviously, Brighton can't compete with Chelsea in regards to his wages. And even though Chelsea had a bad season, going to Chelsea is a step up for him from club-wise. Like, Chelsea are a big team. Just because they had a bad season doesn't mean they're gonna achieve stuff later on in it. So it is a more appealing prospect to be a part of, even without European football, right?
So I'll put the question to you. Would you prefer if Arsenal did what Chelsea's doing, possibly to get him or secure him?
Which is what?
I don't know, whatever that is. He suggested that he's going for money. So paying him whatever and paying Brighton whatever.
Yeah.
Would you prefer Arsenal to do that?
No, I don't think Arsenal should make Caicedo the highest paid player on the team or pay over the odds for him, right? Like he was saying before, Arsenal don't do bidding wars, innit? So I want Arsenal to go in and pay what Brighton are asking for. If Chelsea offer 100, 200 mil, whatever, then bow out the race. But I just feel like a player that you wanted to get in January, the player that you made 2 bids for, clearly you wanted him. They offered, 70 million for him? Now suddenly he's no longer part of the plans, and I'm just intrigued to know why.
I think, I'm not sure if I'm accurate in this. At the time, I think they told, well, I don't know. Was it reported that he signed a new deal in January?
Yeah, he did, but that was basically to just give him more wages until the end of the season.
100%.
Yeah.
But in signing the contract, they would have inserted things to protect the value once summer comes around.
Yeah.
Right? And that would have changed things for Arsenal, in my estimation. If it is that we end up not getting him or going after him, we don't know what we don't know. So
of course.
If we don't go for him publicly, because we haven't heard anything other than speculation, it's for a reason that I'm fine with.
Yeah, no, sure. Yeah, there's definitely reasons why we're not going in for him. Not knowing those reasons makes it a bit more frustrating because you actually want to know, okay, cool, what's the reason why you're not actually going for this player? But to see him go to Chelsea, and obviously it's that whole Arsenal-Chelsea thing again. We lost Mudryk to them, Felix as well. It's annoying.
And as you said, we're purchasing another player from them and helping them to fill their coffers.
Because remember, Chelsea have to sell a certain amount of players before the end of June to be able to even be able to buy Caicedo, right? And we're just helping them. But
and I know it looks like that, and it could exactly be black and white like that. But in my head, these businesses operate differently.
Yeah, no, it's not as black and white as I'm saying. I'm saying it from a fan standpoint. I know it's not. Chelsea have the money regardless. Chelsea can buy Caicedo whether or not Arsenal buy Havertz. I'm not saying that, innit? But just the optics, the timing of everything, innit? I just wish the focus was more on Caicedo than Havertz. But again, I don't know Edu and Arteta's plans. This might be a master plan, right? I'm sure they want Havertz for a reason. Because you don't step up, you don't pursue someone with this intensity.
Hot take.
Yeah. For no reason.
Hot take, right? If at the beginning of the season, you were asked, do you want Caicedo or Partey cooking?
Yeah. As in, I can only have one of them.
Yeah.
I would say Caicedo. Because Not because I don't like Party, because of the allegations. Right? I think
Forget that. Let's go before Partey joined.
before Party joined Arsenal.
Yes. Would you choose Partey or Caicedo? Because essentially that's who he's coming to replace.
Okay, before he joined, I'll choose Partey, mainly because he's taller, more of a physical presence, stature wise. He was older, but he was a nice age. When he came to Arsenal, like 27.
Yeah.
It was a nice age, more experience.
Yeah.
Champions League football experience as well. Played for Simeone, so that tough defensive mindset. So I would have taken Partey. Yeah.
I mean, it would be perfect for Chelsea if it is Caicedo was able to replicate or even add on his prowess in that Chelsea format.
Yeah.
Because Brighton play differently.
Yeah.
So they're saying it's Kante 2.0. Cool. Obviously, it hasn't been confirmed
That's
yet
just
that
based on
he's
his
even going.
height.
Huh?
It's just based on his height, man.
You think?
I think it's a physical comparison. I know they play kind of similar, but I reckon because he's short as well, it's like he's going to go to Conte's replacement. But if he was 6'3", they wouldn't say Conte.
Okay.
That's what I think anyway.
All right. Okay. That'll be interesting to see what Arsenal does. I don't think we're finished. I do think that we will be looking for another midfielder because Xhaka's going, and if we're getting in Rice,
Yeah, but Xhaka's
Still
going.
left
You're
Xhaka.
forgetting though. Rumors are that Arteta's been training Smith Rowe. Even Arteta's been helping Smith Rowe in Xhaka's role. So they want.
can't rely on his injury.
No, we can't rely on it. But remember, there was times this season. Who came on for Xhaka the most this season?
Trossard?
No, Vieira.
Okay.
Vieira was coming on directly for Xhaka. Xhaka can be replaced, even though he had a bad season. Vieira, Smith Rowe. Trossard doesn't really play that deep, but he has. Yeah. Havertz can also occupy that space as well, innit? So Xhaka going, even if we don't get Havertz in, I feel like there's people who can fill in for him.
I'm hearing that, but we're building a squad for all fronts now.
Yeah.
And not just we can make the numbers up when we're in the Champions League. It's not that at all. We have to have
No, so are
competent
you saying
individuals.
even with Havertz, we're going to go and buy a Xhaka replacement?
No.
Oh.
No. I'm thinking we probably already have somebody
Yeah.
there to fill that.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't see that, then he probably have a replacement. But
And also Rice can be Xhaka's replacement too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But all that is fine.
Yeah.
But if Rice came in
Yeah.
and Xhaka didn't go anywhere,
Yeah.
we wouldn't need to buy another midfielder.
Yeah, Xhaka's
Now Rice coming in
Yeah.
and Xhaka's going,
Yeah.
we need to buy another midfielder.
So, yeah, no, I agree with you. And that's why I want Caicedo. So I agree with you. But even without another midfielder, I believe the starting midfield next season is Partey, Rice, and Odegaard.
Yes, if
Yeah.
we don't sell Partey.
I don't think Partey's going nowhere. That's maybe why I don't feel like he's going nowhere.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think anyway.
there've only been rumours that's coming out. That
Yeah.
I don't know if that's legit.
I'm telling you, the only reason why Arsenal should entertain selling Partey is because of the allegations. Why else would you sell him?
No, I hear that. And that's why I thought we were fully into Caicedo for that reason.
Okay.
Well, that was a great episode of AFTV.
You could have participated.
Huh?
You could have talked about United buying
I'm
Mount.
letting you get your show.
I swear you're the person who has the most incentive to be here. Anyway, man's talking about he's here until 1. So
I'm not,
Yeah, you did this.
yeah.
I was not complaining. I just said that was a great episode of AFTV.
Well, no, interjecting is wrapping up. But yeah, go on. Done out here. Let's go.
I'm just saying, it was a great episode of AFTV, you know. Obviously, there's other teams in the league, but
We could talk about Man United. We could talk about the bid, the Qatari thing. Go on.
Has the bid gone in?
Get your shit off.
Have they accepted it?
We don't know yet, man. Rio came out yesterday and said that he's heard from good sources that it's a done
Yeah.
deed.
I saw a picture of a meeting between like those 4 guys in the room,
I don't even know whether that's
and
authentic or
everyone's
not,
saying, "Okay, cool. This means it's done."
I don't know. The internet always. I don't know
Yeah,
what that
yeah,
picture.
of
That picture could have been anybody. But Rio coming out and saying what he said. I mean, he's got a reputation to uphold. The last time he done an exclusive was, I think he dropped Ronaldo, innit? He said he dropped Ronaldo first. That Ronaldo
Oh,
was
is it?
done.
Okay.
Yeah. The other publications ain't running with exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
But I suppose they're proper big broadcasters and that they have to make sure all their T's are crossed and their I's are dotted properly before they say certain things because they can get represented. You get me? So, but it sounds like it's happening. Sounds like it's official. Rio said it will be in a matter of days or hours. It will be announced.
Then you should be in for Caicedo, no?
Well, you got to move fast, boy, because Chelsea looking like they're wrapping it up.
Well, they're saying that they got to do the fit and proper persons test and all these other stuff. So there's still like even if there could still be 8 to 12 weeks. The story that's coming out now is that it's not even going to be over the line by the start of the new season.
I've read that. I read it. Yeah, I read next season is when it, not season after. Is when it's going to actually be implemented. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, but whatever's happened doesn't really affect. It doesn't affect United's plans, buying and selling players and the budget that they got. It don't really affect it.
What's the plans anyway? I haven't heard much rumours around United.
They're just trying to buy players. I think what's Tim Hall's budget? About 120 or something. I'm seeing that they're saying he's got. So if he's got a 120 starting point and he can sell players, that's not really going to affect it. And with FFP and that anyway, it's not like the Qataris can come in and go crazy anyway. It's probably more just.
So how come Chelsea were allowed to go in and go crazy? Like Chelsea were allowed to do a madness in January. Why?
Chelsea
because of all these long contracts. Because I heard that they
Chelsea changed the game. What Chelsea done, I don't think no one's going to be able to do it again, innit?
Which is giving players 8-year contracts, and I feel like that
is
because
they set the where they stretch the contracts out. It changes the value of the player and then it works out to a certain amount every year and stuff like that. So they done some. They cooked the books and stretched it all out. So on paper, every year they was covered, and I think they're going to put things in place so teams can't do that anymore.
Yeah, no, I read that. Actually.
Yeah, so Chelsea should be cool, and then if they're not, they just have to deal with whatever sanctions they get, I suppose.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Speaking of budgets, I heard Newcastle's budget is only 75 million.
Again, it's probably the same kind of thing. They got to drum up the revenue. How much would they have been making in the last couple of years, and then they've got this new sponsorship deal from a Saudi, which is probably push. Like they've got to do it by proper means, innit? Like just having the money doesn't mean you can spend it, innit? So they've got to build it up. So it's all the same shit. So
well, if their budget's 75, then they're definitely going to buy Tierney for 50. So
not 50. Hey, you guys are in for Osman.
I mean, I don't know about how serious it is. His name's been floating around with man.
Don't need strikers?
Yeah, we want Kane in it, but apparently we're not going to be able to do that. There's the Abbey. What's the youth called? Is he in Dutch league? No, German league. What's his name? What's the youth called again? The one that they're calling like the baby Haaland. What's his name again?
Nord some.
Hornjohn or something. Yeah, him. I think there's something to do with him. What other striker been linked with? He's the only one I can think of.
Okay, I haven't seen any striker links apart from Kane.
Yeah, but apparently that's not getting done or whatever. But
Kane's gonna die at Spurs, man. As much as I don't like Tottenham or Harry Kane, I want Harry Kane to leave Tottenham and flourish somewhere else. I want him to actually win trophies. Just because he's a top striker.
Levy's an idiot, man. But we don't know what's going on over there, man. We don't know. I'm intrigued a bit, curious to see what happens with Spurs. Because they've gone a different route than how they've gone, how it's been in the last couple of years and how top teams would do it as well, I suppose. And I'm just interested to see. It's a risk that they're taking. It's kind of refreshing. And because I don't support them, either way, I don't even mind. So if he's totally trash, and it's just going to be funny, innit? And if he's going to be good and bring some stuff, then it'll be like, okay, refreshing, implement some new stuff in the league and all that. So I just do want to see it. I don't know. It's risky. Because at first, even when I just see it, I'm just like, this ain't what you want. You get what I'm trying to say? But then I watch his interview, watch him address the team and all that. And even though it's easy to just get lured into a false sense of security, when you see a man talking in that, you do like, I'm like, there might be something, I know he don't know what he don't know, but he's confident though within himself. You get me? He thinks he's got it. You get what I'm trying to say? So I'd like to see how that plays out. I don't know. North London might be white again by the end of the season.
Come back to Arsenal, man. Okay, come on, man. Come home.
What are you saying?
That'd be insane. Imagine Harry Kane came out to Arsenal.
He's not going to do that.
He won't do it, but imagine. If Sol Campbell can do it, why can't Kane do it?
It's a bit different.
Why?
Because Sol Campbell's a black man.
Nah, I don't see Kane doing that. I don't see Arsenal even going there for him. I'm hearing Richarlison might go Real Madrid.
Don't know why they would want to do that.
Yeah, that's all a rumour.
But
I watched that Jude Bellingham compilation again. Because he's got the number 5 number. Remember I told you somebody made a claim that he was the reincarnation of
Zidane.
Zizou. Yeah.
So you believe them?
You think he's a reincarnation of Zidane?
No, but he is a baller.
He's so good.
Them type of stuff that Zidane used to do.
Yeah.
Brother. Bellingham, I'm not saying yet,
Yeah.
but he is sweet.
He intrigues me because he's so young and he carries himself like a proper professional, like an adult. The way he speaks, the way he
He's a man.
conducts himself, he acts like a man. He's only 19. He acts like
His
a
star
man.
power, he's a star, bro.
Yeah.
He's La Liga has got one extra viewer next year,
Yeah.
like guaranteed.
Yeah,
Like guaranteed.
Yeah.
Even if it's just one,
Yeah.
they've got an extra viewer next year.
I rate his thing, man.
Facts. Just because Jude's gone there, I'm there. I'll take it in. You get me? I'm gonna watch Madrid games. I want to see what I got. I want to see what he's doing.
Same.
And I never used to watch him when he was at was it Dortmund?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him twice, maybe at Dortmund.
And then
Actually,
I
more than
only
that
saw him
because the
at
Champions
England,
League. Champions League.
And I wasn't seeing him doing what people were praising him.
No,
for.
this
So I didn't
last
have a
tournament
clue.
at England, weren't you seeing it? His last link up with England and playing with them. I'm like, this kid is good.
But I didn't see it in the manner in which I saw it in the compilation.
Okay.
The compilation was different.
Yeah, that's just all the good bits.
Different. I heard that. But it was sometimes he was wearing the same kit. So it was the same game.
I get what you're saying.
It was the same game.
You mean the opposition with the same kit?
No, he was in the same kit and you playing the same opposition.
Yeah, that's what I mean. 'Cause
So
he
they
would be in
said-
the same kit.
No,
More enough.
What I'm saying is that
He's saying it's bare clips from the one game.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I know. But
it's not just one. It's not just one. So he was cooking the entire game.
Yeah, no, he's a baller, man.
Oh, bloody hell! And I definitely wouldn't tune into La Liga to watch just Bellingham. But
I'm intrigued to see how he gets on. Yeah.
I want Real Madrid to get back to the whole Galactical status.
But who is there to buy apart from Mbappe?
Mbappe, well, after Mbappe,
Yeah.
you can start.
Because I don't think they're doing the Galacticos. They're buying young talent. They're buying the next Galacticos, right?
Yeah, but
Camavinga,
Galacticos in their own
Tchouaméni.
right.
Camavinga, Chouameni, Bellingham is bonk.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
What?
When it is that we were
that's your
rumored to
midfield for the
be
next
in
10
Qatar, I was
years.
like, it's possible.
Yeah.
Impossible.
How they got their midfield sorted for the next 10 years?
They're sorted. But I think the Galactical era, as in Galactical era, is buying the established stars. And right now, that's who.
Jude Bellingham is established. Mbappe is established.
Mbappe is definitely Galactical status.
Bellingham's a star.
Is he even at 19?
Yeah, right now, yeah. He's the top midfielder in the world right
cool.
now.
No, fair enough. That's fair. Who else is there right now?
I don't know. They haven't brought in anybody else yet.
No, I mean, who else in world football do you reckon?
Luke Shaw. They could get in Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw.
De Gea's gone cheap. He's up for sale.
All right, listen. Let's wrap this up. We've got to get into Out Ere, please.
He needs wavy.
Well, they might just go and get Kane.
I don't see Kane leaving the Prem. I think Kane wants to beat Alan Shearer's record and win a title.
Yeah, if he's smart, he would go win the record. All right, cool. So, who's done Out Ere today? Man, where did you find this story? This story is nasty, boy. Ugh. This man, I think you need a trigger warning. I don't know what the trigger is because I don't know I don't even know. But there's a GP, yeah. Is he in Somerset or something like that? I don't know if any of you are in Somerset, but if any of you are in Somerset, you need to stay woke because there's a GP and he's been arrested, yeah, for sexual offences, yeah, against his not clients, what are they called? Patients? Against his patients. You get what I'm trying to say? This man, nasty man. Yeah, the victim took her coffee to the police after she noticed a thick, gloopy substance in it.
That is wild. He's drugging them.
No, you would think so, innit?
If you, no way, you're not telling me what I think that is. Nope.
This woman took a cup of tea from this man, yeah, her GP, yeah. She took a cup of tea from her GP, yeah. And then, like, she sipped it. She said, oh, this is a bit salty. She's like, this is meaty. I don't want this one. And she dashed it, you get me? But she always goes back to him, like, and then, like, he's always giving her cups of tea. I don't know what condition she's got, but she said, like, it's between 1 and 3 a week he'd be offering her. Yeah. But since that first, coffee. Since that first time she weren't rating it, she dashed it. You get me? So she's saying she always dashes it. Like after the first time she thought it was salty, she always dashes it. But she's saying every time she dashes it, she's noticing like some thick, meaty substance in there. You get me? So she was
I'm
thinking.
so scared for what that is.
She was thinking, this is strange. Like, what is this stuff? She keeps dashing. She keeps knocking it in the sink. She's saying one time, or the first time actually, because she said done it the first time. It's like she don't know whether he was testing her or what. Because he was saying, "Oh, did you notice something in your drink? Because I think I noticed something in mine." He was doing all that stuff, innit? All right, cool. One time she got it now. She's saying, you know what? And she's saying she saw like some test containers in his thing or something, some specimen containers in his on his person or something. And she's like, you know what? This is too much. One thing, this is too much. So he gave her the coffee. She went, instead of throwing it away this time, she put it in her own specimen container. You get me? She took her specimen of coffee to the police. You get me? They've tested her coffee. And lo and behold, semen. Semen in the coffee.
That's nasty.
And this is what he's doing.
Is his picture here?
Yeah, his picture's on there. Yeah, you can go and find him. This is what he's doing. Apparently, like he's got bare semen. Like he's just knocking it out at work and he's just saving it up all day. Like, and he just got them. This is what he does. He's lied and he said he's got a condition that when he defecates, he passes semen. So when he's pooing, he comes at the same time. That's why he's got so many.
Yeah, but what's he doing in people's coffees?
Exactly.
He said that he didn't put them in the coffees. It must be a practical joke because he said he don't always dispose of it because obviously he's saying it's done by that it's involuntary. It's at work.
Yeah,
so he's saying he hasn't always disposed of the semen. So sometimes maybe someone else put it in there.
Bro, but he's in the toilet at the time.
Exactly. So why is it not going
down?
down?
To the toilet bowl and flushed with the shit.
Oh, so you say why did he keep it? Yeah.
Obviously he's taking it out of the fucking toilet bowl and he's put it into the cup.
Yeah, he's
going in there with a cup in it.
Yeah.
He's never going to the toilet at all. He's just doing this.
Yeah, his plan.
That's nasty.
He's a collector for real.
He said he wanks at work, but not for pleasure. It's a painful exercise.
Oh, shut up. I'm not a victim here.
This is what he's doing.
That's so disgusting.
And he just be offering people drinks and shit. And all
They've
that.
got to give him years, though. You can't give him like a light 2 years. He's a deviant.
You know what it is, yeah? I ain't trying to kink. Like everybody's into their own things, yeah. But like when people do things, yeah, that don't benefit anyone, yeah, it's proper confusing to me. Like, what's he getting out of this?
What's he getting out of it?
Like,
it's insanity.
Huh?
It's insanity. It has to be.
Because there's nothing to get out of it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no form of pleasure here for him. You get me?
You don't know that.
Huh?
You don't know that. The kind of sick things that people do when they get off.
Oh yeah, it's true actually.
That happens.
He has a kink of like the thought of someone drinking his semen. Is giving him gets his rocks off.
Orgasm. Then he produces more semen.
Yeah, then that's foolishness. I'm not agreeing with it. I don't care whether he gets this foolishness. That's not enough of a reason. He shouldn't be getting no pleasure off that. You get me? There's no pleasure in that.
Are you semen phobic?
Yes. Yes. Very much so.
Semen phobic.
Very much so. Yeah. But yeah, when I was reading that earlier, I was just like, this is disgusting.
I'll
man.
be fuming. Like, I can't imagine the women who've drank his coffee. That's horrible.
It's nasty. What's this guy's name? Dr. Nicholas Chapman, 55, from Somerset. You are done out here, you nasty piece of shit.
I hope he gets proper time in jail, though.
Has he been?
Like 2 years.
Sorry, let me check if he's been.
What's it got a COVID mask on for?
Reprimanded. You don't want semen in his mouth.
He's worried about catching germs. Look.
You can imagine. He's disgusting, man. That's so horrible.
Oh, he won't get sentenced until the 6th of July. Oh no, wait, is that the right? Yeah, 6th of July. So we won't know. Piece of shit. Let's get to our outro, man.
It's been one for the books, hasn't it? So I wanted to get into Love Island quickly. So.
All right, then. Let's go.
Before we start, happy birthday, Reggie.
Let's go.
I don't watch Love Island.
Nah, what?
So I have to be sitting here being silent. So I think I can.
How? She just sat all the way through reaction.
Have a great weekend, guys.
What? You're trying to leave?
I'll stay with you.
Esther, do you want me to stay or do you want me to go? I mean,
You have to stay. What do you mean? Do I want you to stay or go?
Not do you want me to go? Do you want me to stay for this? Even though I'm not going to contribute. I haven't watched it.
Yes, because this is what I did.
I've got a prior engagement
No, you don't. You're the producer of the show. Where are you going?
to the GP.
What's a pee?
You want some coffee?
Stevens. What's a coffee, Stevens? You thought you were clever with that. No, I'm joking, Yusuf. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
The funny thing I was gonna say.
I don't know how that.
No, it's
He's
coffee.
got a coffee. I mean, he man's got a coffee day.
Not a coffee date.
Before I go.
No way. God forbid.
That's a good clip. I'll edit it myself.
It's not a good clip.
But what's it called? Yeah, Love Island. What was Medi's problem? Because I was on Medi's side.
I didn't like. It just takes one thing.
It takes one thing.
I'm done with Mehdi. He needs to leave that house.
I'm done with it. Because you know, basically we had to vote yesterday who your favourite girl and your favourite boy is. Mehdi would have had my vote. Nope. I voted Tariq. I voted Whitney and Tariq. Mehdi can go now because I'm just done with Mehdi. Like, you can't be my man. And also, okay, call it spade. I feel like it's given undertones of racism. Racial aggression.
You know what it is, yeah?
Angry black woman.
You know what it is, yeah? I hate when people always just like
Throwing racism
black
cards.
people just love the racism card and they just do it every 2 minutes, yeah. But like it feels like every problem in the world probably can go back to racism.
You can trace it back.
Because I don't know how, but like that man was cool, yeah. But then when he was just being so aggressive and just dismissive and talking, I don't
you know what's mad as
and I just
well?
felt racist. I just felt,
Yeah,
I just felt you racist. Look at this racist man.
Because I'll be honest, yeah, like, so, okay, because really and truly, yeah, nothing happened.
See, I didn't see what happened.
So
I came in
basically-
late, yeah, but I came in late. So I didn't even see a full theatrics, yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw him, and then I heard him speaking to one of his girl involved in mix-up and drama, which
Yeah.
I can appreciate
understand that,
that.
yeah,
I can
absolutely.
hear that. But just the way he was moving, I didn't see what happened before, but everybody was telling me that nothing happened. But just the way he was moving with her, and
was
just
very
like
intense. It was
like
very intense.
He was so mad. It's like he's made up his mind how he feels.
Yep,
There's not
and
even
there was no
prepared to have
changing
there's
it.
no changing it. But there's no conversation to have about anything.
Yeah.
And it's just like you lot have been cool and lovey-dovey and flirty and friendly, and I ain't seen this side of you. You're just cold and harsh and mean. And it's just like, what happened? Like,
Do you know what happened? So basically, you know, the day before they did that game, and basically in the game, they picked whoever, whatever. One of the questions that Jess had was to pick who she believes is the most two-faced or something like that,
yeah.
or playing a game, something like one of
Who
those.
was playing the game? Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
No,
No, that was Whitney, wasn't
Whitney
it?
was playing the game.
Yeah, so Jess's was two-faced.
yeah.
Who's being two-faced in the house or whatever. What she did, see you later. So what she ended up doing then, she picked
a guy, and she said I
she
should have picked Molly.
She picked Tariq.
Yeah, said I should have picked Molly in it.
She whispered I should have picked Molly, right?
Yeah.
She told her, she's like, but then they were like, oh, why didn't you then? She said, oh, because I didn't want to come across as like a bitch or doing too much. Like, I don't want to be too on her.
Yeah.
These were her words, right? There's definitely a recycling thing outside. Sure you did. All right. See you later. Have a nice weekend. Actually, too many characters in this room. You know? It's ridiculous. So yeah. So basically, yeah. So they were like, "Oh, why don't you pick her?" So she said, "Oh, I didn't want to be too on her. So it doesn't look like I'm doing too much." So then basically, at the end of the evening, this is what happened, right? Before she started crying and dropped the current tears. Catherine and Whitney were like to her, "You should have just picked her, because it's worse that you didn't pick her, but you're whispering to everybody, I wanted to pick her, I should have picked her. So they were basically saying, they were sticking up for Molly, which is, Catherine I didn't get because she was kissing your man, but whatever, innit? So they were basically sticking up for Molly and saying how her doing that, yeah, you're talking behind her back, that's not a nice thing to do. If you're saying you should have picked her, you should have just picked her. Because what you did end up being worse. You didn't pick her, but then you're telling everybody that that's who you wanted to pick. So they were like, yeah, it's out of order. Like, so Catherine was basically like, do you know what, just stop all this whole whispering, this whole talking behind, like, just stop it kind of thing. Then she's like, I'm not going to do this anymore. This is like, I don't want to talk about it anymore. And she started crying. Now, obviously, the boys are now seeing that she's just crying and stormed off. It's very dramatic. Stormed off. Then they're like, oh, what's going on? And then Medi's like, I don't want my girl. If my girl's involved in that, then that's dead. This is dead. This is done. Excuse me? You don't have the source to talk like this, but okay, whatever. So then he's then pulled Whitney anyway. And Whitney was like, and he's like, oh, if I hear, imagine, Medi, talking about, if I hear that you made her cry, that's going to be a problem. What's it got to do with you, first of all? I don't understand. I think maybe he likes Jess. He's like, oh, if I hear that's a problem,
I think Whitney's very aware that she's a black girl on
yes.
TV in his right
yeah.
places.
Did you say she bit her tongue when she was talking to her?
Because in my mind, I was expecting more vim from
Yes.
her. I was thinking, why are you having this from
But
this
she's a
idiot?
businesswoman.
But she
She's
was
thinking,
like, okay.
Because the way he was speaking to her, there's no, like, it was rude.
Yeah.
It was rude and aggressive.
No, it made me dislike him.
It was rude, and I was thinking, but then she's, like you said, she's very aware that she's a black woman. She's like, do you know what? No, I'm not going to do it kind of thing. So that's basically what happened. And then even after Jess even said to him, because Jess is like, if the next day was like, I was being dramatic, there was nothing to cry about.
Yeah,
and
so
then she even
his
said,
apology was meaty.
But she even said, I'm going to go and talk to him.
Yeah.
So even the person who you're fighting for came and spoke to you, and you're still doing, no, don't make someone cry. And he's like, oh, next time. And then when he tried to apologize to Whitney, he's like, oh, well, next time you make someone cry, I'll just run to you then.
Yeah.
Thinking, you are in no position talking like this. But I clocked though. You see, Whitney doesn't like him anyway. She's waiting for her type to come in. But she used this to advantage. She was like, I hope you're aware that this is taking us 2 steps back. I was like, Whitney, she didn't want to take the next step with him anyway.
But I don't think he did either. I think because stuff like that, when people are moving brazy like that with no real reason, it just speaks to like
your character, man.
Like self-sabotaging it. Like I think like he would. Like it's like any excuse he was.
Do you know what I think though? I don't even think it's. I feel like he just wanted something to do.
You think?
I feel like the producer said to him, "Listen, you gotta say something, otherwise we're gonna fix it where you're the next one to go." Because he doesn't say anything. He's the most irrelevant person in that house. He just says them. We just catch jokes with him, with Whitney making jokes, and when he laughs about it and says bonkers. That's literally it.
It's just a
I feel like he just wanted to make himself the main character for a moment.
It was just a change of character. I didn't even know like he was capable of moving.
Neither
like
did
that,
I.
If that makes sense.
You never know. Name of the devil, you would even know it.
You got a stable.
But you know, I love though when Whitney lips that and she said, "I wanted to see what's gold with these girls." I'll be honest, if I was in the house, I would have lip stack. 100%. I would have 100% lip stack, man.
So you just wanted to know what going.
I want to know because she was like, "I want to know what's got these girls moving mad," and I would have want to find out.
So after she listened, did she feel anything?
No, she don't care. She's like, "Oh, I feel like she's just shy for them." She lips him. She's thinking, "You are dumb. This is what you are fighting about." Ridiculous.
What else happened yesterday? Sammy is a creep. I'm telling you that now, yeah?
Oh, yeah, you
Sammy
tweeted that.
is a creep. Like a
Do you know what it is,
weirdo. Like a creepy youth. There's you see like his style, yeah? It's creepy. His style's creepy. When he's sitting down with her flirting and smiling and talking the way he talks in his little creep voice and that, yeah? This man is a creep. He gives me the heebie-jeebies.
So it reminds me of that what's it called? That Latina girl that says niggas give her heebie-jeebies. Jane the Virgin, she makes me laugh. But anyways, yeah. Do you know what it is? It's how he stares. So you know that like eye contact with a guy you like is sexy. But he's just like he just looks into it's like relax.
It's the stare with the smile, the whole mix. It's just he's got it all wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just needs to change the balance. Yeah, like trust me, like the stare with the mix of the smile, it's just creepy. He probably thinks he's doing sexy or something.
Yeah, he does, but it's not. It's like the Joker. What's that little orange thing that chases people around this high street sometimes?
Oh no,
Chucky, or what's it called?
Oh, Chucky.
Yeah, man, he's very creepy. Yeah,
it's just yesterday he was there, and I'm just looking at him, and I'm thinking, am I the only one that can see this? This guy looks like a proper creep.
No, he just has no game as well, because he just stares, smiles, and there's no words that accompany it. Like even yesterday when he talked to Leah was like, okay, like what's next? Like say something.
And he's just bitter. When she went out, and she got Jess got picked on the date, and someone was saying, "Oh, look at where he's. I got options and all that."
No, you don't. No, you don't. First of all, you don't, because Leah likes you, but she's thinking you're a bit creepy.
Yeah, but you didn't even need to say. It wasn't even like that. You're moving like Mitch now. Nice. Like it wasn't even that kind of scenario.
But that's the thing, though. I feel like that house is full of Mitches, with the men and the women's side. But the thing is, you just have to spend enough camera time, give them enough camera time, and it comes out.
Yeah, it's true.
Because when I think about it, because even, I'll be honest, I don't rate, even Tyreek now, he just doesn't, because all it took, Tyreek has been doing all this, I don't care.
She kissed one man.
Kissed one man.
Now you're confessing your love.
I'm ready to settle down.
Let me down. But Killy, he just played himself. Because he can't survive, he's not going to survive in Casa. As long as the casting is good, yeah? As long as the casting, as long as them producers do the right thing, that man is
He's gone.
Gone.
Do you know what's mad? I don't even think they need to do the right thing.
You don't think?
Who was it last year that was like, oh, let's they tried to do let's do this together. Who was it? I can't remember who it was last year, but that's the vibe he gives me. Like, I don't think that the Casa girls even need to be like banging. He's like a kid that's just in a sweet shop, and you just say you can have anything you want, and he's gonna try everything. He's gonna be sick afterwards, and then that's it. Because I was like, you've got all this energy that's made it attractive, but then you folded, and look how quick you folded. I mean, Ella folded even quicker, but
yeah, Ella's not gonna be able to hold it. Ella's not crazy, man. Like, Ella's not crazy. People are pretending she is. That's a colorism thing, man.
No, not colorism. Reverse colorism.
Whatever, man. Like, Ella's not crazy.
Because that's the thing. Because I feel like, because we only see an hour in it, and they're filming for like hours on end. But yesterday made me realize they definitely edited yesterday. Because they went back to the Jess thing. It just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like yesterday's editing was a bit wild.
What, the way she was moving?
Just everything. I just feel like everything just looked like they just put up different pieces together. I feel like the past, since it started, all the drama's been authentic. And I think yesterday they tried to give us drama.
Yeah.
And so they edited the drama in, but it had the reverse.
Yeah, they probably
effects.
needed to, because the last couple of days have been bubbling.
Yeah.
And they probably felt like they needed to
Make it spicier.
to make it a bit spicier, because the episode wasn't necessarily.
But man, but they didn't do a good job though. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. The new guy's going in today. I just don't want it to be a Molly show. Like, I'm actually done with this whole Molly storyline and every guy liking her and this, that, and the other with her creepy self. I can't.
I don't know, man. I think the way that they've made people just want to get into the relationships too quick. Love Island was always fun in the beginning when it's messy.
Yeah.
And that because once they lips each other, they're moving like, oh, that's it, you lips me, I'm your husband now.
Yeah, like it's...
and there's not really no space for like the mess. They're moving like it's all
complicated. None of them are understanding the assignment.
Yeah.
And not one of them
it's
is
like they don't get why they're there.
They don't get it. And that's wild to me. It's a week and a half. Because Sam's like, we've actually known these girls like just over a week. And you are just moving as though like this is that you have to be with me or forever hold your peace.
That's
ridiculous.
Crazy. What else happened? Who else would have been worth talking about?
I think there's anything. I think Mehdi was just the one that just really irritated
There was
the crap out of
Mehdi
me.
moving things, Sammy
Just
moving like
with
a creep, and Jess
Just
crying.
with tears. And then to be fair to Sammy though, he's trying to be with Leah. He don't like Jess, man. I knew he didn't like Jess. If Molly wanted him tomorrow, he'd go with Molly.
Oh, he said there's more sexual chemistry with
Leah.
With Leah.
Than Jess. Because Jess is like... Because the thing is, I like Jess because she's so likable, but she doesn't give me sex appeal.
Again,
she's funny.
I think them guys don't realize what they're doing there, yeah. And also sometimes we don't realize what we're watching.
Yeah.
These people are slumbered with each other.
Yeah.
He never picked this. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah.
this is what was here.
This is it.
So sometimes I'm going with someone. This is the best of a bad bunch. Even when you see me for 2 weeks wrapped up, hug up, blah blah. I got no choice.
This I'm gonna get kicked out otherwise.
You know what I'm trying to say? This is the best of a bad bunch. This is all I got. I ain't feeling none of these people. What do you want me to do?
And I think the boys understand that, but the girls don't. Because the boys are just sticking to the girls as a thing of survival.
Yeah.
But the girls are like, oh, because it's sticking with me, that means this. I'll be honest though, this season is definitely making me think, like, when it comes to dating and stuff, like, obviously not all women, but if you think like that, it's down bad. You're going to carry last. 100%.
It's tough out here, man.
Ridiculous, man. Yeah, there was not much going on. The new guy's in tonight. We'll see what happens. I don't think there's going to be like another eviction. They just got rid of Ruchi the other day. Actually, there will be. Because we voted last night for your favourites.
Ah.
Your favourite going because there's a lot of people in the house, don't you think?
Yeah. But
There's 14 of them. There's a lot of them in the house.
Yeah, they need more. I need another twist now. Something's got to give.
Yeah, but also Zach is just down bad, man. Zach is tired, man.
What happened with Zach again?
He just looks sad. And it was his birthday, you know. They didn't throw him a party, nothing.
Yeah, but they didn't even. Oh yeah, Molly's letting
Molly's
them.
the one who
Molly's letting them know.
That's why I was like, oh, look at that. That's cute. But the thing is, it's cute if it was a guy who did that for a girl. When it's a girl doing that for a guy, I don't think guys really care about stuff like that. Because I was like, oh, that's so cute. She remembered, but they didn't have a party for him or anything like that.
Yeah, I think all roads lead to Casa. How long? I don't even know. How long does it work? How long?
Just started.
So we got.
Casa like week 6 or something. How long are they there for? They're there for till summer, innit?
Oh no.
At least 2 months. They must be in there.
I think they do at least 2 months, innit?
So we've got probably 3 weeks before Casa. They need to speed it up.
Anything could happen. Half of them are not even going to be there.
I need to bring in a dark skin black man. That's what I need. They need to bring someone that's actual levels. These guys aren't levels. They're sourceless.
Wow.
Anyway.
Dark skin black man,
Yeah, I did that for you. I did that for you. I know you love that. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. As you always do, showing up and showing out. I said there's a bit of controversy about how it is that I handle phone calls. What was it? You know when the Mr. Man called you? Did he say we need to move on?
So I understand how you and Yusuf kind of heard that.
We need to move on.
No, I don't think he said that.
Okay, that's fair then.
I'm not. Let me take that back. He could have said that, but what he meant was something different than what he said.
Okay, so if he okay, because when we picked up the call, I thought he said you need to move on, and so my irritation was don't call into a show that we're presenting and tell us what order. Obviously, this is following off the other guy who thinks that he can let us know what it is that we should be talking about and what isn't worth talking about. That's where my irritation came from. But if he didn't say that, I apologize. If he did say that, though, I said what I said. So, balance, in my opinion. But like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all that great stuff. Follow us on our social media platforms, The Day After TNB, on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. If you want to send your dilemmas in, the number is 07564841073. You're also welcome to send in topic suggestions. If you want to inquire about the show, feature on the show, the email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. Have a great weekend.
And
Goodbye.
listen to Ashake.
And this,
Yes, Ashika's got a new album out.
Yeah, and
I
this
hope
ain't
it's
the
good, you
democracy, man. If you don't like how we move, just don't watch it. See you Monday.
Period.
It's